New York, an Odyssey sports station. Evan Roberts. Tiki Barber. It's Evan and Tiki on WFAN, The Fan, 101.9 FM, and always live on the free Odyssey app.
Yo! I come here with bad news for Sean Morash. I'm not dead.
Yeah, you're back.
I'm back.
Your back is back.
Well, I wouldn't say it's back. I would just say I'm able to function as a human.
It's slightly drugged then.
Yes, I'm very drugged up, ladies and gentlemen. I cannot imagine the things I'll say over the next 4 hours. But we are here. And before we get to all the football, the ABS stuff with baseball, the New York Knicks, dropping a giant you-know-what in Cleveland last night, let's talk about what's on everyone's mind. These freaking snow.
I'm done.
I mean, how can you not be done?
I was done on Monday or Sunday or whenever it started snowing. Now I'm really done because I woke up again and it was like 3 inches.
Dude, I didn't see it coming. Now, maybe that's my own problem because I was so drugged out last night and yesterday. But I wake up, I feel slightly better. I'm like, all right, you know what? I'm going to attack this day. I'm up at 5 a.m. I'm taking a shower. I'm getting dressed. I'm like every other New Yorker, right? We're waking up. We're going to attack the day. I'm good to go. I'm coming to work. I open the front door. What the hell was that?
I know. Look, I got up and I got in the car. Normal time, kids are 2 hours delayed, which I get. I was like, why are they 2 hours delayed? It's not going to snow that much again, but whatever. I get up. I get in my car. Yesterday, by the way, it took me 48 minutes to get into the city.
Not bad.
Which is quick.
Yeah.
It's quick.
Yes.
Because it's 35 miles. I mean, that's pretty good. I get in the car, hit the GPS. Hour and 40 minutes. I was like, what the hell is going on?
Is that because people don't know how to drive in the snow?
It's because people wreck. They don't know how to drive, and then they wreck. And then ultimately what it turned out to be was rubbernecking going the other way.
Oh, that's the worst.
So one car is pulled off, turned the wrong way on the, the Casciano Bridge going over Newark, and everybody just rubbernecking.
There are two rules of driving. Number one, when it is snowing outside and it's icy outside, just go slow. Yeah. Like, there's no rush. Bad stuff can happen when you go fast. Like, I'm driving in, and I wouldn't say I'm a slow-ass driver. I think I'm a responsible driver.
Yes.
But I'm going 35 miles an hour on the hutch because I'm like, why not? What am I rushing for? And I hate when people need to pass you. What do you Dude, it's snowing. It's icy. What are we doing? And the second thing is the rubbernecking. And that occurs in all sorts of weather.
Right.
That's not just a snow thing. But, dude, just because there's an accident on the other side doesn't mean you need to slow down and watch. What, you've never seen a car accident before?
Right, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Right.
You're not helping.
That.
Nobody's in trouble. The police are there. The tow truck is there. Just go.
And maybe this is the contradiction. When it's snowing outside and you go slow, I don't mind how much longer it takes.
Yes.
What I mind is when you sit in 27 minutes of traffic because some schmuck needs to look over at the other side because he sees flashing red lights. Oh, I got to stop.
Right.
You don't have to stop. It's on the other side of the road. If it's on your side, of course, you need to be careful. If it's on the other side of the road, what the hell are you doing?
Right. The other thing I hate, by the way, is when someone's pulled over by a police officer and they slow down. He's not leaving that guy to get you.
So true. So true. This is where I have to raise my hand and say, I am victim to that. I get like gunshot and I'm going to get pulled over. And plus, that's a natural reaction.
Of course it is.
I don't want to get pulled over. Anyhow, there's a lot to talk about today. I think we'll hit every sport over the next 4 hours. But let me start with this, and I'm very curious if you, Tiki Barber, as an independent football observer, would agree with me on this. I had a lot of time to listen to every word from Aaron Glenn, Darren Muji, Joe Shane, John Harbaugh, and we'll start with the Jets. My biggest takeaway, and we'll get into specifics coming up, on Muji and Glenn, and I don't know if this is unfair, but I'm being so honest with you as a diehard Jet fan. I listen to Aaron Glenn, and it feels like BS. It feels like just crap. I don't believe him.
Yeah.
When I listen to Darren Muji, I believe him. Like, there's a trust I have in Darren Muji.
Daryl, Mr. Smiles, Muhi.
Daryl? You even got the first name wrong.
Yes.
So here's my take on this.
Yes.
And I'm gonna kind of wrap this into my personal experience as an athlete in New York. So when I first got to New York, I knew I could be good, but I didn't know I was gonna be good. And so there were some ups and downs. We all know the history, injury early, then the fumbling stuff. But there was a point in years, let's call it 5, 6, where I didn't do 6, 7, 5, 6, where I just knew. I just knew I was good.
Right.
And as a result, how I talk to the media changed. My confidence in myself, it just feels like I know I'm going to be good. I know I'm going to go play whoever we're playing, the Raiders, and I'm going to rush for 150. I could have literally said those things. And there's a confidence that comes from having success. Now, I bring that up because when you contrast the two biggest pieces of what the Jets are presenting to us right now, Aaron Glenn, the head coach, and Darren Muji, the general manager, Muji has had a modicum of success, right? The trade of his two big stars defensively that netted them back all of these first-round draft picks. It feels like, man, that guy is confident and competent, and he knows what he's doing.
Yes.
And so when he speaks now, he speaks like, I got this, man.
He does.
I have had success.
Yep.
I know it.
Yep.
Whereas Aaron Glenn hasn't had it yet. And so it's almost like he's faking it before he makes it. You know what I mean? That's that old cliche, fake it before you make it.
Yeah,
That's what he's doing.
No,
I took back play calling because that's my superpower. Like, come on, dude. You don't really believe that? You don't even know if it's true because you haven't done it yet. And so when I listen to Aaron Glenn, I feel like, dude, man, just go be good.
Right.
Just go be great. And then you can say whatever the hell you want.
No, you're right.
Don't try to church it up because you haven't done it yet.
And maybe that has a lot to do with it. And what's funny is calling plays is my superpower kind of came away as the headline, right? Of
course
I think
it
I
did.
saw it on the back page of the Daily News,
Right.
like him dressed up as Spider-Man or
But you
something.
know why you can't do that? Because it becomes the cliche.
Yes.
It becomes the thing that follows you. Guys, remember this, Jet fans? All gas, no brakes.
No, I know.
Play call is my superpower, really.
It doesn't go away.
No,
It doesn't go away.
but here's
Don't
what-
say dumb stuff like that.
But here's what's crazy, and I know this is going to blow your mind. While I have no confidence in Aaron Glenn, and I hear Aaron Glenn and I don't believe him,
Play call is my superpower, really.
that line actually didn't bother me. And I'm going to tell you why real quick. And I don't know if this is just a new age thing that I've gotten used to.
Yeah.
I've heard the superpower line a lot over the last couple of years.
Really?
Yes. I have, with kids specifically. Like, as you're teaching kids, it's, what's your superpower? Reading is
yeah.
my superpower.
Right, no, I hear you.
So
I hear you.
I have heard it so much over the last 2 years. Now, I haven't used it on the fan. I haven't used it to describe myself. Like, I've never said, scoring games is my superpower.
I mean, but it is.
But it is. But I haven't used it, but I've heard it, and I'm very familiar with it, and I understand the meaning of it, as dumb as it sounds,
Yeah.
which is, hey, what are you really good at? What are you really special at? And I don't know if you guys with kids have heard that. I have. Like, was that phrase new to you yesterday?
I mean, it's not new to me because I have heard it before, but I've heard it in these instructional things for younger people.
yeah,
Like,
mostly started with younger people,
but
yes.
not on a professional. It almost feels like he's trying to get a cheap win in media. And by the way, if it works and he's a good play caller and they play great defensively, then great, all fantastic. But as soon as he has 3, 4, 5 weeks of not being a good defensive play caller, that's going to live forever.
Oh, it's already living.
Play call is my superpower,
But,
really.
but I mean in a negative way.
Oh,
like if he's
1,000%.
good,
Yes.
and after this season, the defense is fantastic, and a lot of it was because of how he called defenses and he set these guys up schematically to have all world seasons. Then we'll say, you know what, Aaron Glenn was right. Hell yeah, Aaron Glenn. But if he doesn't, you put it out there, and I guess that makes you chase that expectation. But if you don't reach it, you're getting clowned.
I think you're 1,000% right about that. I guess for me, listening to him yesterday, that wasn't something that bothered me.
So
I just
what
heard
bothered
it.
you then?
I'm gonna tell you everything. Let me start off with Brian Costello asking Aaron Glenn point blank, and this involves you, Sean, and it involves Craig, so keep your ears open on, hey, what happened with Wink Martindale? Because as you recall,
Yes.
and it wasn't just Sean who reported this. I think Connor Hughes put it out there too, that Wink Martindale was flown here. He was basically going to be the defensive coordinator. And then Aaron Glenn changed his mind. And there's thoughts that Woody Johnson pressured him to change his mind, saying, hey, I'm paying you a ton of money. Why am I now paying someone else a ton of money to call plays on defense? So that's been out there. I would also admit it's very believable, knowing the history of Woody Johnson. So Brian Costello asks him point blank, what the heck happened with that?
I'm glad that you asked that. And let me preface this by saying this first. You get respected in this league by winning, and when you do that, there's certain narratives that like just really change. And I think there's a narrative about this team. I think there's a narrative about me, about our general manager, and about Woody that really needs to change. And here's how Woody operates in this situation. I have an opportunity to go in there and speak with him about my vision on how I see the coaching staff, my vision on how I see the team. And Woody's answer is always, what can I do to help you? What can I do to help you be successful? And I feel fortunate to be in a position to have an owner that operates that way. So I would really like that narrative to change, that he's involved. He's trying to force me and Moose to do certain things. Man, he's there to support. He's always been there to support. And the only thing I can speak for is myself and my relationship with him. And it's been outstanding. So I guess to answer your question, he is not pushing me to pick coaches. He is not pushing me to operate this team a certain way. The only thing he's doing is supporting it, and I feel fortunate to have an owner like that.
The problem is most sane Jet fans don't believe you.
You're right.
And I hate to say that because I don't want to call anybody a liar, but based on our history of hearing Woody Johnson and seeing Woody Johnson and knowing all the different things he's done over the years, I just don't believe you. And when you end it by saying, it's such an honor or a privilege to have him as the owner, all of us laugh.
Yeah.
We scoff at it. And even the other stuff where he basically said, I made a lot of mistakes last year. I'm going to fix it. I like the words. I just don't believe him.
Yeah.
And I think that's my biggest issue with him. Some of the words make sense on paper, but then you listen to him and it's like, I just don't believe you. Meanwhile, Darren Muji, and maybe it's what you said, that he does have a small track record, but a track record of success from last year. But Darren Muji doesn't use big words. He doesn't, not big words, but big ideas.
He's not trying to over-explain it.
Yeah. It's just simple.
Just keep it simple. What Aaron Glenn should have said right there, and maybe it's because I've been in media for so long now, twice as long as I actually played the game.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I know, right? You don't need to get these detailed explanations about anything. He should have said, look, there's just perception about the Jets, what we would call LOL Jets, right? Whether it's the owner, whether it's the GM, whether it's the head coach, whether it's the team. The only way this is going away is if we start winning football games. My sole focus is to win football games. Nothing else matters. Right? Who cares what happened behind the scenes with Wink Martindale?
Right.
Keep it simple, stupid.
Yes.
So it's like the idea that you need to over-explain and prop up your owner and then make yourself look like you're like perfectly aligned with, it doesn't matter. Nobody cares.
Right.
The only thing we care about is winning. Winning. We want to hang with winners. We want to kick losers in their ass. That's the only thing.
No, you're right.
The only thing that matters.
You're right. And
say that.
You're 1,000% right. And look, no matter what Aaron Glenn or Darren Muji says, the opinion that we have of Woody Johnson isn't going to change.
Right.
So, the idea that, see, Aaron Glenn told you Woody wasn't handsy. It must be true. No. Unless you're delusional.
Right.
I just don't believe anything.
Right.
And when I listen to Darren Muji and he's asked questions about the quarterback room and building a roster, I don't know. Maybe it's part of it is that Darren Muji literally doesn't say anything, and maybe that helps.
Of course it does.
Maybe his inability to actually give an answer is a positive right now.
Evan, you're right. Because you know how we know about what Darren Muji is doing? By what Darren Muji does.
Yes. I think that's well said. We saw him do things
Simple.
that lead you to believe slightly.
Yes.
I didn't see anything from Aaron Glenn last year that makes me believe slightly.
Yeah.
And my biggest reason for wanting him back, as I said many times, wasn't because I believed in him. It was because I think the alternative was worse. And I thought firing a coach after 1 year with the reputation the Jets currently have was going to be a far worse situation. So even my defense of bringing this man back wasn't about the man. But what I keep telling myself is, even though I have to listen to what they say, it's part of what we do, and I know a lot of Jet fans and football fans want to hear from people at the Combine, I keep reminding myself, none of it matters.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, there is a draft in a few months, and Darren Muji needs to hit a home run. There's free agency in 2 weeks. We are weeks away from free agency, and he needs to hit a home run. I already put my quarterback big board list together. I have my preferences. Well, in a few weeks, we're going to get a damn good idea on Darren Muji's preferences, and he's got to get it right. Because the reality is this for both of them, fair or not. If they don't get it right, and there isn't major progress, they're both gone.
The Jets are a sewer.
And we're going to be talking about it from the beginning next year, about finding a new coach and finding a new GM. But I was very mixed listening to them. And
Yeah.
I want to believe in Glenn. You remember what I said a year ago? I was giddy about this hire.
Yep, of course.
I'm not hiding from that.
Well,
I believed all his rhetoric. And now when I hear the same rhetoric, it pisses me off.
Here's what might be the saving grace.
Yes.
Darren Muji could save him.
He could save him. He could save him.
Darren Muji could do such a great job that it helps Aaron Glenn do his job better. I mean, that's the relationship that should exist. It shouldn't be GM versus head coach. It should be symbiotic in a way. And I think in some regards, because Darren Muji is kind of the opposite as presentation wise of Aaron Glenn, it could quietly help Aaron Glenn do a better job.
Well, the first thing Darren Muji is doing in this offseason is the ultimate win. We're going to get to that coming up next. Plus your calls. Do you trust either of them? Or are you like me and Tiki where you trust one of them and not the other? 888-808-1019 is the number. And yes, I'm sorry. I know you guys don't want to hear this. I got a big issue with the Giants. And I will explain it coming up. A big issue with the New York Football Giants. And I don't think I've really heard it discussed yet. I will make my case. You guys will probably punch me in the face. I'll have a new back injury, but I got to get it off my chest because it bothered me yesterday. Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires. From Connecticut to Maine, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
I'm always on the go, juggling, cheer, and football, and running. Got a half marathon coming up in a couple of weeks here. I'm excited for that. But I value safety and knowing that my family is safe when I'm not with them. So I turn to our partners at Sloman's, who recently installed the Sloman Shield Link system into our home. It is an unbelievable smart home security solution combining safety, convenience, and peace of mind that I can manage right from my phone. You guys like going out on dates with your wives? I had a great date with my daughter last night. We went and saw Stranger Things. But tonight I'm going to go out with the wifey and have a babysitter coming over. But, young kids with a teenager, you kind of want to keep your eye on what's going on. So the security cameras that are set up all around the perimeter, we make sure that the lighting for the yard is all lit up. And if we're away and we know they're not going outside, we can turn on the alarm even from the comfort of our dinner table while we're having some wine. You should try and experience the future of home security and automation as well with the Sloman Shield Link system. Call 1-800-ALARM-ME. That's 1-800-ALARM-ME or visit slomans.com.
This portion of the program was sponsored by Kalshi. Trade on anything. Basketball's in full swing, and now you could trade the game in all 50 states on Kalshi. OKC is currently trading at 38% to beat Detroit. That means a $100 trade pays out $250 with a win. Download the Kalshi app and use code FAN to get $10 when you trade $100. Kalshi. Trade on anything.
It is gone! Put it in the box!
We're getting ready for another season of Yankees and Mets baseball on WFAN.
Going on deep drive right field, hit hard, and is screaming out of here.
We've got all the bases covered with breaking news, analysis, and good old-fashioned New York sports talk on The Fan, 101.9 FM, and always live on the free Odyssey app.
Ever wanted to go to the NBA Finals? Well, now's your chance, courtesy of FanDuel. All you have to do is use your profit boost on an NBA future, and you'll be entered for a shot to win an NBA Finals trip for two. NBA futures let you lock in your pick for who you think will go all the way, whether it's a team to win the championship or a conference title. Visit FanDuel.com/New York to get started. That's FanDuel.com/New York. Play your game with FanDuel, official sports betting partner of the NBA. We just love the app around here. It's safe and secure. When you win, you get paid instantly. FanDuel Sportsbook is the official sportsbook of WFAN. 21 and over and physically present in New York. No purchase necessary. Limit one entry for Profit Boost token. Opt-in required. Must apply Profit Boost token on select market. Restrictions apply. See full terms, including methods of entry at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Help with a gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
The President's Day sales event is happening now at Ramsey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. With incredible lease offers on all new Jeep and Ram trucks, you'll see why more Americans are electing to get their vehicles from Ramsey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. home of exceptional people, exceptional deals.
Operating engineers Local 825 are the men and women who make our region move. So whether it's roads, bridges, or our favorite team stadium, they build and maintain the critical transportation, water, and energy infrastructure we rely on. That's why their advocacy organization, ELEC, the Engineers Labor Employer Cooperative, fights for those priorities every day. That's ELEC, representing the signatory contractors and the hardworking men and women who build both New York and New Jersey.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
So I opened a restaurant and needed everything. Menus, signage, catering brochures.
Everything and then some.
I went to Staples. They printed it all and even suggested takeout menus.
One money pit with a side of fries.
But now at Staples, you get up to $125 off custom print orders.
$125 off. Now you're cooking. Brand your business in a big way at Staples.
That was easy.
Shop Staples in store, online, or in the app by 4/4 to unlock. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details.
This is the Game of the Week report, brought to you by Hyundai.
Pro basketball takes the court on Monday night with 3 big games. San Antonio will travel to take on Detroit, and out west, Sacramento will meet Memphis in what could be the most competitive contest of the night. And the evening wraps up with a Western Conference showdown as Utah faces Houston to close out the slate.
The Game of the Week report is brought to you by the all-new Hyundai Palisade Hybrid. Learn how it's so much more than just another SUV at HyundaiUSA.com.
This isn't just how you get there, it's how you arrive. Whatever the day brings, make it epic in the all-new Hyundai Palisade Hybrid. A sleek exterior, premium interior, and class-leading space for up to 8 with available third-row power seats that recline to give you room to live big. Make every day feel epic in the all-new Hyundai Palisade Hybrid with up to an EPA-estimated 619 miles of range on select trims, advanced tech, and class-leading interior space. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details.
I'm Tyler Kolek, and I got my Lincoln right here at Lincoln of Queens. Smooth ride, no hassle. They even delivered it right to my door. When it's time to save, it's time to go to Lincoln of Queens. During our month-long President's Day sale, you can save up to $8,000 off MSRP on all remaining 2025 Lincoln Navigators. Over 20 to choose.
On select models, excludes tax, title, and MV fees. See dealer for details. Expires March 3rd.
Lincoln of Queens, where Queens goes. Go New York, go New York, go.
Hey sports fans, when it's game time, it's Tully time. Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cask matured Irish whiskey. During the big games this season, toast your friends and your team with a Dew and a brew. At home or at your favorite sports bar. Because when it's game time, it's Tully time. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. 40% alcohol by volume. William Grant & Sons, New York, New York.
At Town Fair Tire, New England's largest name brand discount tire dealer, you get it all. The guaranteed lowest price, the most free services, and we accept all valid rebates from any manufacturer and from our competition. Yes, we accept them all, even competitor rebates. Town Fair Tire, New England's largest discount tire dealer. Now with over 120 stores from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Hi, it's Sal Licata here for CertaPro Painters. You know, my home is a very happy place, especially when my wife is satisfied. And while that's not an easy thing for me to achieve, my friends at CertaPro Painters had no such problems. Big jobs, small jobs, the good folks at CertaPro Painters are at your service. If you've been putting off a painting project, give them a call at 1-800-GO-CERTA. That's CERTA with a C, and you'll see exactly what I mean. When choosing a painting professional, the choice is simple. Choose happy. Choose CertaPro Painters.
Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated right here in our community. Schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com.
Hey, it's John Gallucci Jr., President and CEO at JAG Physical Therapy. It's hockey season, and your little pros get big injuries too. Parents, play it safe. If your son and daughter sustain an injury, JAG Physical Therapy is prepared. Our licensed physical therapists, occupational therapists, and certified athletic trainers treat you at our state-of-the-art facilities. Our physical therapists are certified to treat all sports injuries, from youth leagues to the big leagues. Injuries can happen to anyone, and it's important that you get treated right away. We are an in-network provider with most insurance companies, including Medicare. When you get injured, we're ready at JAG Physical Therapy, and we look forward to cheering you on from the sidelines.
JAG is the only outpatient physical therapy and occupational therapy provider that serves the 5 boroughs, Long Island, Rockland, Westchester, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania. Schedule your visit today at jagpt.com. That's JAGPT.com.
Get back the life you love at JAG Physical Therapy.
Your official station to talk Jets. The Fan, 101.9 FM and always live on the free Odyssey app. Download it today.
Late February, it's cold outside, it's snowing outside, but believe it or not, there is a lot going on. We'll get into the Nick loss from last night coming up this hour, ABS controversy in baseball, the U.S. men's Olympic team honored yet again, and I will let you know my issue with the New York Football Giants. But I do want to play you this clip since Dan sent it to me. This is over a year ago, me talking enthusiastically about Aaron Glenn.
I don't know what it is. I'm not exactly sure. I've been trying to pinpoint it over the last 24 hours. I am irrationally giddy about this hire. Aaron Glenn feels like the guy we've been waiting for.
How many times have I gone down that road?
You're right.
Well, I did feel that way. And what's funny is you could say this about, I'll use the presidential comparison when you first vote for somebody, because a lot of Americans will vote for somebody and then 4 years later, they're sick of them. It happens a lot, right? So whether it was Obama, Trump, doesn't matter, right? You love the rhetoric at first. You're like, oh, yeah, I like this. Hope and change. This is great. They're going to build the wall. This is it. They're going to pay for it. This is great. And then 4 years later, there's a lot of Americans who see the same stuff. Yeah. And they're like, hope and change my ass.
Yeah, nothing's changed. And we had no hope left. What the hell?
Build that wall, my ass. And I feel like that's me a year into Aaron Glenn. Like everything he said a year ago, I believed, I bought it, I'm voting for. I'm like, you're my guy. And then a year later, he's honestly saying similar grandiose things. Yeah. Except it pisses me off.
Yeah, because he hasn't won. You just got to win.
Yes.
It's very simple.
And if you don't win, the tone needs to just be slightly different.
Yes.
But where I do give Darren Mugia a lot of credit is the Breece Hall announcement yesterday, which was a huge story that he confirmed that Breece Hall is going to be on the Jets in 2026. I believe him.
Yes.
I don't think this is some kind of game. They're either going to sign him or they're going to franchise tag him. And I think that's the wise decision. It's the decision I recommended a few weeks ago. Not that Darren Mugia's listening to me.
Darryl, Mr. Smiles, Muhi.
But I do think it's the right decision. So I hope they get a long-term deal done. I think it's better for the Jets. It could bring the cap number down a little bit. And it's also good for Breece. I mean, Breece wants to be taken care of. We all understand why franchise tags are not really appealing to players despite them getting a lot of money. So I do now hope that they can work something out. I think that they will. You also want guys in the best moods.
Right.
Especially when you're the Jets.
Right. But it seems like they are trying to work out a long-term deal.
I think so.
And that's the best for everybody because of how good he's been. But also, you just need a competent, consistent running back.
Absolutely. You want as many weapons on offense for whomever the quarterback is.
Right.
Whether it's a veteran, whether it's a young guy you're giving a shot to, whether it's somebody you draft. And Breece Hall certainly supplies that. I'll tell you why I'm pissed at the Giants coming up in a few minutes, but let's get to some of your calls. 888-808-1019. James in Ronkonkoma. Good morning, James.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Listen,
I'm sick of the Jets. I've been a Jet fan since 1969. Like Joe, I'm 67, a little younger. I got a better story I want to give to you this morning. My youngest son turned 28 yesterday. As of a year ago, he set the pull-up record for 8 hours at 5,450. It's official.
What?
As of this weekend.
Wow.
Wait, no, Evan, forget that. And guys, I love you both. I miss you on the drive time. Forget that. This Saturday, now my son weighs 180 pounds. He broke the 12 and the 24. Listen to these numbers. The 12-hour was 7,300. Okay? He did 8,090.
What?
Wow.
Forget that.
Forget that.
The 24-hour was just broken in the end of January by Enrique. I forget his last name. He lives in Mexico. He did 12,345. My son finished in 22 hours, 12,450.
Wow.
In weight, Tiki. You'd appreciate this, Tiki.
Yeah.
In weight, he picked up 2,200,000 pounds.
Oh, my God. Can I ask you a dumb question?
It's not official yet.
That is insane.
Does he get breaks, or is it like Conley? How does that work?
Well, no, you do sets like anything else.
okay.
You do so many per minute, $7.50 an hour
but still,
kind of
it's
idea.
just the consistency of doing it over and over and over.
You know,
that's just rough, man.
That is, I almost want to challenge you because we have these bars at the WFAN studio, and I've seen Tiki do pull-ups before. How many can you do in a row before your arms just give out?
I can probably do. Well, it's different because this is a close bar, so it's just my muscles are contracted, not really out like a real pull-up bar. So I could probably do 20, maybe 18 or 20,
and that's it.
And then that's it. And then I'd be shot. And then to do it again, it would take me, 45 minutes before I felt like I could do another 20.
And look at this kid. The best part about
that's
is
insane.
Sean's reaction to that phone call.
Well, he's also light. The kid's probably light.
Yeah, he's 180.
Yeah, he's 180.
He said 180.
180's heavy.
How heavy are you?
I probably weigh 192, something like that.
No excuses. That kid's a maniac. Sean was so disgusted by that phone call because he's almost like, we're talking Jets, we're the Jets. But don't you understand? I'm starting to understand this as a Jet fan. The Jet fan is starting to not even care to where they'll just say on Sports Talk Radio, I hate the Jets. I don't care about them. Let me tell you about my son's record.
And it was a great record. He should be proud. But he kind of dissuaded away from a previous conversation I had when screening him. That's why.
Who cares?
He got past the goalie. What are you going to do? You know what? Get everybody through.
Aren't we getting to the point with the Jets where it's like everything we're saying is true and you care, but then you lose the care?
Yeah.
And that's scary. And that's not scary for me because I'm old enough where I'm always going to care. But there's a 12-year-old who's just not going to care anymore.
Right. That's a big 12-year-old, dude.
Well, I know. I made up a 12-year-old. His son was 28.
Oh, 28.
By the way, probably a better athlete than some of the Jets currently. So maybe get him on the team.
I mean, it ain't that far off. Let's go to Sam in Lakewood. What's up, Sam?
All right, first, I want to apologize to Sean. I just want to say I could do a grand total of 0 pull-ups, by the way.
Me too. I'm with you.
All right, so we have to get some perspective right now. This new head coach, or I shouldn't say new anymore, Aaron Glenn, just watched a head coach get fired not even mid-season. So how could you fault this guy? Of course he has not had success. He has not been successful as a head coach, as a quote-unquote superpower play caller, but we have to understand he's preserving his own job. Muji has some runway. We said it before. We understand it. This guy, whatever he says, you cannot take seriously. And until, like Tiki said, until there is success under his belt, I will just tune out everything he says on the podium. It's white noise. It's nonsense. So whatever. Yeah, we're a cesspool. Yes, we have no quarterback. Yes, our skill position room is inept. Yes, our defense is a joke. But you know what? Why are we focusing on a head coach that has a 0 talent roster that just cleaned house completely, admitting to all of his mistakes? Is he the answer? Absolutely not. But should we take what he says seriously? No. Who cares?
I mean, it's a good way to think about it because you kind of need success before you can believe.
Right.
And it just is what it is. And I think it's clearly from a fan standpoint and a media standpoint. But the team probably does believe because it's just the nature of an athlete in season in your current situation. But you almost feel like Aaron Glenn has to say these things so that he can keep believing in himself.
Right. It's almost like you say it for yourself.
Yes.
And, you mentioned how defense is my superpower is going to be a phrase that lives with him. And I agree with that. Even though that didn't bother me yesterday, I totally agree that that's the clip, that's the drop that all of us are going to play around.
Right.
Like, we're all going to do it every time the Jets give up 80
Play
points.
call is my superpower, really.
Play calling is my superpower.
It's just like we said it with Salah.
Yeah.
It got appropriated because my guy, Teddy Swims, he has a song where he says, all gas, no brakes. And that's why I think about that now instead of Robert Saleh.
You know what saved Saleh, though? That phrase, when he used it at his press conference, had been used before.
Right.
So it wasn't something new. I don't know in recorded history if we've heard anyone say.
Play call is my superpower, really.
I haven't heard anyone say.
No, it's new.
So it's his and it's new.
Unique.
And what makes it so challenging for him is that next season, and I get they have a lot of cap space and they got a ton of draft capital, which I have advised they should use on defense. How good is their defense actually going to be?
It's either going to be on the banner outside the Jet facility on Park Avenue, or it's going to be on his epithet.
Right. And just based on the talent that's going to be on the roster. I mean, think about it. I think of you. Okay, let's say they use all their draft picks on defense.
I hate rookies.
I mean, now you're relying on rookies.
That's true. It's a good point.
So you put yourself in a tough spot where
they have free agency. You got to believe they're going to.
Yes.
They as much as we want to talk about the draft, I think the bigger, let's call it opportunity for the Jets is in free agency.
Mm-hmm.
They need to make a splash. And it's going to be quiet because that's how they do everything over there. But you got to have some. You can't just rely on rookies coming in here to make this thing right.
And I think they will. I think they will add veterans in free agency, but I don't know if they're going to add enough from free agency and the rookie talent pool to be like a top 15 defense.
Right.
Like, I don't know what this defense is going to look like next year. So you already put yourself in a very tough spot. Now, I want to tell you what annoyed me about the Giants, because I don't know if this bothered you guys. Maybe it did, maybe it didn't. But it all started with a story that came out yesterday morning. All right, it was by Paul Schwartz in the New York Post. And I'll read it to you. Giants ownership is not happy with the characterization outside the building that Shane's responsibilities are diminished or that he has been relegated only to scouting. He has operated this offseason in the same manner he has had in his previous 4. The reason this bothered me is, number one, it doesn't matter. Okay, who cares what people think? Who cares what Joe Shane's actually doing? I would be the first to tell you it's a nothing burger. People can believe whatever they want. What really, really bothered me is ownership is that upset about that. They should be upset about the fact that they put 2 of their top executives out there at a press conference yesterday to have to answer questions about Steve Tisch. And they have offered nothing other than a blank statement a few weeks ago.
Right.
So my opinion, and this pisses me off, so I'm trying to remain calm. That's what you're not happy about? You're not happy about a dopey article from Pat Leonard? That's where your priorities are?
Yeah.
You're not happy with what giant podcasters are saying? How about not be happy that this Tisch thing is still out there?
Right.
And you released a statement that was feckless, just like the NFL did. And I put it on the NFL as well. And so when I read a story like that, I'm like, wow, your priorities are messed up, bro.
Well, my only defense of my team, my Giants, and the Mayer family, is that they're still looking at this. Just like the league is still looking at it.
Are they looking at it?
And it's premature to say anything. That's going to be my assumption, that they're still investigating this in some capacity. And so until there is a definitive evaluation from the Giants standpoint and probably a methodology of what to do to mitigate this, then it's not worth saying anything, because then you get caught in the middle and now you're answering questions before you know what you're doing.
Yeah, but the problem I had is, and I feel bad for Joe Shane and John Harbaugh. They did nothing wrong in this case, but they're standing there yesterday, and rightfully so. They're asked about this. And I know, of course, well, they shouldn't be asked about it. Ask the NFL. Look, they work for the man, all right? They work for the Giants.
Yeah.
Of course they're going to be asked.
Yeah, but John probably very limitedly knows.
I agree. And that's why I feel bad for him, because there's no good answer. But you put them out there on a stage where they got to answer questions about this. Ownership isn't answering questions about this.
Right.
Steve Tisch put out a statement basically denying anything, and then more came out a few weeks later. Like, I just think you put your employees in a really tough spot, and what they got going for them is that most people don't care.
Yeah.
I could be wrong about this.
No, you're right. Most people don't.
I haven't listened to the station that much over the last 24 hours, being bedridden. I don't know if anyone brought this up. I hope Craig did, but I have no guarantee he did. I don't know if the morning guys brought it up, because we're letting it go. We're just moving on from it. And I understand that. But that really pissed me off yesterday, especially that article. Like, that's you're so concerned about the people's thoughts on Joe Shane. Be concerned about the Epstein files.
The challenge, Evan, is that this is an issue of morality and not criminality.
Yeah.
And so right now, there are immoral people in this league. Trust me. Have we seen all the stuff with Jerry Jones?
I understand.
Right? There are not good people that are at the heads of a lot of organizations, and without a criminal and just malfeasance that's just at a ridiculously high level, what can you actually do? He's a bad guy. We don't like him as our business partner. Great, but he's still our business partner.
Yeah, so there are things you can do, but you're right that if you do it with him, does it open up everyone else who's done other things?
Right.
And it's a fair point. I guess it's just, I don't think I would have been that annoyed, honestly, if that stupid Post article didn't come out. Like, if Joe Shane and John Harbaugh were just asked the questions, and they did nothing wrong.
Right.
They are doing nothing wrong here. Even their answers, like, what are they supposed to say? They're in a horrible spot. I would have mentioned it. I've been like, yeah, it's a tough spot for them to be in. But I freaking hated that article because that's leaked out. We're pissed off about the Joe. We're so upset about Joe Shane's reputation.
But who cares?
Come on. I agree. Who cares?
I agree with you on that regard. It felt like a pointless point.
Yeah. By the way, I agree with you. Like, if there was nothing going on with Tisch, I think we would have brought it up and said, who cares? Right. Nothing burger. I don't care who's really running it. Yeah, we probably know John Harbaugh is, and that's fine. But at the end of the day, if there's success with this team, it doesn't matter if Joe Shane's been diminished or not. Right. But the timing of it, like for that to come out, and then a few hours later, you got your guys being pounded with questions about Steve Tisch, and they have no answer. Right. And there's no evidence that you're doing anything about it. There's no evidence the league's doing anything about it. There's no evidence that the other side of Giant ownership isn't doing anything about it. It's just like, yeah, whatever. Yeah, he's on the Epstein list. Sure. He was hanging out with a pedophile for all those years, a known sex offender, whatever. Like, just move on, everybody. Just look away.
No, I think you're right. And
Thank you.
I get the perception is bad. Here's how you stop that. You don't call Paul Schwartz and say, here, we want you to put this out. You know what you do? You announce an extension for however many years for Joe Shane. 1 year, 2 year, 3 years. Because if you extend Joe Shane and we find that out publicly, he got asked about that yesterday, then who's sitting there questioning what he does? He's locked up. We're questioning that because he's only got a year left and we just changed the structure. Yeah. So instead of taking your time to do that, put pen to paper and put an extension and we all shut up about it and then nobody looks bad.
Yeah, that's right. Joe Shane, for whatever it's worth, is a lame duck who perceptually has been marginalized. And so you have to ask the question. And when he gives you nothing on it, like you get distracted by something else.
Right.
But if we're talking about Joe Shane being here for the long haul, then it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if he's collaborating with Don Aponte, who, by the way, he knows because he worked with it in Miami. Right. Or he's reporting to John Mara or John Harbaugh or whatever. Like, none of that matters if he's locked up.
No, and I think that's a very fair point. I think if he does get locked up, it's less of a story.
Yes.
I just know as a fan, John Harbaugh's here and he's running the show. Okay? We all know that.
Yes.
Who cares specifically what work Joe Shane is doing or not doing?
And where it falls in the hierarchy of getting whatever needs to get done, get done.
It doesn't matter. Like, if the Giants make a pick at 5 that you guys disagree with, and look, the drafts are kind of funny because I think at the end of the day, that's a talented player, so you'd probably be okay with no matter what they do.
Yeah, of course.
But let's just say you're upset. Like, let's say they take Jeremiah Love.
That's the one.
There's the one. They take a running back. I know they're not, but I'm just walk me through this world here. And you're mad.
Yeah, I'd be upset with that.
Who are you specifically going to rip on sports talk radio the next day?
Well, if they draft a running back, that's a John Harbaugh decision.
Of course it is. I think any decision that's made will be perceived as a John Harbaugh decision. I think Joe Shane is going to be irrelevant, whether it's fair or not. It doesn't even matter.
As it pertains to who they pick, I think you're right.
As it pertains to the way we talk about the team.
But as it pertains to who evaluated that pick, that's still Joe Shane.
Oh, no, you're totally right. I mean it more in terms of how we talk about the Giants on Sports Talk Radio.
Right.
How Sean talks about them on his podcast. Like, I think any criticisms and any success on decisions that are made will go to John Harbaugh. So then perception, reality, it doesn't matter. Like, John's running the team. Yeah. Joe's not in our mind. Who cares if he is or isn't? I'm sure at this point, Joe Shane's like, I don't care. I'm going to do my work. Right. I'm going to get paid. I do not need to be the center of Evan and Tiki's grade system at the end of the season.
Right.
Or in the middle of the season. You know what I mean?
Hey, he got a B+ from me.
He did. Yeah. He did.
So, his family enjoyed it at family game night, clearly.
That's right.
Like, do you care, Sean, who runs the Giants?
Do I care who runs the Giants?
The perception of who runs it?
The perception? No. I know that John Harbaugh has more say than probably Brian Dable did, and I'm comfortable with that.
And that's it.
And I'm operating under the offseason that Joe Shane is not completely, not making any moves, but everything has to run through John Harbaugh. That's the way the structure is, and I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
So I don't even care about it.
I agree. And that's why when a story like that comes out about how upset ownership is about a perception, it pisses me off that their priorities aren't straight.
Well,
I apologize. I wanted to get that out there. No, hold on. You've already agreed with me.
No, I do agree with it, but let's also just make one thing clear. We may not have liked it, but the Giants and Steve Tisch did issue a statement.
What was the statement? Why don't you read it to us?
Okay, I will pull it back up.
No, I want you to read it to us.
Okay, can I pull it back up?
Yeah, no.
I'm not saying you have to agree with it. It seemed low.
In my opinion, and I said it at the time, and I haven't reread the statement in a while, but I remember my initial reaction was, that's a feckless statement. That was the way I took it. Same thing with the NFL, by the way. I am not, and Goodell's answers at the press conference,
they just sloughed it off.
I mean, they could not have cared less about it.
Right.
So that's what I mean. Yeah, the statement was just put out there because it had to be. And now here we are a few weeks later, and you knew these guys were going to be asked about it.
Of course.
And I think
because they haven't had a sit down like this since he was brought in, right?
Right. No one's spoken since. So whenever you find that statement, read it to us.
I know.
You can't find it. I understand. It was that feckless. It's like it doesn't exist anymore.
But that was my point, though. It wasn't to defend him, but it was they did comment on it. We didn't like the comment.
Right.
So when
it
they commented
detailed enough, but it was also at the very beginning.
Right.
Here's my, okay, I'll end it with this. What bothered me about that leak or the New York Post article was I believe you should be more concerned about the perception of that story than the story of Joe Shane and John Harbaugh, in my opinion.
I think you're right, but I also think neither one matters.
Well, I think the ownership thing does matter.
Neither one matters.
But it
I'm
does
just telling
matter.
you.
You don't think it matters?
I don't think it does.
Because they're not going to do anything about it.
Well, even if they,
no one's going to do
whether
anything
they're going
about
to do anything about it or not, how is it affecting what's happening on the football field for the New York Giants?
Zero.
Exactly.
Zero. It's a non-football story, in my opinion.
Right.
I just bring it up because
it's an ownership structure story.
Yes, and because ownership was so upset about, well, Joe Shane, right. That's where I got it.
Well, that's on Paul.
Yeah,
that's on Paul for creating this ownership cares about this, but not about that. He should have worded it differently.
We should have followed up and said, "What do you think of the?"
Or he should have just not done it. Because ultimately, who cares what we believe about Joe Shane?
I agree, because if he doesn't do it, I'm not bitching about it at 10:45 in the morning.
Right.
Let's get back to your call. Sorry, Ben is calling from Brooklyn. Hey, Ben.
Hey, thanks so much for having me on. Listen, I obviously am fine with Joe Shane sticking around because John Harbaugh took the job, but they do show themselves as being very small, the Giants, that they're giving credence to a random article from Paul Schwartz or any reporter. At the end of the day, just focus on what you got to do, put a winning product on, and it just seems very Jets-like, no offense, Evan. Very amateur. So I'm just saying, like, at a certain point, just do what you got to do and don't worry about the outside noise.
Because it doesn't matter. I agree with you, despite you taking an unneeded shot at the New York Jets.
Shrapnel.
Which is probably more offensive to Sean and Tiki, because right now they never want to be compared to the New York Jets. So I would say that you, Tiki, were more offended by that comment than I was.
Right.
I mean, we've been compared for a decade, and rightfully so at times.
I know, but now you don't, because you got it right. Like, you have a quarterback, you have a head coach. Like, the days of being compared to the Jets, in your mind, needs to end. Let's go to Andrew in Eastchester. What's up, Andrew?
Perfect segue. Speaking of the Jets, right?
Yes.
Is Glenn essentially a lame duck this year? Is there any scenario under which he comes back? Because you look at the future, you look at all the picks they have over the next 2 years. I get it; it was his first year, in the big seat. But has he shown any traits or any indication that with such a potentially positive and impactful future coming up, that he's the right guy for the job?
Well, I think his
the answer is no.
Yeah, no, not outwardly, but I do think his team likes him.
Oh, that's good.
But But I think part of that, and maybe even a big part of that, is because he was a former player. Because he was a good player.
Right.
And you just respect a guy who was good at his job doing what you're now doing. Like if I all of a sudden walked in and the Giants out of nowhere, instead of hiring John Harbaugh, hired Tiki Barber as their new head coach, I would have no idea what I'm doing. But the guys in the locker room would like me.
For a time.
Yes. Until I prove that I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
Well, and that's part of the problem. Has he proven he doesn't know what he's doing? I think the answer to that question is...
It's hard. It's a hard one after a year.
Yeah, no, and that's the thing. So when you ask the question, and it's a great one, is there any route to Aaron Glenn not just being a lame duck head coach? I think, A, let's see what they do in the offseason and what kind of team they're trying to build.
Right.
And then, B, I think the answer is, significant progress. Right. I mean, if all of a sudden this team with a really, really young defense and a young quarterback that they acquire, who they give a shot to, whether it's Tanner McKee or somebody else, and they go out and they win 6 or 7 games, I don't think Aaron Glenn's going to be fired off a season like that.
No, I don't think so either. So it's all about proving competency, and then ultimately just winning.
Yes.
Just find a way to win.
The problem with the winning, and this is why my strategy around quarterbacks has been kind of boom or bust. I don't want to go in the middle. I don't want Kirk Cousins, even though it's already been officially announced he's going to be cut, is that if I win games next year, which of course I want the wins to be with young players who I'm growing old with, not veterans who are just finding ways for me to win some games next season.
But the reality is, we had this conversation briefly yesterday. Kirk Cousins is the best option for your current coordinator.
I understand that, but he's not the best option for certain fans like myself.
I agree.
Who view this
Evan,
boomer bust strategy.
I will not disagree with you at all on that.
And that's why
it feels like, all right, and then what?
Well, that's the problem. Who said it? I was on a Giant podcast I was actually invited on, the Giants Insider podcast.
Talking Giants?
No, I wasn't on that one. They haven't invited me yet.
Yeah, we talk to people that talk Giants.
Well, I was on the Giants Insider, and I talk Giants.
You were talking on the Giant Insider about the Giants?
Not just the Giants, but yes, the Giants. We talked
Jerry
about
got that desperate, huh?
Wow.
Yeah.
Anyhow, Chris.
I love Jerry.
Did you like wedge in the Jets?
They wedged in the Jets. They asked me some Jet questions, and one of the things that Chris Bisignano said, who's a great reporter for the Giants or covers the Giants, he said, "What about Kirk Cousins?" Same thing you did.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's a bridge to nowhere. And then what was what I was screaming at him. And then what? We win 7 games. And then what? Like, and that's my biggest problem. I don't want and then what?
Right.
Like with Derek Carr, I can see him quarterbacking for 4 or 5 years. I don't see that with Kirk Cousins. So the then what is what turns me off.
Yeah.
But I want a quarterback that at least gives us the hope of potential and not just somebody that works well with Frank Reich for a year.
You don't want to get caught in what Frank Reich had before when he was in Indianapolis, where it was like, all right, let's go get Carson Wentz. Let's get Matt Ryan.
Exactly.
It just becomes like, what the heck are we even doing out here? By the way, how many times did you mention the Mets?
I didn't bring anything up. I was being interviewed.
Okay, but how much did the Mets, did they get mentioned?
A little bit. Not a lot.
Of course, it's a football podcast.
Here's the problem with this
So
whole
you're
thing.
ripping the podcast is what you guys are doing.
No. I'm not ripping the podcast. I'm going to rip you for a second.
What'd I do?
You are just, hey, I was on this Giant podcast. They asked me about Kirk Cousins, and yet you had the nerve to bring the air. Guys, you think I should have Aaron Boone on the Rico? What's he talking about? So the manager of a baseball team can't go on your Met podcast, but you as the Jet fan can go on a Giant podcast and you don't see the issue there?
Well, that's their decision. They invited me. I didn't invite myself.
But did you think it was a good decision?
Yeah, I thought it was fine.
Okay, so how could you say putting Boone on a Met podcast is a bad decision?
All right, it's a touche.
Back you in the corner and just tip your hat.
I'm putting Boone on.
Oh, good. You didn't announce that to us yet.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, if he's available, Hoff does all the producing.
Right.
I mean, I assume he's going to come on. I assume he'll be on.
Okay,
and I'll
good.
ask him about Devin Williams, Luke Weaver, and every other former Yankee that's on the Mets. By the way, I've been waiting an hour for this, so give us the, the WF, whatever it's called.
You should know by now it's called the Fan Focus.
Fan Focus.
The Fan Focus is sponsored by Chef IQ. Precision cooking, effortless results. ChefIQ.com. After a day of travel just to make it to the game, the Mavs beat the Nets 123-114 as the tank continues in Brooklyn. Meanwhile, in Cleveland, on the ugliest orange court in the league, the Cavs took down the lifeless Knicks with a second-half surge, 109-94. Donovan Mitchell said hello, Mets fans, with 23 points. And James Harden, in his first game versus the Knicks as a Cleveland Cavaliers, scored 20 points.
There's a lot to get to from this
The
game.
New York Knicks are trash.
And when we
especially in the third quarter.
Oh, yes. When we come back, it's the regular season. You don't want to get too nuts. But the things that happened in this game that should concern you moving forward. We'll get into the Knicks coming up, plus more of your phone calls at 888-808-1019. A lot of football, some basketball, even some baseball coming up as the show rolls on. A lot to do as we take you until the Carton Show at 2 o'clock. If you've been thinking about replacing those old chilly windows and doors, now is the time. Windorama is kicking off their winter warm-up sale, and now you can save up to 40% on your installation project when you purchase and install through Windorama. 40% off, big savings, great products and brands. An expert, oh my God, he's doing pull-ups. Count them, Sean. 6,
7,
8,
7,
9, 10, 11, 12. Tiki's doing push-ups. 13, 14, 15. Oh, my God, he's a monster. 16, 17, 18. He's getting tired. 19, 20, 21. Holy crap, 22.
Wow.
He's at 23 pull-ups, 24 pull-ups. He's at 25. He's weakening. 26. He's struggling. Give it up. 26 for Tiki Barber.
He just did 26 more than I've done in my whole life.
Hey, check out it, a Windorama. 40% off, big savings, great products and brands, and expert installation. Hard to beat that. Impossible to beat that. Keep the warm air in, the cold air out, and upgrade your home the right way. Visit Windorama.com and stop by for one of their showrooms today. Windorama, your window and door specialist since 1977.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
The New York Knicks played embarrassing basketball in last night's loss on the road in Cleveland, got blown out last week by Detroit, and at this point in the season, it's hard to really trust New York to make a run and win the Eastern Conference and get to the NBA Finals. The team is too inconsistent. Karl Anthony Towns disappears for long stretches at a time, and right now, it feels like Boston, Detroit, and Cleveland, all more likely to win the East than New York. I'm Nick Costos.
Furnished by IntelliBrands. Whether because of discomfort, lack of mobility, your lifestyle, or occupation, you sit inactively way too many hours a day. Get an Ellipse, the premium quality automatic seated exerciser that strengthens legs, increases mobility, and boosts circulation without physical strain or impact. Improve your flexibility and balance. Strengthen and tone your legs.
My joints feel better, my knees feel better, my back feels better, and it makes me feel stronger too.
My circulation is moving. I'm burning calories, and it makes me feel energetic.
It's so quiet that none of my coworkers even know I'm using it.
Call now and order Ellipse, the seated exerciser that strengthens legs, increases mobility, and boosts circulation. And for a limited time, get a free upgrade to our deluxe bundle with a faster motor, sport mat, and wireless remote. Call 800-555-1212. That's 800-555-1212. 800-555-1212 now. These statements and products have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or condition.
I built this business the old-fashioned way. Hard work and a whole lot of spreadsheets.
Yeah, about that, I upgraded us to Odoo. Odoo puts everything we need, sales, inventory, accounting, on one connected platform. No more juggling systems, no more headaches.
So it all works together?
Exactly.
Odoo is the all-in-one business software that makes running and passing on a business easier than ever. Take your business into the next generation. Try Odoo free at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio.
Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Powerful doesn't just happen. You have to make it happen. So the moment Total Wireless offers a free Samsung S25 FE with Galaxy AI, when you switch to Total 5G or 5G Plus Unlimited 3-month plan, you take the network as powerful as you, with unlimited 5G data that won't slow you down. Now that's a total power move. Visit your neighborhood Total Wireless store. Device taxes and fees may apply. Requires new activation on a Total 5G Unlimited 3-month plan or higher. External port in and ID verification. Available only in Total Wireless stores. Limit to 4 devices per account.
See what sets Mazda apart in the Mazda CX-5. The smart choice for those who expect more from their drive. With standard iActive all-wheel drive and advanced safety features, the CX-5 gives you confidence in every condition. Its effortless handling and responsive performance set it apart from the crowd. Inside, you'll find thoughtful, crafted design for comfort and connection. There's more to a Mazda. Lease the 2025 Mazda CX-5 for $209 a month. Visit your local Mazda dealer or MazdaUSA.com.
You're still grooving, still connecting, still loving, still turning up, still thriving. You still got it, but your immune system, it weakens as you age. That's where vaccines come in. They help train and strengthen your immune response to fight off respiratory illnesses like flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, or COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Book in minutes at VaxAssist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Injured? Don't be a whiner. Call me, attorney Mark Miner. I'm Mark Miner, and I have over 30 years of experience handling personal injury cases. If you or a loved one has been injured in an accident, don't whine. Call 1-800-LAW-LINE. You can trust that the personal injury law firm of Zalman, Schnurman & Miner will treat you with respect and fight for your rights. Don't whine. Call 1-800-LAW-LINE for a free consultation. Our goal is to transform your pain into payment. If there is no recovery, there is no fee. We handle all type of accident cases and value the opportunity to help you. The sooner you call, the better. If you are injured, call 1-800-LAW-LINE so we can discuss how to transform your pain into payment. Don't be a whiner. Call Zalman, Schnerman, and Minor at 1-800-LAW-LINE.
Zalman, Schnerman, and Minor, personal injury attorneys.
Don't whine. Call 1-800-LAW-LINE. That's 1-800-LAW-LINE.
That's the sound of James adding long-lasting Gain scent boosters to his laundry this morning. Several hours later, James sniffs the irresistible scent of Gain on his shirt. Gain. Several hours later, James has even caught the attention of his mother-in-law, and she never gives him attention.
Ooh, you smell amazing, James.
Oh, thanks, Mom. I love you too.
I never said that.
Add Gain scent boosters to your laundry. Add joy to your day.
Are you 50 or older? This news is for you. The CDC recommends you get vaccinated against pneumococcal pneumonia. Even if you're healthy, your age puts you at risk. People 50 or older are over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia compared to adults 18 to 49. Just one shot can help protect you. Learn more and schedule at vaxassist.com. That's VAXassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Get the latest on the Giants and Jets on WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
What happened last night in Cleveland is unacceptable, and specifically what happened last night in Cleveland that's unacceptable is how Karl Anthony Towns got iced out of this game. He was 4 for 4 from the field early. He probably should have had more first-half shots to begin with, and then in the second half took only 1 shot. And we have said a lot over the last few weeks. It's kind of the big discourse around the Karl Anthony Towns question, which is, who do you blame for the disappearing act? Is it Cat? Is it the head coach? Is it Jalen Brunson? And I've always taken the side of it's a little bit of everybody. On this day, I am going to put the blame on one specific person more than others, and that person is Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson played a lot of hero ball last night. The ball movement, the spraying of the basketball that we see when the Knicks are at their best didn't happen last night.
Right.
And so this is a problem. Because the Knicks beat the Bulls on Sunday because of Karl Anthony Towns. A big part of why they came back against the Rockets was Karl Anthony Towns. Shaq said it to him. We played the audio on Monday where he lectured him and said, you need to be great. He was not allowed to be great in the second half last night.
So it's a fine line between taking what's given, meaning what the defense is giving to, and you let natural flow of your point guard happen, versus demanding the ball. And I feel like at some points, Karl Anthony Towns needs to demand the ball.
It's not happening.
It's because it's not his personality.
So you need Jalen Brunson to make sure that happens.
Right. You're right. And so so who's more at fault, Karl Anthony Towns or Jalen Brunson?
Right now, I'd say Jalen Brunson, because we have to understand who this man is. He just doesn't.
He's not going to change.
He's not going to demand the basketball. So you need a great point guard. And Jalen Brunson's a great player. I don't know sometimes if he's a great point guard. I think those two things are very different. He's a great player. Is he a great point guard? One of the things to be a great point guard, and I watched the best of them all play every second
Jason Kidd.
for almost a decade in Jason Kidd. I know what a great point guard looks like, is someone who makes people around them better. And specifically, this player needs to be made to look better because Shaq nailed it on Saturday night. They're not winning unless he plays like a star, and we know he's capable of playing like a star.
But he has to be allowed to. And I wonder. So we talk about Mike Brown and how he's managing this team, and really the personalities of this team. And early on this year, it felt like the bristling was happening with Karl Anthony Towns. It felt like he was dogging him on his lack of, physicality in the paint, dogging him on the fact that he's always on the ground, dogging him on like his just the physical nature of his play, and especially on the defensive side of the ball. And there are moments when he does that where it affects him. Like you see him start to play better. You know what I mean? In a positive way.
Yeah.
He never says anything about Jalen Brunson. He never do you hear him criticizing Jalen Brunson?
No, he better not. And even if he's right, it won't go over well.
Yeah, but why not?
What do you want to say publicly? Get me the ball more?
No. I'm talking about Mike Brown saying Jalen Brunson has to do X,
Oh,
Y,
I
Z
got
better.
you. Mike Brown criticizing Jalen Brunson.
100%.
Yes.
Because even the best players still need to be coached.
Yeah.
And honestly, the best players should want to be coached. Because how do you make yourself consistently the best you can be? It's by not believing that you have every answer.
Right.
And sometimes it feels like Jalen Brunson plays like he has every answer. And when you end up as a team shooting 27% and him and Mikal Bridges are, I don't know, what were they, 12 or 30 something?
It was brutal.
It was brutal.
Yeah.
So be creative in a different way, Jalen Brunson, as opposed to constantly relying on yourself to be that guy. And then you get outscored in the third quarter by, they scored 11?
Yeah, they scored 11 points in the third quarter, 23-11.
That's unfathomable.
I mean, the 23 part wasn't bad. That's pretty good defense against Cleveland. But the 11 part was very bad. And the thing about Mikal Bridges, I mean, I'm going to sound like a broken record, but I don't really care. Even though he got to the line 6 times yesterday, he again just continues to avoid contact.
Yes.
And you see it on a nightly basis, where that aggression that you should have goes away. My other critique from yesterday, and I'm not going to get nuts about this because it's not a playoff game. It was a regular season basketball game. And just for the record, the Knicks have already wrapped up the season series victory over the Cleveland Cavaliers. So even though they are technically tied right now, the Knicks have the tiebreaker, and they will have the tiebreaker for the rest of the season because, again, they've won the tiebreaker, okay? And I understand it's the regular season, as I point out many, many times.
Right.
But if this was the playoffs, Mitchell Robinson should have started that game. If you are playing the Cavaliers in a best-of-7 series, and it is absolutely on the table that that's going to go down at some point, the biggest adjustment that Mike Brown has to play is to tell Josh Hart, Joshy, we love you. We know you want to start. Your ass is going on the bench, and Mitchell Robinson is playing because you saw a difference with the toughness of this team when Mitch was there. It's almost like Josh Allen, or Jared Allen. I got the football on my mind. Sorry, Jared. It's almost like Jared Allen's a little intimidated by Mitch.
I mean,
being serious.
Well, Mitch is just he's intimidating.
Yes,
wouldn't be the first time Jared Allen's intimidated by somebody in the playoffs.
Right, but he's long as hell. Like he dominates on the boards. He actually is tough in the paint, despite looking like he's frail. But so, of course, he's got to be intimidated.
Mitchell Robinson last night was their best player.
Yes.
And he was only on the floor for 19 minutes. So that's a lesson for Mike Brown because I do think a Nick Cavalier series in the postseason is absolutely on the table. Why wouldn't it be? And that's a big adjustment that Mike Brown's going to need to make.
Do you think the Cavs looked any different last night, Evan?
What do you mean by that?
Well, you talk about the season series, and we all know, obviously, it was 2-0 Cavs, the Christmas Day game and everything.
2-0 Knicks, you mean?
I'm sorry, yes, 2-0 Knicks. And look, the Cavs felt different last night, didn't they?
What do you got?
Yeah.
What do I got?
Don't bait me. Just what do you got? What's on your mind?
You
got
think
something to say?
You think maybe you need to owe a little apology to the city of Cleveland and a certain player?
You talking about James Harden?
Yeah, you know the guy who scored 20 points last night?
Why? What'd I say?
Well, Evan, let's go down a trip down memory road to when the trade happened. I'll play a couple clips for you.
Oh, good.
Would you like me to play them all together?
You go one at a time so I can digest.
Right, one by one. Here we go.
If I'm a Knick fan, I look at this and I chuckle. I'm like, okay. That would be my response. I go, okay, James Harden. He's a loser.
Yeah, well, the real loser last night, huh?
All right, keep going.
They're 6-1 with James Harden.
Yeah, they look a little different.
So if Cleveland does this, Knicks fans, congratulations.
If they do it, congratulations. Well, the Knicks are 0-1 in the James Harden era versus the Cavs.
All right. Yeah, is that it?
No, we got one more.
Oh, I don't know if I like this for Cleveland. In fact, if I'm a Knicks fan, I'd be ecstatic.
Ecstatic. Interesting.
Not after last night.
Seems like Cleveland just became a much tougher out this postseason for this Knicks team, don't you think?
Was James Harden that good last night?
You know what James Harden is?
He's good enough.
He was all right.
James Harden is a mature NBA star that doesn't have a bunch of nice strip clubs in Cleveland, and now he can focus on the basketball.
When has James Harden... See, here's the thing about James Harden, and you should know better than this. I'm ashamed of you.
Are you?
Yeah, because you experienced James Harden.
Yeah, you're going to have to come with some facts on the postseason, dude.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you lived the James Harden vortex, did you not?
I did, but if Chris Paul wasn't a dog in the Western Conference Final, they make a Finals.
Hold on. Let me tell you a little story about James Harden. When he starts sleeping with you, it's great.
Yeah.
Like, it is unbelievable. When he came to Brooklyn, all of a sudden he sheds weight, and he is the leader of that team. We wanted him to win the MVP by the time the season was over. That's a true story. And then it went bad. I'm not done.
Hamstring.
I'm not done. Then we trade him to Philadelphia because he's a crying, whiny biatch. And he goes to Philly, and it's the same. Oh, I love it here. Daryl Morey, my God, this is fantastic. And then how does it end? It ends with them losing, winning nothing, and he cries like a baby, and he ends up in L.A. And what happens there? Oh, my goodness. It's great. I'm so happy. Kawhi, L.A. This is amazing. Excuse me. And then the love affair ends, and they win nothing. So if you think that James Harden in Cleveland is going to end any differently than James Harden in Houston, or James Harden in Brooklyn, or James Harden in Philly, or James Harden in L.A., I got a bridge to sell you.
See, I'm going to tell a different story about James Harden here because I can see it coming. James Harden left his heart on the floor in Houston until it got out of control. And
Houston, I give it to you.
Houston, he did. Then when the whole Nets thing happened, he was all in at first. Damn, man, we are 2 injuries away from the Nets making the finals. We don't want to rehash that. Then it went real south, and we all lived it. The Kyrie, the not getting the COVID shot, Kevin Durant, the burner accounts. He said, get the hell out of me. So he went to a safety blanket, which was Daryl Morey from Houston, and he got to Philly and realized, as we still know to this day, they're a loser organization too. And he goes out to L.A. Is Kawhi playing this game? Is he not playing that game? The Clippers, another big-time losing organization. Cleveland's been knocking on the door, just like the Knicks the last couple of years, looking to prove themselves. He now knows his legacy is on the line. He's nothing without an NBA championship, and I think the focus is there for Harden with Cleveland.
It's interesting how you position that because when you really think about the details at the end, it's the circumstances favor James Harden.
Yeah, think about all of them.
Every single stop, it favors James Harden's decision to move on because it was always his decision. He demands out. He ends up going where he wants to go, and then he gets paid again.
Right.
Like it's just he's been an expert.
Oh, from that standpoint, he's brilliant.
He's absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
But as Sean was laying that out, you kind of believe what Sean was saying.
I don't believe that.
You don't believe that in Brooklyn with the chaos with,
No,
with
it's not about,
Kyrie and then Kevin Durant and with his injury issues and being sensitive to the New York media and press that he's like, dude, we're not winning anything here. And then he goes to L.A. or actually to Philly. And Philly is what Philly is. Like, they don't believe in that basketball team down there. Hell, we were there. Mm-hmm. They got knocked out. It was more Knicks fans down there than were Philadelphia fans. And when they left, just watching us kick them out of their own arena. And then he goes to L.A. and the same thing with the look, the Kawhi thing is he's a great player. I mean, he could be an MVP player, especially after what we saw in the All-Star game when he's healthy and right. But when is he healthy and right?
You know what that sounds like? Sounds like you just sat here and made excuses.
Of course. They are excuses.
Enough for the excuses
but
for
the
this guy.
excuses are correct.
Yeah, but what's also correct is that
he has no loyalty to these guys.
I'm not saying
there's no loyalty in basketball.
I understand. I'm not even ripping him for that. I'm just saying I know how this ends. I mean, if you guys really believe the Cleveland Cavaliers are going to the NBA Finals, God bless you.
No, I don't.
They're not.
I don't.
They're not.
Look, if the Knicks don't shoot 27% from three-point range, and this, by the way, my biggest takeaway from this game last night is that the Knicks don't shoot 40%. They're not winning.
Well, those are the facts. I mean, we've gone through this with the numbers. They have to outshoot their opponents. They need to make open shots, and if they don't, they lose. Yes. It's all true.
100%.
So and
there's nothing else you need to look at, really. And it's that.
And I'm so glad you said that because I was going to tell him that last night, and I don't think I'm biased in this regard. Mm-hmm. I think I would call it like it is. Like, when I want to give another team credit, I will give them credit. The Pistons deserve a ton of credit for what they've done to the Knicks over these 3 games they played in the regular season. A lot of it was them and Cade Cunningham. I didn't look at Cleveland last night and say, wow, they really took it.
Yeah, it's almost like not Boston. It's almost like Detroit. They force you to take bad 3-point shots. Cleveland wasn't forcing bad 3-point shots. They were just missing them.
The Knicks missed open shots, and I didn't walk away from that game saying, boy, that Harden Donovan Mitchell team, that's going to be tough to beat. I didn't have that feeling at all. My feeling was more about the Knicks, was more about Cat, was more about Jalen Brunson, was more about, maybe I'm wrong about Jeremy Shohan, bench his ass. Like, my view, and I don't think it's just strictly being a New Yorker and giving you the New York perspective. I am not impressed by the Cleveland Cavaliers, nor am I afraid of them. And if I had to make a power ranking right now, and every Knicks fan should do this, it's a fun exercise. Power rank who you're scared of. Now just power rank the entire Eastern Conference as who are the biggest threats. Obviously, the Pistons are going to be number 1 to most, which I totally understand based on the ass whooping they've given you during the regular season. It is clearly Boston ahead of Cleveland.
Yeah.
Okay. Clearly.
Well, Evan,
especially if Tatum comes back.
Yeah. I don't disagree with you. Obviously, Cleveland has a lot to prove, but just like if you can. Take off the Met hat, the net hat, like put on the Guardians hat and the
You want me to be a Cleveland sports fan for a second?
Just do Cleveland sports radio in the morning. right now, okay?
Yeah.
Evan Roberts, Cleveland Sports Radio. Power rank the Eastern Conference teams that worry you from a Cavs perspective. Do you think a lot of these teams in the East are staring at the Karl Anthony Towns and Jalen Brunson Knicks with that same fear?
No.
They view them the same way you view the Cavs.
Sean, I would.
You're right, but what the Cavs saw yesterday with Karl Anthony Towns taking 5 total shots in the game.
And 4 in the first half. That's the thing. I mean, 1 second half shot cannot happen.
Yeah, exactly. And he made all of them, by the way. So
that's the best part.
That version of the Knicks, of course you're not scared of. But I think the Cavs and the Knicks, as is appropriate because they're exactly tied right now, they're scared of 2 teams. The Detroit Pistons and the Boston Celtics.
I agree with you.
Definitely.
I think but that would be their order because of what's happened. Like, I'm not disputing that, but what does that mean? That's not relevant to me just saying I don't trust the Cleveland Cavaliers and they're probably frauds.
They are the fraudulars.
I just think you can't look at one team as frauds while understanding you're trying to talk about it from the perspective of another fraud team.
I'm going to make this clear to you.
Oh yeah, the Knicks are also
frauds.
No, they're not. I can't. How are they? They were in the Eastern Conference Finals last year.
They lost to the same team Cleveland lost to.
Yeah, but Cleveland's won 1 round. I mean, they have not.
So if the
Knicks whipped their ass 2 years ago.
So if the Knicks had faced the Pacers when Cleveland
last year and 2 years ago, you got to look at this current team. This current team is different. I think they play different, and they have to prove that they're not frauds. Like, we know that they're good and they can get to the Eastern Conference Finals. That's not what we're talking about. But can they win consistently against any team? Not playing like they did last night.
I agree with that. I just think, and we had this debate months ago, so it feels like we're redoing it even with the Harden trade. The Cleveland Cavaliers have not accomplished nearly as much as the Knicks have.
Which is why, as Sean was saying, the Knicks, you're not scared of the Cavaliers.
It's also... You're wrong. I'm sorry, you're wrong.
What am I wrong about?
Because
they've won 2 rounds. How many rounds have the Knicks won in the last 3 years?
They ended up
I'm going to count it for you.
Just hold on. They
2, 4,
met the
5.
same fate versus the same team.
Who cares? 5-2, Sean.
Evan, Jesus.
5-2.
Jesus.
Just call me Evan.
He's talking about the roadblock.
If the Knicks...
It's the same roadblock.
If the Knicks had faced the Pacers in the second round instead of the Celtics, and it was the Cavs doing what they did, and the Cavs made it further, what would you say about Cleveland right now? You'd still be calling them frauds. So it doesn't matter that the Knicks went 1 extra round. They still lost to the same team that Cleveland lost to. They neither could beat the Pacers last year. Yeah, so it doesn't make the Knicks less of frauds because they played in the Eastern Conference Finals. It's ridiculous.
Who have the Cleveland Cavaliers beaten in the postseason?
Okay.
Who have they beaten?
I mean,
they beat the Orlando Magic in a 7-game series that was ugly as hell, and the fraud Miami Heat. Who have the Knicks beaten?
So this is just based on one series versus the Celtics, where I don't care what you said, they never were able to close out with Tatum on the floor.
They beat the Celtics. Stop with that. They beat the Celtics.
They still lost to the same team Cleveland lost to. How do you know Cleveland wouldn't have beat the Celtics?
Stop.
How do you know?
Because they're frauds. And it took them a 7th game to knock off the Magic 2 years earlier.
Cool. So the frauds lost to the same team the Knicks lost to.
The Knicks are not frauds like the Cavaliers. What did Louis? Hold on.
They are the fraudulars.
I love that. The fraudulars.
They are the fraudulars.
Your disrespect for the Cavs is insane.
I'm just calling it like it is. They won 64 games last year and got knocked out in 5 by the Pacers in the second round. And the only series they won were against an awful Heat team. Like, I'm sorry. They're frauds until they're not. Until they're not. But they are. They're frauds. They are the fraudulars. And to compare that to the Knicks, who, again, look at what they've accomplished, including beating the fraudulars 3 years ago, head-to-head, in a series that was non-competitive.
The teams are totally different now.
They're not totally
different. And James
different.
Harden does make the Cavs different, whether you want to admit it or not. He does.
And he makes them different, all right. He makes them different.
He does.
It's going to make the frustration a little different. It's going to make the patheticness different.
It's going to make the postseason more of a
failure.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We found something that Evan hates more than the Knicks in the Eastern Conference, a James Harden-led team.
Well, no, because that's not true. Because if the Knicks play the Cleveland Cavaliers, I will obviously root for the fraudulars.
They are the fraudulars.
But what I'm doing they're very different from you is I'm calling it like it is.
I am too.
And I know I'm doing it with a Brooklyn Nets hoodie on right now, but I don't think anything I've said is out of turn here. I'm defending the Knicks' honor because they have accomplished a lot more than the Cleveland Cavaliers. That's facts. I mean,
a lot more. Okay.
A lot more. 5 victories in the postseason, if my math is correct. 5. Actually, my math could be wrong. Hold on one second.
Who, the Knicks?
Yeah, I think it's 4. Cleveland. Okay, then they lost.
So Detroit.
Okay. No, Philadelphia, that's 2. But then they lost to Indy. Then it's Detroit. Then it's 4.
But why does that even matter? These are different
What do you mean
teams this year.
Why does it matter?
Well, you just said
they're not frauds.
But you just said in order of who you'd fear, you'd put the Pistons and Celtics above both the Knicks and the Cavs, right?
That's different
But
than
the Pistons
determining
haven't proven nearly as much as the Knicks and Cavs.
Which is why I'm skeptical of the Pistons, which I've been all year.
All right.
I've said that all year.
Because they haven't done it yet.
But I also, they're not frauds, the Pistons. That would be an incorrect statement. They're not frauds. I remain a healthy skepticism on them making a run to the NBA Finals after not having won a round yet. I believe that sometimes you need to lose, and then you break through. Just a sports opinion that I have. And we'll see if the Pistons can prove me wrong. But they are not frauds. That is disrespectful. They're nowhere near that. The Cavs are. The Cleveland Cavaliers won 64 games last year and got punked in the second round.
Right.
Got
by the Pacers, who then went and did the same thing
to the Knicks. Exactly my point.
I'm sorry. The Pacers beat them in 5? Did I miss that?
So now we're going by games. Okay.
Yeah, I think we are going by games.
All right, great. So basically, the Knicks are the Cavs, but with Kylie Jenner at games. That's it.
That's not true.
It is. And Timothy Chalamet.
Tiki, can you slap him in the head because he's trying to get the last word on me again?
Chalamet. I'm always going to get the last word.
No,
That's
no,
my
no.
new
They
decision.
are the
frauduleurs.
Can you somehow cause him to not get the last word?
No, it's the name of the show is Evan and Tiki with the last word by Sean Moore.
Well, I can't wait for Dune, the next series, to come out.
With
Last
Timothy
word.
Chalamet.
Chalamet.
We getting a Wonka too?
Chalamet.
Was he in Wonka?
Was he in Wonka? He was Wonka.
He was Wonka?
He was Wonka.
Come on, he's
dude.
a hell of an actor. He did a great job in that movie.
Don't watch the ping pong movie. Though. Terrible.
What's the ping pong movie?
Marty McFly.
No, that's a Back to the Future character.
No, I think it's the ping pong guy. That he
No,
just
Marty
played.
McFly is the character in Back to the Future.
Look this up. I'm telling you, his name's Marty McFly. I'm
It's
not making this
no
up.
way it's Marty McFly. There's no way.
Timothy I just watched it this week. It was terrible. Movie
All right,
stunk.
I will look it up. Hold on a second.
And I think his name's Marty McFly.
Chalamet ping pong movie. All right. Marty Supreme.
That's right. That's my bad.
Did you just watch Back to the Future or something?
No, I don't know, dude. My brain sucks. You're right. It is Marty Supreme. Movie stunk. Though. I mean, terrible.
We'll get back to your calls in a second. 888-808-1019. And yesterday, Matthew Tkachuk of the Florida Panthers was asked the most amazing question that could cause huge issues in New York if a Ranger, Devil, or Islander answered it the same way. The question, what meant more to you? An Olympic gold medalist or your 2 Stanley Cups? We'll get you that answer, plus more of your calls, football, basketball, some baseball later on the table as well. 888-808-1019. Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires. From Connecticut to Maine, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
I'm always busy, always on the go, and knowing my family is safe is so important to me. That's why I partnered with our friends at Sloman's, who installed the Sloman Shield Link system into my home a few months ago. It's a smart home security solution combining safety, convenience, and peace of mind that I can manage right from my phone. There's so many things to control, from the garage to the cameras, the lighting outside when it gets dark, and most importantly, the Alexa control of the stereo all throughout the home, so I can have parties even if I'm not home. Experience the future of home security and automation with the Sloman Shield Link system. Call 1-800-ALARM-ME. That's 1-800-ALARM-ME or visit slomans.com.
And this portion of the program was sponsored by Kalshi. Trade on anything. Basketball's in full swing, and now you could trade the game in all 50 states on Kalshi. OKC is currently trading at 38% to beat Detroit. That means a $100 trade pays out $250 with a win. Download the Kalshi app and use code FAN to get $10 when you trade $100. Kalshi. Trade on anything.
Right to Sharp, pass out Williams, right wing 3. Good!
The Nets play the Spurs. 7:30 tomorrow night.
Back to Zaire to the rim and a two-hand slam.
The home of Brooklyn Nets basketball is The Fan. 101.9 FM and always live on the iHeartRadio, TuneIn, and Odyssey apps.
201-450-4263. Hi, I'm Dr. Glenn Gedgerman, and that's my cell phone number. If you've been recently diagnosed with prostate cancer, please call me directly at 201-450-4263. For more than 20 years, my team and I have helped prostate cancer patients at John Theurer Cancer Center's Radiation Oncology Department, now one of the largest programs of its kind in New Jersey. If you have prostate cancer, call my cell, day or night, at 201-450-4263. That's 201-450-4263. At John Theuer Cancer Center, we use TomoTherapy's unique guided radiotherapy to precisely focus on the prostate gland. Our treatments can be safely completed in a shorter period of time with fewer side effects and better sexual function. Call my cell at 201-450-4263. I'll make sure you're seen within 48 hours. John Theuer Cancer Center, a division of Hackensack Meridian Health.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-4094. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-4094. That's 800-575-4094. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
A KFC tale in the pursuit of flavor. The greatest insult the Colonel ever suffered was being served a wrap that was just a snack by a friend. So he took 2 crispy tenders, lettuce, tomatoes, and pepper mayo, and wrapped them in a soft tortilla. It wasn't a snack, it was a meal. He called it a twister, and never called that friend again. The Colonel lived, so we could chicken. The Twister, now back at KFC, classic or with bacon. Also try it spicy. It's finger-licking good.
Prices and participation may vary.
Hi, I'm Chef Franklin Becker. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. There's only one FDA-approved Ozempic made by Novo Nordisk. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5, 1, and 2 milligrams.
I'm Barry Colstein. I am a violin maker. Precision is part of my profession. 5 years ago, when I was diagnosed with prostate cancer, I chose CyberKnife. CyberKnife only hit the tissue that was affected by the cancer. Treatment was 5 days, virtually no side effects. I'm healthy, and I'm basically cured.
For an appointment, call NYU Langone's Perlmutter Cancer Center at 833-1-CYBER. That's 833-ONECYBR.
Gold prices are soaring, and silver is near an all-time high. If you want to get cash in your hands, then go to the Estates Roadshow. They're buying gold and silver, old rings, chains, even broken jewelry. The Estates Roadshow is happening Monday through Friday in Staten Island at the Hilton Garden Inn and Kenilworth at the Kenilworth Hotel, and Friday through Tuesday at TMT Cash for Gold locations in Old Bridge on Route 9 South or in Toms River on the corner of Route 37 and Hooper Avenue, just off the Garden State. More info, visit estatesroadshow.com.
Brooklyn doesn't do quiet. We live loud. We play hard. Sunday, March 8th at 3 p.m., be there for Brooklyn FC's inaugural match. Professional soccer the Brooklyn way. Get your tickets now at brooklynfootballclub.com.
Hi, this is John Starks. At John Starks Kia, we don't play games. No gimmicks, no tricks, no hidden fees, no surprises, and no money down. Right now, lease a brand new 2026 Kia Sportage LX all-wheel drive for just $299 a month with zero down. Or even save up to $7,000 on remaining 2025 Kia Telluride. What we say is what it is, period. See you at John Starks Kia in Queens.
36-month lease excludes tax, title, and MV fees. No security deposit required. 10,000 miles per year. Expires March 3rd.
Get connected with WFAN to talk about your favorite teams. The Fan on the Odyssey, iHeart, and TuneIn apps.
This Fan Focus is sponsored by Chef IQ, precision cooking, effortless results, chefiq.com. We were talking about Evan Roberts' wrong opinions in the NBA. Well, it turns out Rick Carlisle thinks Evan Roberts is wrong, too. Rick Carlisle's not happy with Evan or the NBA. On a local radio show, he said the NBA did not speak to Pacers players or team doctors before issuing the $100,000 fines about tanking. Evan did think Carlisle's coaching was rather suspicious in the Pacers win over the Knicks last week. And this Fan Focus was sponsored by Town Fair Tire. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
How is that disagreeing with me? Because I accuse them of tanking?
Well, he's saying you're going to fine us for tanking and medical reasons and all this. We're not doing anything wrong. You got to speak to people.
It's very difficult to know if someone's hurt or not. I mean, that's the number one thing. Who knows? It's like even yesterday. I missed yesterday's show. I didn't want to miss yesterday's show and couldn't get out of my bed. But I understand that Sean took shots at me saying it was a maintenance day. He doesn't understand.
No, I actually had your back a lot yesterday.
Okay.
I said I do feel bad.
No pun intended.
Yeah. Maintenance day. I couldn't move out of my bed. Maintenance day, my ass. All right?
All right.
But I heard that.
Load management.
Load management. So I understand that kind of critique. Like, it is tough to know if somebody's hurt.
Right.
What I saw when Rick was coaching against the Knicks, that classic loss that they had, there was a lot of things that made no sense. And I went over it a few weeks ago, not calling a timeout when he had 3 timeouts, inbounding the ball under his own basket. It just, there was a lot of weird stuff that's going on. But look, the NBA clearly has a tanking problem. But you know who's tanking really well right now?
The
Brooklyn Nets. Yeah.
Great loss against the Mavericks.
Big loss last night.
Great job.
I have never been this person. Back when they lost 70 games, back with the Jets. Obviously, we talked a lot about with football. I've never been a tanking person. But the state of the NBA, the state of the Nets, the state of the draft has forced me into this world. I sit there and I feel horrible about myself. I actively root against my own team. I've never done it my entire life. Now,
yeah, the Nets even gave the Mavs the option of pulling the plane all the way up to the Barclays Center to unload yesterday, so they didn't have to worry about that trouble.
Exactly. I do want to play a quick clip for you, and we'll get back to your calls, 888-808-1019. Yesterday, the Team USA gold medal winners were everywhere. They were on cable news channels. They were at the State of the Union.
Yep.
Though it felt like they didn't get a seat at the State of the Union. Like they were backstage, and then when the president introduced them, they came out.
And where did they observe?
They stood there while Trump talked about them, and then they went back. So I guess there was not enough seating for them, which actually makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's how I'd prefer it. Hey, thank you for acknowledging us. I'm out.
Yeah, I'm not sitting here for an hour and a half.
See ya.
We're 45 minutes of it is people cheering. I want that banned from the State of the Union.
Right.
And that's not a partisan comment. I've been saying that for 20 years. Cut it out. I don't need cheering. All right? Let the president speak. Let him give us the State of the Union.
Right.
You shut up, and we move on. That would save us 45 minutes. I'm tired last night. Anyhow.
I did not watch.
No, I understand. How could you? You fall asleep. So Brett Baer, one of the guys I truly like, big Brett Baer guy, probably my favorite guy in all of cable news. He was interviewing a bunch of guys from the U.S. men's Olympic team, and he asked Matthew Tkachuk, who is on the Florida Panthers, and I don't know if you know this, Sean, they've won back-to-back Stanley Cups.
I'm well aware.
Dynasty.
So he's won 2 Stanley Cups.
Yeah.
He was asked by Brett Baer, what mattered more to you, the 2 Stanley Cups or the gold medal victory? Here is Matthew Tkachuk's answer.
It's so hard. It's been crazier, to be honest with you, because the hundreds of millions of people back here in the United States, like, we felt the support. Whether you liked hockey or not, it united everybody and cheered for one team. And it was the most special team to ever be a part of. And it meant the world for me to be on this team. It meant the world for me to represent this country. And I don't know if I'll ever have an experience that'll replicate these last few weeks and what this has meant to, I mean, our lives have changed forever, to be completely honest. Like, even being over here in the U.S. for 2 days, like, we've seen it. Like, it's been absolutely insane. And it's hard for me to really wrap my head around, but the impact that this had on Americans across the country, it's the most special thing you could ever imagine.
So he basically says the gold medal.
It is the gold medal.
It is the gold medal.
Because he has chances, and maybe multiple chances, to win more Stanley Cups.
Yes.
He maybe has one chance to win a gold medal.
And to his point, the attention he's getting is absolutely far greater with this. I mean, when the Panthers won the Stanley Cup last year, did we mention it other than me congratulating my family down in South Florida?
That's the only reason we mentioned it.
Right.
Honestly, because your nephew is a Panthers fan.
Right.
And it's like, hey, I forget his name now.
Gavin.
Hey, Gavin. Great job, man. Fantastic. See ya. Next topic.
No, you're right. So I get it from that perspective. What I wonder about is, I think that baseball players are going to compete in the Olympics in 2028. Bob Nightingale had kind of a blurb about what Rob Manfred said it a few months ago, and really the working plan that the owners have to send Major League players to the Olympics in 2028, which, of course, are taking place in Los Angeles, which probably adds to the uniqueness of sending them over. Travel's obviously not an issue. They're going to shut the sport down for a week and a half, and, it's boom, the Olympics. Right. And they just need Players Association approval, which I'm sure they're on board with. So I'm going to eschew the WBC. I'm not even going to include this. If Aaron Judge is asked this question, hey, what matters more to you, winning the Olympic gold medal in baseball versus the hypothetical World Series the Yankees just won, or the World Series he's never won, and he gives that answer, what are New Yorkers saying? Because I think when you hear this, most of us are like, of course it matters more, but we're biased. We don't care about the Panthers. Yeah. We care about our country, and we watch the Olympics. But if a New York athlete says this, and by the way, it's Matthew's opinion. He has whatever he feels. I can't even kill him for it. I'm just curious how we would react to Judge kind of giving the same statement.
It's not a fair judgment, and it's because Matthew Tkachuk has won multiple championships, and so it feels like he could win multiple more. Whereas with Aaron Judge, he hasn't won one. And so if he wins one, it might be the only one. It might be the one chance. So we'll be critical, more critical than Panther fans are, simply because it feels like that's one and done. Just like the Olympic gold medal would be one and done.
My heart actually hurts imagining this scenario unfolding in 2028 because I don't want Judge to be put in this spot. I'd rather they lose than him utter those words because they'll be unrecoverable in Yankee lore if he utters those words. And I get what Matthew Tkachuk is saying. And I'm not trying to be the constant bad guy who rains on American hockey or American baseball.
But do it anyways.
Like what Matthew Tkachuk said is a turnoff for me as a hockey fan. Because you spend those 2 months... Because as hockey fans, Tiki, we love preaching this. It's the hardest trophy in sports to win and the emotions that go into those games. And this is all I'm talking about. For those 2 weeks, I have no doubt bringing in the casual fans. And I get all that. I get how special it is to represent your country. And I can't tell you how I would feel if I was a player. But in the end, man, you have had the honor of raising a trophy already twice. That kids dream and get into the NHL and dream more of raising and never do it. That fans just, they pour their souls. Hockey fans are nuts. And then you come out and go, yeah, that 2-week tournament we played, man, this means more than that. That bothers me. And then it makes me feel like when I'm investing those 2 months as a hockey fan, living and dying with the NHL Stanley Cup playoffs, I'm going, well, the guy who just hoisted it 2 years in a row thinks that 2-week tournament was more important. Why am I investing my emotion in this?
Why are you?
Great question. It's a great question, Tiki.
But you do. So why are you?
I have to question now going forward. If these guys don't care as much as me,
answer. So why? Why?
I don't know. Because it's what's ingrained in me.
Because we're sick, Tiki. Because we're sick.
And I don't have that.
I'm asking from an athlete standpoint.
I don't
because
know.
I don't have that. Like what you guys have with your fandom. I don't have it.
And that's the disconnect.
I can watch
I don't get it.
as a detached ISO because it's any sport.
Right.
I don't get attached like that. Do I have preferences? Of course. My Giant fan? Absolutely.
But you will never come in as devastated as we are.
Right. Yeah. Am I a UVA fan? 100%. You saw my Instagram story and the team nobody's talking about. They're just dominating guys.
Oh, big game this weekend.
Huge game this weekend. But my point is, if they lose, okay, they lose. Get them next time.
I wish I could be like you. I wish I could. I don't know why I am this way.
You just have to understand that not all athletes, because they're not all like this, but most isn't even a fair word. A lot of athletes, that keeps it ambiguous. A lot of athletes are never going to care as much as we care about a team winning a championship.
No, that's exactly right. Because they didn't grow up being fans of the team they're playing for.
Right? Yeah.
But they did grow up being fans of the good old US of A.
But don't you think they grew up wanting to win a Stanley Cup, too?
I think they wanted to do both.
But that diehardness isn't in them. You know what I mean? Like you as a fan, you have this diehard connection, almost ownership over intellectual ownership or fan ownership over the Rangers. The Ranger players don't.
Right. They don't have the same emotion.
They don't. They maybe grew up an Edmonton Oilers fan or whatever.
Right.
I'm going to give you an example that is very possibly going to happen, and it's on the table. And it will affect me more than you, Sean, but hopefully you can put yourself in my shoes.
Okay.
The WBC starts in a couple of weeks. Mm-hmm. I was filling out a bracket earlier today, predicting who's going to go where. And I can tell you what I'm rooting for. I'm rooting for the United States to take on the Dominican Republic in the WBC final. That would be very exciting to me. I'm a little biased against Japan because I know all of the Dominican players. I do not with Japan. I'd be learning about some of them, but I don't know. I have an affinity towards the DR. If the Dominican Republic defeats the United States and wins the WBC championship, there's a very good chance Juan Soto is going to say that mattered more to him than his World Series victory.
Juan Soto.
I can see it.
Yeah.
And I'm already preparing myself to just understand it and not be mad about it. Just understand it.
Right.
Like I'm understanding Matthew Tkachuk. Obviously, as a fan, it means so much more to us. But I have to take a step back and say, all right, in Tkachuk's standpoint, so many more people care about Team USA than the Panthers. I get it. And in Soto's case, he grew up there. There's so much pride in wearing that jersey, just like we have pride with people wearing USA jerseys, that I'm not going to hate him for it. And I'm just warning you, every Met fan out there, there's a really good chance that's going to happen. That if they win, he's going to be asked that question, and his honest answer is going to be like, man, winning that World Series with the Nats was great, but boy, winning one for the DR,
Juan Soto,
that mattered more. And I'm just preparing everybody, instead of getting mad, understand it. Just like understand Matthew Tkachuk. We don't have to agree with him. Understand it before you get all pissy about it.
I think I am. I think if I was a player on that team, I probably would have the same sentiment because I'd understand, like, that's representing your country. It's just, I need a sports therapist, man. I need a sports therapist. My anger's not even at Matthew Tkachuk. I think my anger's still with, like, other fans.
It's not even that. You're just a fan the way that players aren't fans.
Yeah, I know, and I have to come to grips with that.
Are not fans.
They're not.
Rooting for my teams is like my escape from the BS in life, and I think when you hear stuff like that, it's just like, my escape's like kind of a fantasy.
Can you do me a favor?
Okay.
When Juan Soto says that, can you not use it against me and Met fans?
No, I mean, I'm gone on it.
Mets suck.
No, why? Just let it be. Just be like, yeah, I get it. Let's move on.
But that's not as fun.
Don't make it a thing. Like, he's so more happy about the DR than the Mets. Don't say that. Because I know. I'm projecting here because I don't know if the DR is going to win. But if they did, and he does make that statement, which I think he will, it is, you know what's going to happen around here, right? You're well aware?
Yeah.
The backlash.
The backlash. But I would say this. If you are a caller to the station or a personality on this station that is so in favor and was so anti what I was saying with the US of A, how could you then hypocritically be mad at Juan Soto?
You want to know why, Sean? Because people are hypocrites.
Okay.
I don't know if you just woke up to this.
Good point.
People are hypocrites, and I try every day to not be. And when I am, I call myself out on it. Like, I'm being hypocritical, but that is a hypocritical thing. You know that.
I know.
You know that's going to happen.
Right.
And I mean, look, I don't know if the DR is going to win, but I'm telling you, if they do win and Juan Soto's asked that question, his answer is probably going to be yeah. And the reason I think that is because I told you this story years ago that Yadier Molina, of course, hit that home run against the Mets in 2006. We all remembered in Game 7. And a few years later, I think he got a game-winning hit in the WBC for Puerto Rico. And he was asked about where it ranks compared to the home run.
Right.
And he said, oh, this is better. And I remember as a Met fan being like so offended, even though he, had damage against me. And I've realized over time, don't be offended. Understand it.
Right.
And so while I understand it, just like I understand what Matthew Tkachuk just said about the gold medal, none of us will understand it, is my point.
Right.
I'm preemptively trying to get you to understand it, not get all pissy about it.
Right.
But I'm telling you right now, my voice is going to be on deaf ears. Am I right about that, Tiki?
Yes, it definitely will.
It will be.
100% will be.
It will be. And the same it will for Judge. So it's not even just an American versus DR or Puerto Rico or Japan thing, because I do know that Sean's right. If Aaron Judge said the same thing, and I'm going to use the Olympics instead of the WBC, because I think the narrative would change into, well, it's the Olympics. Aaron Judge would say the same thing, and it would piss people off.
Right.
And they would not understand it. Now, let's get back to your calls. A lot on the table today. 888-808-1019. Bill is calling from Brooklyn. Hey, Bill.
Gentlemen, good afternoon. Oh, good morning, Phil. How are you doing?
Good. What's happening?
Good. What's up, man?
I called to speak about the Knicks, but if I can make a quick point to what you just said, I'm a Yankee fan. If Aaron Judge was to say that,
yeah.
My answer to that.
Oh boy.
What would be more memorable of Matthew Tkachuk winning a gold medal or the Carolina Panthers winning the Stanley Cup? Where I think for Judge and the Yankees, It would be him being a World Series champion and then on a resume winning a gold medal. So I think in this situation, it's a little reversed because of hockey, and it's been all the years since then. where it's a little different.
Yeah.
So if Aaron Judge was to say, I wouldn't be upset, but I think a World Series ring would be more memorable for his career than the gold medal.
Yeah,
I think you're right about that, especially because he's been waiting for so long to get to it.
No doubt about it. And that just shows you the state of hockey. The Carolina Panthers.
Yes. Easy mistake.
It is. No, I understand it. It's just
easy mistake.
It makes me laugh
because
makes me laugh.
The Carolina Panthers are in Carolina.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Are there Panthers in Carolina?
Are there Panthers in Florida?
But
there was.
But there are hurricanes in Florida.
Right.
Are there hurricanes in Carolina?
Oh, definitely hurricanes in Carolina.
Yes. There's hurricanes in both places.
But there's hurricanes in both places. But are there Panthers in both places?
So are you saying that they should switch names?
I'm just
Florida
curious.
Hurricanes, Carolina Panthers.
You can't do the Florida Hurricane. You already have the
Wait,
Miami
they already have the
Hurricanes.
Hold on, I'm confused now. You're right. They already have that. I've been confused by your
See,
statement.
listen to this. Simple confusion.
Florida does have Panthers.
As I was describing it, I'm like, wait a second.
Florida does have Panthers.
Right.
But does Carolina? That's my question.
All right. Does Carolina have Panthers?
I'd assume so because they didn't
so forced.
Well, they were an expansion team. They didn't have to call themselves the Panthers, right? Like they didn't move from another location the way the Jazz did, or the Lakers did, where they inherited
I don't think of Panthers.
Yes.
They do.
It's called the Eastern Cougar. They call it the Carolina Panther.
Okay.
Yeah,
And it lives in the mountains of North Carolina.
Oh, beautiful.
Learn something new every day,
We
don't
do.
you? Let's go to Liam in New Jersey. What's up, Liam?
Hey, Liam.
Hey guys, first time caller, huge fan.
Appreciate you, dude.
Thanks, man. What's up?
I am a New York sports fan due to my family, but I'm a Cavs fan for basketball. I'm here to talk my ish because the Harden slander has gone too far. So I just want you to hear me out for a minute.
Sure.
We're listening.
Whatever you say.
All right.
Basically, you're talking to Evan, by the way.
First point, this is controversial. It's the best team he's ever been on. 64 wins last year. They have two top 5 3-point percent shooters this season. A 30-point per game scorer in Donovan Mitchell. He shows up in the playoffs. And they have 2 all-star bigs who Harden's been known to elevate. So I think the pessimism towards this team, I think you need to, I don't know. I see this going different this year. And also, Dean Wade owns Jalen Brunson.
The pessimism is based on 2 things that are coming together. The Cleveland Cavaliers have been fraudulent in the postseason over the last 3 years.
Yeah.
There's no denying that. Sean's only argument is that the Knicks have been fraudulent too. Obviously, I disagree with that, but we'll leave this to Cleveland.
Well, no, the Knicks haven't been fraudulent in the postseason.
Well, that's what he's claimed.
No, I think he's saying they're fraudulent this year.
Okay, whatever. Let's keep it to Cleveland.
But in the postseason, they've been good.
Yeah, they've been fraudulent in the postseason, the Cleveland Cavaliers. There's no denying that. James Harden, and I appreciate you trying to look at his other situations and say they're worse. They were also really good. He's playing with Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. He's playing with a relatively healthy Joel Embiid. Like, his situations weren't horrible in those spots.
Right.
But he's been fraudulent. There's no denying that. There's no denying that the player in James Harden has had a fraudulent postseason career.
Right. It's factual.
And the Cleveland Cavaliers over the last 3 years have had a fraudulent playoff resume. And so when you bring 2 frauds together, I'm no science expert.
Right.
My assumption is that isn't going to turn into something great.
Right.
Until proven otherwise. And what I'd say to you guys, the Cleveland Cavalier fan who called in and everybody in Cleveland, just prove it.
Right.
Because I know if I was a fan of them, I'd feel the same way. Like, would I be excited and hopeful? Of course, I'm a sports fan. Even when I know things may end badly, I'm excited.
Yeah.
But I would know deep down, kind of like I knew with the Nets. I never thought they were winning an NBA title. Anyone who knows me and actually listens to me knows I never thought they were winning an NBA title. I knew it would end badly, but I hoped I was wrong. And that's how I would be in Cleveland.
That's how else can you be?
Yeah.
Because you've seen it. What you repeatedly see is what you start to believe. It's
No
kinda
doubt.
like, all right, we know what they're going to do. James Harden makes you feel a little bit better, especially because this little short 7-game sample size shows you that they are a different team that can win in a different way. And look, he's not a good defender either, but still, they don't feel as bad defensively as they usually are.
Well, but their bread and butter is they're an amazing offense.
Right. They can outscore you.
Yep. Let's go to Flavio in Hawthorne, New Jersey. What's up, Flavio?
Hey, Flavio.
Hey, boys. I appreciate you guys. Hey, can I make a quick comment about the World Baseball Classic before I get into the Aaron Judge Olympic thing?
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
So the World Baseball, I don't understand why they play this stupid game before the season starts. Why don't they play this game in November when everybody's still full of baseball and they want to see some more baseball before they get into football? Why risk hurting the guys, getting anybody injured before the season even starts.
I think.
That being said.
Yeah, no, go ahead. I'll let you finish your point, and I'll comment after. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I'll listen. I'll hang up afterwards. So with Aaron Judge, I'm a lifelong Yankee fan. My dad was a tailor. He was a tailor to a bunch of Yankees. I am diehard. I bleed pinstripes. If Aaron Judge, God forbid, Aaron Judge never won a World Series, but he went to the Olympics and he helped the U.S. baseball team win Olympic gold, I could not be more proud of him as well as being proud of the team. But it'd be like Mattingly. If Mattingly never wins a World Series but goes and wins Olympic gold, how could you any Yankee fan that objects to Aaron Judge saying, I'm so proud of being an American and winning Olympic gold, they should pack their bags, grab their passports, and move out of the country.
But it wouldn't be, Flavio, about not being proud of the Olympic gold medal. Yeah. It would more be the World Series matters more. Mm-hmm. And that's not being anti-American.
To New Yorkers.
To New Yorkers, to Yankee fans.
To New York Yankee fans.
Yeah, and that's not an anti-American sentiment because I think two things can be true at the same time.
Right.
You can root for your country, which I always do when they're in the Olympics or the WBC, but I freely admit that the USA men's basketball team winning a gold medal doesn't do it for me the way the Brooklyn Nets winning an NBA title.
Right. Now, if the Brooklyn Nets had multiple NBA titles over the short time span,
right,
3 or 5 years or whatever it is, you could look at it differently because that NBA title itch is scratched.
Right. Yeah. I'd be more good with it.
That's why the Florida Panther fan is like, hell yeah, dude. Yeah. He also won us a title.
Yeah, I think if I was a Panther fan, or in this case, I was a fan of one of the teams I actually root for,
right,
and I won a championship, and then there was a gold medal one, I think I would just not care what anybody says. I'd be so happy that my team won. I'd be like, care about that more. The hell do I care? I was naked at the parade.
I just don't get this constant, hey, you're un-American if you don't care about that more. You mean to tell me all these calls we take on the Yankees and Mets all year long, on the Knicks, on the Giants and the Jets, that gold medal in hockey or a gold medal in baseball means more to you calling this station than any championship we could see down the Canyon of Heroes here? What are we talking about?
Let's go to Jesse in West Orange. Hey, Jesse.
Hey, guys.
What's up?
Listen, I think you're misinterpreting a little bit what Matthew Tkachuk said.
Okay.
He did not say that it meant more to him. What he said was it's different, and it is different. It's radically different when an entire nation is supporting you, and you are now a national hero versus a local hero. But I can guarantee you, if you asked him, would he trade his gold medal for his Stanley Cup championship, he would say absolutely not.
No. You said that backwards, Bill. You said that backwards. Would he trade his Stanley Cup championships for his gold medal? The answer would be no.
No way.
We got to ask him. I mean, honestly, it's a great question, Jesse, and I understand your point. I would love for that to be a follow-up.
Or Jesse, yeah.
Jesse. Yeah, what did I call him?
I said Bill.
Oh, Bill, Jesse, same thing.
Right.
I would love that question to be asked. You know, I'm scheduled to go to South Florida tomorrow morning. And believe it or not, I eschewed an opportunity to go to the Panthers game tomorrow night. I was invited in.
All right, because why would you sit in the hard, uncomfortable seat for a team that you don't really care about except for Gavin?
So that was very close to why I said no. You're almost there. I think you guys will fully understand why I politely said no, thank you. I said to my sister, I appreciate the invitation, and I loved going to the Panther game last year. Great time. Boys had a great time. It was fantastic. I have just been in hell with snow and cold and the most unimaginable mess of weather one can have.
Right.
You know what I want to do tomorrow night? I don't care if it's 55 degrees. I'm going to sit outside on a lawn chair staring at the freaking Atlantic Ocean. And 55 is going to feel like 85. So even if it was a Miami Heat net game or a Heat Knick game, I would have turned it down. Because to me, I am going to spend every waking second outside. That's a good answer, right, Sean?
That's a great answer. Amen to that, Evan.
With that said, I'm going to tell my brother-in-law and my dad, who's also going to the game, they should go early.
Of course.
Apparently, the Panthers are very team-friendly, fan-friendly. They come over, they sign autographs, and I want them to ask Mr. Tkachuk, would you trade the 2 cups for the gold medal? He can't say yes to that.
No, it's an easy answer.
Yeah.
I don't have to.
Well, that's not a real answer, though.
I don't have to.
I don't have to. All right.
I don't have to.
Such a good athlete answer.
We'll come back with more of your telephone calls at 888-808-1019. A lot of strong opinions on the gold medal versus championships, plus the ABS controversy. I thought it was going to be until opening day that people would have strong opinions about baseball's replay system. Yesterday has caused it to be a mass discussion. We'll get into the issues around ABS coming up. Plus, Dwight Howard did something in a locker room that I'm very curious if Tiki Barber ever did to Tom Coughlin. You'll hear all about that coming up. It is Evan and Tiki till 2 o'clock this afternoon.
Here's the question that you really want to ask. If, and let's say when, Aaron Judge wins the gold medal at the 2028 Summer Olympics.
Yes.
Do you ask him, would you trade that gold medal for a Yankees World Championship?
Oh, you definitely ask him that question.
That would be the question.
Damn right.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
Kyler Murray likely on his way out of Arizona. The team that makes the most sense for him, the Minnesota Vikings. Minnesota would have to do some maneuvering as far as the salary cap goes, but the Vikings have a Super Bowl-ready roster. Just need a quarterback to come in and supercharge things. And I don't think that quarterback is Aaron Rodgers. I don't think it's Kirk Cousins. I don't think it's Derek Carr. They got to swing for the fences. You swing for the fences with Kyler Murray. I'm Nick Costos.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
DQ presents The Spicy Menu. For a limited time, try the new Flamethrower Chicken Strip Basket for $6.99 with spicy, bold strips that heat you up. Served with a side of famous DQ soft serve as a dip to cool you down. That's right, dip those spicy chicken strips right into soft serve. Plus fries and toast, all for just $6.99. And add a new pineapple lemonade sparkler or cooler made with tahini. It's the limited time only Spicy Menu. Get it delivered in the DQ app. Happy, tastes good. Participation may vary.
It's contest time. Call now and be caller number 3 at 866-540-WFAN. That's 866-540-9326 for your chance to win a pair of tickets to see Bill Burr live at the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Atlantic City on April 25th from our friends at Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Atlantic City. To purchase tickets, visit Ticketmaster.com.
Wish your life came with a warning app?
That dog does not want to be petted.
Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners. Wish your life came with a warning app?
That dog does not want to be petted.
Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
Mostly cloudy, high 41.
Weather brought to you by Staples. From posters and presentations to labels and loyalty cards, Staples has all the print to boost your brand. Shop now in-store and online. Staples. That was easy.
Hey, did you know Verizon Home Internet covers more homes with faster speeds across the country than any other provider? Now you can get award-winning Fios Internet for just $20 a month for 3 years. Switch today and enjoy savings you can count on. Verizon Home Internet consists of Fios and 5G Home. Availability varies. Comparison based on FCC BDS data of home internet providers with download speeds over 50 megabytes per second, June 2025. Limited time offer for eligible new customers. Fios $20 per month plan with auto pay, mobile phone plan, mobile plus home, and bonus discount. Enrollment required. 3-year price guarantee. Applies only to the then current base monthly rate for Fios. Additional terms may apply.
Hey, this is Tiki Barber. Those of us living in New Jersey got hit with a 20% electric rate increase. If your current heating system is over 15 years old, it's time for a new high-efficiency carrier system. And there's only one company to call for a new one. My friends at Edison Heating and Cooling, New Jersey's heating experts for over 38 years. Older heating systems waste gas. So get your system checked now and save money with Edison Heating and Cooling. Contact them now at edisonhvac.com.
EdisonHVAC.com. That's EdisonHVAC.com.
See what sets Mazda apart in the Mazda CX-5. The smart choice for those who expect more from their drive. With standard iActive all-wheel drive and advanced safety features, the CX-5 gives you confidence in every condition. Its effortless handling and responsive performance set it apart from the crowd. Inside, you'll find thoughtful, crafted design for comfort and connection. There's more to a Mazda. Lease the 2025 Mazda CX-5 for $209 a month. Visit your local Mazda dealer or MazdaUSA.com.
Looking for the lowest price on name brand tires? Get to Town Fair Tire and get the guaranteed lowest price on any name brand tire. Nobody beats a Town Fair Tire deal. Nobody.
Town Fair Tire.
I'm Bob Burke, founder and chairman of Burke America Parts Group, a family of brands that includes RepairClinic.com, an appliance and HVAC parts solution company that's grown into an international brand. Before AmericanEagle.com, we partially launched a new technology platform developed by another firm. American Eagle helped take our technology to a whole new level with digital marketing, software development, and business insights into our key markets, appliances, HVAC, and outdoor power equipment, and did so both on time and on budget. AmericanEagle.com has the resources, experience, and talent needed to produce solutions. Our new technology platform, developed by AmericanEagle.com, has produced tremendous results with higher traffic, conversion, engagement, and online revenue. If you have any home repairs you need to take care of, check us out at RepairClinic.com. If you need a world-class website or technology project, then I would highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Call AmericanEagle.com at 773-NETWORK. That's AmericanEagle.com, 773-NETWORK.
Attention drivers, the Mega Millions jackpot is up to $458 million. Take a break from the Jersey traffic and stop by any New Jersey lottery retailer to grab a ticket.
Talk sports with Craig Carton and Chris McMonagle on The Carton Show. Afternoons from 2 to 7 on WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
I want to welcome everybody to the world of Chris McMonagle and Evan Roberts, because we are the two losers that watch all the spring training games. We love the spring training. We love it.
Tong tonight.
What was that?
Jonah Tong today.
Jonah Tong today this afternoon. Absolutely.
Suck it.
Yankees are playing a night game tonight. Mm-hmm. Aaron Judge made the trip to Dunedin yesterday. So Big Mac and I love spring training. And because of that, this isn't new to us, what we're about to bring up. But it's new to you.
Let's hear it.
And it's new to Gio, who I heard this morning, and he effing nailed it. So I give him credit before I get into this. And that's ABS, the ABS system. And that was instituted last year in spring training. And I remember noticing it. I had some opinions on it, but I kind of put it away because it wasn't going to happen in Major League Baseball. Right. So I let it go. Like, okay, I have opinions on this, but I'm not going to bore you with it because it's not happening in 2025. This year, we have the ABS system in spring training, but it's also for the regular season. And people who aren't watching spring training, and I don't blame them for it. I am not putting anyone down for it. You guys are smarter and healthier humans than me and Big Mac.
Welcome to hell!
I mean, us sitting there watching spring training games says a lot about us.
Right.
But we are seeing it in action. And what we saw yesterday in the midst of the Yankee game really pissed me off. So if you missed it, there were not one, not two, not three, not four, not five, 10 ABS challenges.
10?
10 of them. Because what you may not be aware of, and Sean admitted to me today, he was not aware of.
Was not.
Is that while you're given 2 challenges, as long as you get them right, it's infinite.
Get out of here.
See, Tiki didn't know.
It makes sense.
Infinite.
It makes sense.
Of course it makes sense.
It's still too much.
What do you mean it's too much? Because it's just 10 of them are too
we got
much?
to constantly do this during a game. And now they're doing it quickly. Like, I'll give them that. It's not like that time.
Right. It is not time consuming. And I want to point that out right away. I heard a caller
well, that's the best thing about it.
Of course.
Yes.
I heard a caller to Boomer and Gio this morning at the tail end, and the guy was a mess. He said this is going to add like 30 minutes to the game. You have no idea what you're talking about.
It's 30 seconds.
Well, not even 30 seconds, bro. I'm telling you, watch it. And I've complained about this on the Rico. It's why I cannot use the ABS challenges in my scorebook.
Right.
It's too quick.
It is quick.
So it is not a slow pace of play issue. Anyone who suggests that just hasn't watched it yet. And I'm warning you, it's like 7 seconds. It's Sean's love life.
No, like more than that. You're right to this extent. Like, right, you want to get the calls right, and I understand that, and a call should always be right. So if you keep getting them, you shouldn't be punished because you challenged something and got it right. I've always thought that with the NFL. However, it still just felt like a choppy annoyance to flow. You know?
It is.
And to do it 10 times, it just becomes... If we're going to do this...
But I don't think this is going to be the case in the regular season.
Why do you say that? Because they won't be allowed to challenge early in games,
No,
and now
you
there's
just-
more of a free will?
I just think you'll just be more judicious about it, as opposed to... I think that was borderline. Because, I mean, if it's egregious, yes. Aaron Judge gets a called strike that's 4 inches below his knees. Challenge that.
You have nothing to lose as long as you get it right.
Right.
This is not football or basketball where there's an amount that you will lose eventually.
But I think now what you're seeing is guys testing it out, just like with who was it? No, it wasn't Verlander. Scherzer. Max Scherzer when the pitch clock first started.
Yes.
Remember how he was jacking around
Yes.
with the batters and just kind of like waiting, and then he quick pitches.
Yeah.
Like he was just trying to figure it. He was testing it to figure out what he could get away with and what it would feel like. And I think that's what's happening right now with Major League Baseball players. Just like, all right, what can I get away with?
I think you're right. I think there are two things that are going to cause these numbers to be a little bit higher in spring training. Number one, exactly what you said. Number two, a lot of these umpires are not Major League umpires. And so that Yankee game featured a home plate umpire that is not, to my knowledge, a Major League umpire. If I'm not familiar with his name,
That's the bigger thing.
That's a huge thing. So I admit that, and I would agree with you that 10 doesn't feel likely over the course of a game. But what I do not understand, and Gio nailed it, I think they talked about it at 7 a.m. if you want to rewind, because he and I are lockstep. And I'm glad, because Gio is more mainstream with baseball. Like, he's not sitting there watching these spring training games. So I feel like if we have the same opinion as me being the ultra geek and him being more mainstream calm, it feels like, oh, I'm totally right.
Right.
But he said it, and I said this a year ago, if you're going to have replay, which is great, you want to get these calls right, which is great, it should be every pitch. It should not be a challenge system. You're getting too cute, Major League Baseball. Give these umpires a headpiece, and they are told it's a strike and it's a ball. And because it's so instant, you don't have to worry about delay. And, I got great news. Let's say the tech goes down. Let's just say it doesn't work. They can still call it a ball or strike.
Right.
It's not like we got to delay the game. You could have the backup system. The backup system is an umpire.
Yes.
But I think what they're doing here is they're getting too cute. Because now it's a controversy. Now it's a Wendy a challenge. Right. Isn't that not what it's about? It's about getting the calls right.
It should be invisible. It should be something that just is part of the game that you don't even really have to pay attention to.
Exactly.
And it's kind of similar to what the NFL, I thought the NFL was doing. Now I'm questioning my understanding or reading of the down line, the line to gain.
Yeah.
My thought, and I think I heard this, was that it was now being chipped, the balls, and so it was essentially the Hawkeye system.
Right.
And so why would you ever need to challenge whether it's a first down or not? Because it's automatically Hawkeyed.
Mm-hmm.
Yet we saw a bunch of challenges of spots.
Right.
It's just kind of like, wait, if you're having technology do this, why are we challenging? And by the way, one of those challenges proved it right.
I know,
right?
which is unbelievable.
Which is just unbelievable. So you don't. Technology is here to help us do our jobs more efficiently, not make it more cumbersome.
Yeah, and it is cumbersome
and now
because
it feels cumbersome with baseball.
Like, we need more strategy in baseball. We need the strategy of when to challenge. No, we don't. Why do we need more? We already have a lot of strategy. Right. We have a lot of controversies. We rip Aaron Boone enough after games, right?
Morash, you're an idiot.
It wasn't him saying it, though he is the one who rips him. Like, we don't need more criticisms. We don't need more of that. I'm not saying it's unfair. I'm just saying it's not necessary. We already have a lot of that in baseball. The whole idea of this system is to get the calls right.
Right.
So just get it right. Shut up and get it right. And I feel more adamant about this today than I even did 3 days ago or a year ago because, again, I've watched a lot of this. I've watched a handful of games last year with this. I'm watching it now, and I come away feeling even stronger about this, that this is a waste. Like, are they going to fix bad calls? Yes, they are. And that part's cool. And it's quick, and that part is cool. But the delayed reaction now as a fan, Aaron Judge draws a walk, but wait, they're challenging it. Or you get a big strikeout with the bases loaded on a 3-2 pitch, but wait, they're challenging it. I don't like that delay in sports. We already have that in the NFL a lot. Right. I don't like it. I don't like there being a big play, but we got to wait to see if there's a flag. And then now we got to wait to see what the flag is. I don't like that in sports. I get why it's there. We have to live with it. I hate it. Last year in the World Series, do you remember that play at the plate with IKF? They challenged it.
Yes.
We had to wait
that.
to see if they won the World Series.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. I was so hoping that they overturned it, not just because the Dodgers would lose, but because wouldn't that be the ultimate in replay?
Right.
The replay's going to end the World Series?
It's funny. I more remember the catch in center or right center.
I get you. Dude, there was a lot from that game.
Oh, it was.
I mean, how about the home run Miguel Rojas hit with Ohtani?
That guy?
Will Smith hit a World Series winning home run. I mean, that was an unbelievable game, but that's kind of my problem. And so I'll continue to watch. I'll be the geek watching these games for everybody. But I'm telling you right now, I think everybody's going to agree with me once they watch this in action. The ABS, it's not the answer. The answer is have the computers call every single pitch. And if the umpires have a problem with that, if the union umpires have a problem with that, screw you. You're fired. I'll replace you with replacement umpires, and they'll listen.
When you go to the supermarket, there's still somebody standing there employed to watch the self-checkout section. It's the same thing.
You're right.
It's a job.
Because you're right. Check swings, foul balls, plays at the plate. The situation where the computers don't work and you've got to override it, hit by pitches. Like, Sean, you're right. It's not like you don't have a job. And honestly, it's better for you guys. You want to know why, umpires? You don't get embarrassed.
Yeah.
You're going to get embarrassed.
No one's screaming at you.
Yeah.
We will start fighting with computers, though. You know that will happen. Yeah. That will happen. People will argue, that computer's wrong.
Oh, we already do.
Do we?
Yeah. Do an AI search, dude.
Yeah.
I'm tired of AI.
Exactly. You're already fighting it.
Oh, right. I am fighting it. It's always wrong.
Exactly.
See?
Confidently wrong, as we always say.
But at least this system is not always wrong.
True.
It is a ball or it's a strike.
Right. It's binary.
Yes. So I know a lot of people haven't seen it yet, but I'm very confident by the time everyone watches baseball at the beginning of the year, or if they're actually watching these spring games, you're going to come around with me that this is the absolute right opinion. And Gio's already there. And I don't think he's watching these spring training games. I think he's just using common sense. Because common sense tells you, why are we challenging it? Right. Just do every call.
Right.
Make it easy. 888-808-1019, the number. Let's go to Rob in Rockaway Beach. What's up, Rob?
Hey, Evan, Tiki, good morning. Big fan of the fan.
Appreciate it. What's up, man?
Listen, I was a back catcher in high school and college. And I was really good at framing the pitch, tricking the umpire that's sitting behind me. I've been saying this for years, that the umpire should not be behind the plate. He should be behind the pitcher. He has a full view of the strike zone. Instead of all this replay crap, they should just put the umpire behind the pitcher.
I always thought that too, but apparently that's not true. I've heard from catchers, umpires, that you just can't see it the same way. So I get it. I used to have that view as well, but apparently that's not true.
Yeah, because when you think about it, if you're behind the pitcher, at some point you're going to have to either move left or right. And that's going to take your angle off.
You're also going to be more fooled by the pitch framing. I think he's got it completely backwards. I think because I've heard, who said it? One of the games I was watching over the weekend, one of the broadcasters, may have been Daniel Murphy, because he was doing the game with Gary Cohen, and I think he said, I spoke to an umpire, and they tell me they do not look at where the ball is caught. They're always looking down at where the ball crosses the plate. So they're not, at least that particular umpire, was not fooled by pitch framing because he's not looking at the framing.
Right. If you blink, someone's throwing a 101-mile-an-hour fastball, you blink at the wrong minute, and the glove is up, it's like strike.
Right. And yes, by the way, I am well aware that if they ever did balls and strikes automatically by a computer, pitch framing is dead. Well, too bad. Pitch framing is basically cheating anyway.
Yeah.
It's legalized cheating. Like you're trying to cheat the eyes of the home plate umpire. I'm not mad at it. It's a part of baseball. And the Mets actually have some pretty good players at that, like a Luis Torrens. But at the end of the day, I don't care if they get rid of it. Let's go to Russell in New Jersey. Hey, Russell.
Hey, Evan. Hey, real quick. So with the Olympics compared to regular sports, how many teams could Walter Tkachuk win a Stanley Cup with? And in baseball, if the person that spends the most money has an opportunity to get a better chance to win the World Series. With the Olympics, first off, there's only a specific person that can play on that team, and you get picked from a pool. Now you're and you're going to represent the whole entire country. So these guys can go and play on any team to win a championship anywhere. The only place you can win a gold medal is the Olympics.
No, it's a fair point, but, and I hate to pick on you, when you call him Walter Tkachuk, it just proves that you do not care about hockey.
Yeah.
And so your opinion on it is actually really unbiased, which I respect, but I'm not sure if you'd feel the same way if you're talking about a player on a team you care about.
Yeah.
Walter Tkachuk.
Yeah, it made me think of the woodchuck question, the greatest woodchuck question ever.
I'd argue he cares about hockey too much. He remembers Walter Tkachuk.
Walter Tkachuk.
Oh, is that the father?
That's the father.
That's a bad job out of me. I apologize.
He's making the reference to the dad. He still thinks the dad's
so
playing.
what did he say?
Then that's okay. I take
What
that
did
back.
what did he say?
He called Matthew Tkachuk Walter
I don't know,
Tkachuk.
but what was his question on Walter Tkachuk?
That he could be on, all these different teams in the NHL
Okay, so
versus
was
you
he?
can only be on the U.S. team.
He was on the Flames before the
No. Was he on a U.S. Was he on an Olympic team?
Well, you can only be on one Olympic team unless you've got like dual citizenship.
He's saying it's a team you have to make and go. You can just get traded and signed anywhere.
My point is, he was talking about Walter Tkachuk.
About Walter Tkachuk.
Yeah. So was he on an Olympic
Oh,
team?
that's the question.
That I have no idea. I think he meant Matthew, but he was referencing Walter, which means he's been watching hockey
How
too
about
long.
Keith Tkachuk?
Wait a minute. Hold on.
I know Keith
Is
Tkachuk.
Walter the grandfather?
Well, that's what I just said because he's not the father. The father's Keith Tkachuk. It's not. Well, I don't know who Walter is. That's why I made a comment like, "Oh, you just made up a name." If it's a real person, I apologize. I'm not familiar with his work.
It's Keith.
No, I know Keith Tkachuk, but is Walter the dad?
Tkachuk was a Ranger.
Okay, it's fair enough. Then he's a real person.
Walter Tkachuk is a real person?
That's fine then. Then I take my
He
my
played for. I mean,
he's Canadian. So he's Canadian.
He's not related to this Tkachuk.
Yes.
Is that what you're saying?
Walt Tkachuk is a former Canadian professional ice center, famous for his 14-season career with the Rangers.
Wow. When did he play?
Born in Germany.
How about that?
Played from 1968 to 1981 with the Rangers.
That's my apologies. Before my time, I take pride in history. I did not know who he was. I was not familiar with his work.
Big Walt.
Big Walt.
Big Walt.
And he is not related to Keith and Matthew and the Tkachuks, correct?
He looks like he is not.
Well, he's Canadian, so I'm assuming he's not. But
Well, hold on though. He could be Canadian and his son.
Well,
could have been-
he's German, but he played in Canada.
and then he may have moved to the United States because he was playing for the Rangers. Can you find out
No,
if they're
it
related?
can't be because his last name's spelled differently.
Oh, it's okay. Fair enough.
Right.
Then I want to apologize to our last caller. He just He mistook the name, but used another hockey player, which I think is fair. Totally
and
fine.
I thought Walter Tkachuk, who played for the Rangers, was the father, and then I realized it's Keith Tkachuk. I'm an idiot.
Yeah, you're an idiot too.
At least I knew who Walter was. Screw you,
I did
pal.
not know who. I admit it though. I didn't know who he was. I feel less bad about it because he played in the 60s and 70s, where I do take pride in history, but I don't know everything. I'll be the first to tell you that.
You skated for the Rangers when Reggie hit those 3 homers.
Okay. Good for you. And you didn't know it was spelled differently than Matthew Tkachuk.
Isn't it? Isn't it spelled the same way?
Oh, now you're saying it's spelled the same way?
No, there's like a random Z now in it. Yeah. Also, you didn't know if something was spelled differently or
Who
the
are we
same.
talking about?
I forgot the story now. You're like, I didn't even think they were related because it was spelled differently. They were spelled the same.
You're right.
I forget a player.
I did do that.
Yeah. and
We
by the
feel
way-
like 3
and by the
old
way,
men at a bagel store right
This Tkachuk, the ones we're talking about, Matthew and Brady, and their father are Ukrainian.
Okay.
Ukrainian and Irish, and they have a sister, Taryn.
How about that?
Who was a Division I hockey player, field hockey player, University of Virginia.
There it is.
Wow.
I knew that was coming. Let's go to Jason in the beautiful town of Cooperstown. What's up, Jason?
Hey, guys. Thank you for taking my call. It was good to hear you apologize, Evan, because that's what I'm asking you to do. A few months ago, you went on the air and said that people who root for their teams to lose openly aren't real fans. You finally come around to the fact that that is the system we didn't create, and we are victims of it.
Hold on a second. I got to call you out about something. I don't think I've ever said you're not a, quote, real fan for rooting against your team, but I'm willing to be open about this. If you could find the audio, or you could just say on the air, hey, Dan, find the audio, he may find it. I will gladly not only apologize, I'd wear an L on that, because I don't recall ever questioning someone's fandom based on that. So
I believe it was in November when both football teams became irrelevant.
All right. We're going to look it up. Thank you, Jason. Dan, if you're listening, he's like a voice of God because he finds all our old audio. Can you find a clip of me saying you're not a real fan if you're rooting against your team? Because I don't believe I've ever said that. I believe that I disagree with you. I disagreed with Sean. I disagreed with Jet fans. I disagreed, but I don't think I ever went that far. And yeah, I do admit, I just said it about the Nets earlier, they have put me in a place in which I'm actively rooting against them.
The Nets still in the league.
And it sucks. I hate myself. Like last night, I'm watching the game, and I'm like, I hope we lose. They play the Spurs in a few days. I hope they lose. The one exception will be when we play the Knicks again. That's my exception. Because I hate you guys so much.
We are the New York Knicks.
That I will take my lottery balls and I will put them away for one night and one night only. Because I want to stick it to you.
Nice.
Thank you.
I'm in a rabbit hole, though.
On who?
On the Kachucks.
And Keith.
Because they're both from Ukraine.
And
It's like it was lost in translation when they emigrated from Ukraine to West Germany. And then ultimately, so it's the same spelling except for the H in Kachuk that we know is a Z.
And this is where the confusion comes in. Keith, his nickname is Big Walt in reference to the classic hockey player Walter Kachuk.
But they're not related.
They're not related.
They're not related.
So they do call Keith Big Walt, leading to the Walter Kachuk thing, but they're different people.
I got you. That's interesting. I've already apologized to the caller. Like, I thought he just made up a random name for
it's a fun
Kachuk.
name. It's a fun name to mess around with.
Walter or
No,
Kachuk?
Just Kachuk.
Yeah, it is a fun
How
name.
much wood could a Kachuk wood?
You've been meaning to say that for 20 minutes now.
That's right.
And in the end, for everybody calling, screaming at us, who cares? I mean, we
what are
fixed
people
it.
screaming about us?
How do you not know the difference between Keith and Walter Kachuk and why he's called Big Walt? How do we know? Because I don't know.
I already explained it. He played.
Right.
He played for the Rangers in the '60s. I apologize. I take pride in knowing history, but I didn't know the Ranger history in the late '60s. I admit it. Joe B would have known if he was hanging around. He'd say, "I know Big Walt Kachuk. I know him." I don't know him.
Yeah, I'm black.
sorry.
I didn't watch hockey till I was 35.
Right.
You have the best excuse.
Exactly.
The only person here that really, I hate to tell you this, has no excuse
It's Sean.
is Sean.
Yeah.
I'm the one who knew he was a Ranger.
Did you?
That's where I knew Walter Kachuk from. What I got confused by is I forgot there was a Keith Kachuk who was playing during my growing
But that's
up era.
even worse. I know Keith Kachuk.
I know him. I just got it lost in translation in my head because when you tell me the name of Kachuk, I think Walter Kachuk first.
What's your favorite team of the Big Four? Like, if you had to pick one that's your just favoriteest of favorite teams, what would it be?
It's usually the team that's most relevant, although right now I have some hatred with the Yankees. So I guess the Giants because it's once a week.
Okay. So it's not the Rangers? Rangers are a distant fourth the way I am with the Islanders, or no?
A distant fourth?
I'm asking
No.
you.
I would say, if you really had to make me pick, I'd probably say the Rangers a second.
Okay, then you should know who Big Walt is. Because I think if a team is like your favorite.
But I did know Walter Kachuk.
You really didn't know.
What do you mean?
You didn't know.
I knew him. It was Keith who I screwed up.
Oh, that's true.
So what? So your whole thing just back for now? Apologize to me.
I'm sorry. See, I'm very easy in apologizing. I just said it. I'm sorry. It was very quick. Ed is calling from Huntington. What's up, Ed?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
That's good.
Just a quick point back on the challenge thing.
Yeah.
I know Tiki will relate more to this than Evan because he's more of a soccer fan. But it's similar to the VAR system in soccer.
Yes.
Where they're now reviewing like almost every irrelevant play without without the referee requesting it or the coach challenging or any of that. They just let him play a lot of times with the offside. And so on and so forth. That's the only point I wanted to make.
Yeah, with VAR, it's a video assistant referee that they have in soccer.
What does it fix?
It fix. So in soccer, if you score, let's say you score a goal, it doesn't even matter about scoring a goal, but that's where it becomes most relevant. Guy scores a goal, but he is more than one. There's only one person between him and the goalie, or there's no person between him and the goalie when the ball is served to him. So when the guy who's assisting him kicks
Serve
it
to him?
So
What, are we talking tennis now?
No, you just kick it. So I'm kicking you the ball. I'm going over the top, kicking you the ball. As soon as I kick that ball, if you're offsides if there is nobody between you and the goalie.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it's like an eye test thing. And so they freeze it. So when the ball gets struck, they freeze it. And if they draw a line, sometimes they draw a line. They draw the line, and if the receiver, who then maybe tries a shot on goal, is offsides, the goal doesn't count.
Yeah, that's fine. I think
it's slow. VAR is slow.
But
they get it wrong often.
Well, that's a problem. The biggest difference is baseball doesn't need something to stop the game and look. They can do it immediately.
Right.
That's the beautiful thing about it. And I hope, and I guess this is a great question for Rob Manfred. So terrible job by Craig and Big Mac not asking it, even though it wasn't on my mind a month ago. And that is, why not do the whole thing?
Yeah.
Like, is this a stepping stone to the whole thing? Is this like, hey, let's see how it works for a year or two, and then eventually we'll get to an automatic strike zone?
Yeah, I think the challenge with not the challenge, the reason that you're right, and it should just be, let's just go with this and just have it relayed to the umpire who then, calls the balls and strikes, is because it's one of two options. Mm-hmm. It's ball or it's strike. Right. There isn't it's objective.
Right.
There's not a lot of subjectivity. Difference with VAR. Yeah. Like they also check for handballs.
No, there's a lot going on.
Right.
There.
So if it's a handball, is your hand down by your side? Could you avoid it? It hits your hand, but your hands are down by your side. Is that a handball? No, it's not a handball, but it could be interpreted as a handball.
It's very different.
If you're trying to really kind of reach your hand out. So it's like baseball needs this because it's one of two answers.
Right.
It's not one of 5 interpretations. So the fact that they haven't, they're not trying to institute it like you suggested is their biggest issue.
When the baseball season starts, we're not that far away from it. It's a month from tomorrow. It's actually a month from today for the Yankees because it's March 25th that they play the San Francisco Giants, and then March 26th is the opener for everybody else, assuming I have my days right. I believe that for the first week of the baseball season, this will be the biggest story. It will not be anything like on the field. It will be, remember what the biggest story was last year when the baseball season first started?
Torpedo bats.
Yeah, you got that right away.
You're wrong on the biggest
Torpedo bats. What?
Wrong.
What?
The biggest story is going to be they're not going to be able to get any games in on the East Coast.
It's still going to snow?
You will have bad, cold, snow weather, and games are going to be bagged left and right, and it's going to be, why is baseball starting so early?
Well, you don't have that problem.
Because we're in San Francisco.
You're opening up on the West Coast.
The Mets will.
Yeah. Well, you know what's good with the Mets? Good and bad, because I didn't think it was good at the beginning. They play 3 games at home, and then they go away. So they're not having like a long homestand at the beginning of the year. They're playing on Thursday with an off day Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then they leave town.
My early prediction, the entire first 3 games get wiped out.
That's in 4 days, though, because they got 4 days to play them.
Multi-day blizzard.
You're being too negative right now. I understand that we're going through a lot.
It's not going to still be here. The spring will come sooner.
When?
Next 2 weeks.
I'll make you this prediction.
I saw a little model on there. I'm not buying it.
I'll make you this prediction. On March 31st, 1998, it was the first ever baseball game played in March, okay? Mets-Phillies, March 31st, 1998. I'll never forget it. Do you know what the temperature was that day? I'll just tell you. 85 degrees.
Yeah, wow.
It was insane. I don't remember what that winter
so
was.
Far away.
I know. I kind of have a weird feeling, and I don't know if it'll be the Mets or the Yankees, so give me that leeway of a week. One of our teams is getting a ridiculously warm opening day. And knowing the way God works, it'll be the Yankees.
Wait that week. 75 degrees, sunshine.
That's my pick.
Yankees had one of those in March a couple years ago. I think Severino pitched.
It happens.
Or Pineda, maybe.
And I just have a feeling like because the weather has been so bad, we're going to be given that gift.
I disagree.
But it's probably going to be you guys.
I think we're shoveling snow till Mother's Day.
All right. We'll see what happens. Sean's got his Cinco de Luncho coming up in a few minutes. We'll also get back to your phone calls, 888-808-1019. And Dwight Howard is accused of doing something in the locker room. I'm very curious if Tiki ever did the same. We'll find out as soon as we come back. Evan and Tiki on the Fan.
Are you ready for the biggest showdown in sports? That's Fanatics Fest, Fanatics Games. It's back at the Fanatic Fest in New York City, July 16th through the 19th at the Javits Center. Join stars like Tom Brady, Rob Gronkowski, James Harden, Cody Rose, Jey Uso, Rhea Ripley, and so many more. 50 athletes, 50 fans. $1 million in grand prizes and $2 million in a total purse. Fans can audition via video, show your skills, and tell us why you should compete. You can submit online at fanaticsfest.com or post on social media using the hashtag FanaticsGames. That's Fanatics Games, where fans become champions and could win $1 million. Coming back this July, only at Fanatics Fest.
If you've been thinking about replacing those old chilly windows and doors, now's the time. Windorama's kicking off their winter warm-up sale, and now you can save up to 40% on your installation project when you purchase and install through Windorama. Get 40% off, big savings, great products and brands, and expert installation. Hard to beat that. Keep the warm air in, the cold air out, and upgrade your home the right way. Visit Windorama.com or stop by one of their showrooms today. Windorama, your window and door specialist since 1977.
This portion of the program was sponsored by Kalshi. Trade on anything. Basketball's in full swing, and now you could trade the game in all 50 states on Kalshi. OKC is currently trading at 38% to beat Detroit. That means a $100 trade pays out $250 with a win. Download the Kalshi app and use code FAN to get $10 when you trade $100. Kalshi. Trade on anything.
his hair flapping in the breeze. He's walking to home plate.
Mets fans.
That is remarkable, even at this place.
I've never seen this before.
Yankees fans love to talk about their teams. We do too. The Fan, 101.9 FM, and always live on the free Odyssey app.
Why does it matter to members that Aetna was named a Best Medicare Advantage company by U.S. News & World Report? Because they chose a plan that gives them real support, real people, and real care. We show up on calls with members and doctors' offices when needed. We show up with access to convenient care options and coverage that fits everyday life. We don't show up for awards. We show up for you. And showing up for you is how healthier happens together.
When your event has to be perfect, there's only one destination, Teller's at American Chop House. From our iconic main dining room to our dedicated private event space, Teller's next door, we do offer two distinct settings for weddings, milestone birthdays, anniversaries, corporate events, holiday parties, and so much more. Guests do enjoy the same exceptional service and culinary experience and excellence that made Teller's a Long Island institution for more than 25 years. With spaces that accommodate events of all sizes, why not start planning at tellerschophouse.com today? That's tellerschophouse.com.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids.
Call 877-CARS-4-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your card can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now or go to carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your card today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? That's cars with a K.
Town Fair Tire honors any valid rebates, manufacturers or competitors' rebates. Yes, even any competitors' rebates. And we give you the guaranteed lowest price. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Town Fair Tire.
Hi, it's Sal Licata here for CertaPro Painters. You know, my home is a very happy place, especially when my wife is satisfied. And while that's not an easy thing for me to achieve, my friends at CertaPro Painters had no such problems. Big jobs, small jobs, the good folks at CertaPro Painters are at your service. If you've been putting off a painting project, give them a call at 1-800-GO-CERTA. That's CERTA with a C, and you'll see exactly what I mean. When choosing a painting professional, the choice is simple. Choose happy. Choose CertaPro Painters.
Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated right here in our community. Schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com.
Do you owe back taxes or have unfiled tax returns? The IRS won't quit until they get your money. Here's great news, fresh from those in the know. Major changes have happened at the IRS. If you owe more than $10,000, you may be eligible for a 99% reduction of what you owe. Haven't filed a return for a while? Their happy clients are talking.
The IRS was going to levy my bank account, but Guardian was able to prevent that and fix all my IRS issues. Thanks again, Guardian Tax.
Need relief from crushing tax debt? The IRS now has special programs. Guardian Tax knows all about them. Personal or business, this is the fresh new brick you've been hoping for.
We aren't the company you call when you need a hug because you're scared of the IRS. Guardian Tax is the company that wins when you need it most.
Guardian Tax Service is really great to work with. They really help me out. I'd recommend them highly.
Call now for a free confidential consultation. 800-499-1424. 800-499-1424. 800-499-1424.
I'm Tyler Kolick, and I got my Lincoln at Lincoln of Queens. They even delivered it right to my door. When it's time to save, it's time to go to Lincoln of Queens. Go New York, go New York, go!
I'm a 100% kind of guy, so I got Verizon Fios. It's 100% fiber internet because I do everything at 100%.
What game should we watch?
100% of them.
She hits a
penalty kick
out of the park
from way downtown for a
beautiful shot onto the green.
You either have 100% fiber internet or you don't. Get Verizon Fios. It's super fast and reliable with ultra low lag. It's 100% or nothing. Call 1-833-VERIZON to switch today.
Go teams!
Hey everyone, Boomer here. If you love eating great food as much as I do, you have to listen up. The Chef IQ wireless thermometer and the mini oven are must-haves in your kitchen. The thermometer helps perfectly cook your chicken, fish, or meat, and the oven is an all-in-one hero that bakes, broils, air fries, toasts, and more. I've been telling you now for the last year about these great products and how they've changed my life, so now it's time to change yours. These are amazing products at amazing values. Go to chefiq.com and don't forget to use the code word BOOMER to save big at checkout. That's code word BOOMER at chefiq.com. LondonJewellersIQ.com. For 100 years, London Jewelers has been part of life's most meaningful moments. From engagements and anniversaries to milestones, big and small, they've helped mark the moments that matter most to their customers. Generations of families have trusted London Jewelers for exceptional craftsmanship, timeless design, and service that lasts a lifetime. As they celebrate a century of excellence, they thank you for being a part of their story, and they look forward to the moments still to come. They invite you to visit London Jewelers at any one of their 6 locations. London Jewelers, celebrating 100 years of brilliance.
It all comes down to this, folks.
Yep, the entire season is on the line.
But my throat has officially thrown in the towel.
Sounds like you need Vicks VapoCool drops. They're max strength and vaporize sore throat pain.
Whoa! These VapoCool drops hit fast.
Speaking of fast, did you just see that play?
Yeah, he vaporized that ball.
That pun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed.
Pizza's here.
Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Baseball or football, WFAN runs the city. Yankees bats, Mets heat, Giants defense, Jets dreams. It's all here every day. The Fan, 1019 FM, and always streaming on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, and TuneIn apps.
If you've missed any of the show, you could rewind it on the free Odyssey app. I guess there was a rumor going around for many years about Dwight Howard, who back in his time in Orlando was great. I mean, he had a really good run, led them to the NBA Finals back in 2009. But there was a rumor that Dwight Howard, in the middle of team meetings, would just fart. Would just let it out. And obviously that reminded me of me and Sean's experience on Sunday night and a Monday in which he accused me of ripping 3 big ones prior to my newish old back injury resurfacing.
A little ripple effect there.
I think you may be right. So Stan Van Gundy, his head coach, his former head coach, was on the Run It Back podcast, and he was asked about it. Like, who would know better than the head coach? So take a listen to the interaction.
Got an inside source, and I need you to confirm this if it's true or not, that said you used to get pissed at Dwight Howard during your pregame speeches because he would just constantly fart while you were trying to get the guys going. Confirm or deny, Coach?
You know, I would confirm, actually.
I knew it. Playing with Dwight, I knew it was true.
That's disgusting and awesome.
Now, Stan would then go on to talk about other things. He would never elaborate on the farts, just that he was a prankster. You ever do that to Tom Coughlin?
No.
Did anyone ever do that to Tom Coughlin?
I don't think so.
How would Tom Coughlin have reacted?
Well, I mean, unless it's just ridiculously loud, most people, you wouldn't know.
Well, I think it would have to be, what I did to Sean, which was loud, right?
Yeah, but also at a very quiet time. Everybody's sleeping. I mean, the whole hotel heard it.
I think you'd have to wait for like a moment in the Coughlin speech where it's quiet, and then you rip it.
Yeah. I don't think, nobody, and by the way, I don't think he gave us pregame speeches. Not right before the game.
How about team meetings, though?
Yeah,
had a lot of those.
Plenty of those.
Yeah.
Lots of those.
Would that piss him off?
Probably.
See, I don't like it. It makes me think less. Nobody could be mad at a fart.
I think you'd be mad at if it happened a lot. I mean, that question was worded as if it happened a lot.
A basketball team. Because there's 12 guys in there?
Yeah.
Where the football team, there's 60 guys.
That's true. It's tougher to pull that off.
20 coaches. It's like 80 people.
Yeah.
You're not even thinking of it. Like you probably don't even hear it.
I'll never forget. And you could ask, I think you could ask Chad this in the Mets text chat that we're in. Because this was, I think it was him, but we were in like 6th grade science class. And I had to do it. And I didn't want to do it because I'm in class. I'm also like Evan in 6th grade. You think I'm a geek now. I mean, I was in no business of being like, oh, let's just rip one in the middle of class. And I tried to hold it in. And what ended up happening is it was a long, high-pitched squeak. And no one knew what it was, nor did it come from me, so I got away with it. And I think Chad asked me after class, what was that sound? And I said, it was me. He's like, it was? What was it? And I said, I was holding it in. And it was just like...
Tight window.
Yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Oh, that's good, man.
What can you do? I mean, I'm getting shamed around here now because I use the bathroom in the morning, and Boomer's brought it up 2 days in a row of, Evans goes to the number 2 in the bathroom. I mean, what am I supposed to do?
You have to go. You got to go.
Yeah.
Must be nice to live in Boomer's world where he could just, poo on demand.
I mean, seriously.
Or at 3:45 in the morning.
That's true. I think some people have the ability to tell their body what to do. I don't. Like, I have to listen to my body. Unfortunately, while sleeping in the opposite bed of Sean, my body had a lot to say.
Yeah, and you pointed it in my direction. There was a window the other way.
The funniest part is I can't stop thinking about it because I remember one of them.
Yeah.
And I remember just being very, satisfied.
And I laughed out loud.
I didn't hear that. And I forgot where I was.
Wow, that pressure in my belly feels gone now.
I ate it, dude. I was sleeping with my mouth open. It made me laugh.
What time was it at?
It was early morning. It was like 5:30.
Yeah. That's kind of what I remember. Anyhow, let's eat now.
Sean Moraes in the booth. Somebody hide the castle.
From Evan.
Optics flying, phones ringing, Evans yelling, no! Tiki's laughing, chaos cracking, nobody's in control. It's Cinco de Roncho. Bam! Crunch! Let's go!
Let's go! Cinco de Luncho is brought to you by Helix Wireless, connecting everything, everywhere. So I'm going to give you a little background. This is going to be another weather-related Cinco, but it became this because today, as I was on the train, after basically swerving on snowy roads because another snowstorm overperformed, I muttered to myself, I bleeping hate this bleeping snow, and I started to rattle off things in my head that aggravated me in the 18 hours I've finally been home, and I realized I got to 5 and said, oh, that's a Cinco, so here we go.
Here we go!
What's the Cinco?
Number 5.
The 5 worst parts of the snow.
The 5 were
of snow in general. Here's number 5, because I got greeted to this home yesterday, and it feels like it hasn't left for a month. The towel left by your front door for all your wet shoes, the rock salt. If you don't have a mud room, you know what I'm talking about. You lay that towel down, and crap just keeps landing on that towel. And the moment you pick it up, more snow happens, and you have to put it back out. I hate the towel by the front door. It's got to be there. All the floors get ruined.
I'm with you on that.
All right.
Especially for the
Number
dogs.
4.
For the dogs, too, exactly.
The dogs are the big one.
The number 4 thing. The kids being home. I've had enough.
Oh, God.
They are now out of their sleep routines because they were already off a week, 2 straight days. They need to leave the house.
They
They're
didn't
not
have
welcome.
school today?
They had school, but my wife decided that she was going to conduct her own delay working from home. And I understand why, because the school buses are fishtailing out there. But I realized they were home 2 days. My youngest was all wound up. Yes, she needs to go back. I've had enough.
Yeah.
And
So your wife kept them home?
They went in late. But they were they were off already a week.
That's
they
the
were
problem.
off 2 days.
No, the biggest problem is the week.
Though. So we weren't off.
Oh, you didn't?
We didn't have that winter break.
That makes it a little bit easier for you.
So
it must be a New York State thing.
It must be because
Dude, it's
in
hell.
Jersey we didn't have it, and so I hear people complaining and bitching about this on social media.
Yeah,
and it's just like, what are you guys talking about?
No, I think it is a New York thing.
Yeah,
and it's just unfair.
Yeah,
I mean, especially because look, some people go away with their winter vacation. We didn't. You didn't.
No.
The kids are literally home all day. And I see the look in my wife's eyes. I feel horrible.
Yeah.
There's like a look of, oh my God. Oh my God. Another day of this.
Yeah. And I wasn't home for 2 days. So I came home to all of this.
That's true. That's
Get
true.
them in school enough. Here we go.
Number 3.
Number 3, and this one reigns true because thank goodness Tiki was willing to sit during the show yesterday. The boots. We're wearing the boots nonstop. Yep. My feet are now hurting. I have not taken off my Timberland boots for basically a week. I'm tired of wearing boots. Can I just get comfortable shoes back on?
I'm going to try to sit right now and see if it works. But I agree with you. Boots are annoying. That's why I don't wear them.
It sucks.
Number 2.
The number 2 worst part of the snow is the ugliness. I've realized snow is the opposite of a baby. It's really pretty when it's first born and extremely ugly about an hour and a half after.
Right.
The moment you shovel the slush, it looks like crap outside. It's not going to melt.
Because you're digging up half the road.
Yeah.
All the pebbles are thrown on top, so it's black.
Completely.
And it gets
It's
dirty.
gross.
And you know what the problem
From
is?
the exhaust. It's just nasty.
And the kids don't realize that. I still have the kids saying, let's go play out in the snow. And it's like,
Yeah.
It's a fresh kind of thing.
Yeah.
You got to do it when it's fresh.
You wouldn't eat a Pop-Tart that's been left out.
Well,
Number one.
Maybe you would. And number one is just simply the inconvenience of it all. Outside of the plow workers getting paid overtime, who benefits from this? Who benefits from getting late to work, figuring out new meetings, figuring out planes if you want to get the hell out of here? I'm tired of the inconvenience of the snow. The winter has broke me. It's broken.
Is Tommy home yet?
I did get a report. Tommy Lugauer did land at some point in the middle of the night after 2 days of being stranded at LAX.
Wow.
Now, Tommy went to California, as you said, and it was a weekend trip. And he was supposed to come back on a red-eye flight from Sunday night into Monday morning. But, of course, because of the weather, got stuck there for 2 days.
Yes.
He didn't have to stay at LAX, right? Didn't he go do LA things?
No, his in-laws are out there.
Yeah.
All right, so it wasn't that bad for Tommy.
No.
He's in California.
You're right. You're right. But still, you know how it is. If you're away from home and a snowstorm hits, it sounds great to be out of it. But guess what you come home to? Figuring out how the hell to get inside your home.
Right.
Because you weren't did it again.
Tommy lives in like an apartment.
No biggie.
He doesn't have to deal with what I feel
Not
like
how you would picture.
Tommy benefited from being stuck. He really did.
Did he, though?
I think so. Like, I did, like in his situation, yes. Like I know Gio's going away, and he was telling me he's going to an island, right?
Right.
I don't know if he said it on the air, so I'm not going to reveal it. But if he got stuck, that's bad for him because he's got his kids. He's not going to have a place to stay. What does he rebook the resort? Like I guess you could, but it's not ideal. Like that's a disaster, despite it being warm weather.
Yeah.
Tommy's visiting his in-laws. Just go back and jump in the pool that they probably have.
That's how it
That's
is.
a no biggie spot,
but
bro.
you also
No biggie.
feel like you've worn your welcome and
Yeah.
you're just ready to come home.
Yeah, when you have a mental clock when you leave to go on a vacation, you're ready to come back.
I get that.
You're ready to come back.
I'm
down to my
normally-
last pair of underwear. I don't need my father-in-law here. I'm done.
I normally understand that, but he was away from blizzards and in California.
That is true.
Come on, man. I understand the internal.
It'd be different if he was in Ohio.
Yeah.
And also getting crushed and just can't get that. Can't
That's
get home.
right. Or the situation I described with Gio where your family's there and it's like,
Yeah.
where do I stay? I'm not sure. Like, that is far different than Tommy getting stuck. Honestly, I'm jealous of him.
No biggie.
Okay. And he missed 2 shows. No biggie. No one even noticed it. He didn't get called out by anybody. It's like, fine. I missed 2 shows.
I think that was the point, though.
Yeah, he's neurotic about it. He just started hosting his own show.
That he's going to get fired?
Yeah.
Yes.
No, not he's
basically-
going to get fired. He's just going to get Wally pipped.
Yes.
That's what he thinks.
He was very fearful the last 2 nights.
Who filled in for him?
Keith.
Oh, jeez.
The
Keith's
guy
Keith's
you
very good.
replaced is
Yeah.
replacing you.
Oh, God.
You could have Keith go on, and then a bunch of people go, man, why is Keith even going?
And Keith's like, I changed my mind.
Yeah.
By the way, we're allowed to change our mind. He's like, change my mind. You know what? Damn.
Tommy.
Now you get it. Now you get it.
I think Tommy's screwed.
Tommy's a mental puddle. You know Tommy.
He's done.
He couldn't enjoy the pool at his father-in-law's house. All he's thinking to himself is, oh, my God, Keith's got a great Yankee
I'm not
take.
worried about missing days. It's all good. You could do that, Evans, and you've been here for 25 years.
I shouldn't be worried about Sean. He did a great job yesterday.
Of course he did.
In
But I'm
fact-
saying, you've been here for 25 years.
Speaking of yesterday,
Tommy's had his own show for 25 days.
That's true. It took some balls for him to take a vacation this early, too.
Right?
I mean, that is... Like, I know when I started the show with Joe, even with Craig, even with you, I don't think I took off right away.
Neither did I.
Like, it was just, we got to work through.
Well, we also started right after after summer.
We had an advantage.
Right, we had an advantage.
But like now, we've been here for almost 3 years. Like, you're damn right I'm taking 2 days in February.
Mm-hmm.
No kidding. But I wouldn't do that if I was just starting a show. Like, Big Mac's not taking any vacation.
As a matter of
assume.
fact, he canceled when he told me.
That's right. He had like a honeymoon planned.
Yeah, like a big cruise, I think.
Honeymoon?
Big cruise with his wife.
Or like an anniversary trip.
Or like an anniversary moon.
But that makes sense. He's starting a new show with Craig. Tommy took a day off like a month in.
Speaking of which, by the way, happy 25th birthday to my twin brother, or 25th anniversary to my twin brother.
Oh, nice.
25 years.
Good job by Rondé.
Yeah.
That was so funny the way you first said it. 25th birthday to my twin brother.
I know.
25th anniversary to Rondé and Claudia.
Well, good for him.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Fantastic.
What was
Long
your
time.
Cinco yesterday? Because I write them down.
Well, it was very NFL heavy.
That's fine. Just tell me the Cinco.
I'm trying to remember, and that's why I'm buying time. It is the 5 local NFL players I want back in our New York teams here.
Because
that's a good one.
Getting ahead of free agency.
So like Jermaine Illuminor, Brees Hall, guys
Quincy
like that.
Williams.
It's now 2 weeks away.
Yep.
Yeah.
2 weeks. 2 weeks away.
A week from
today.
Monday. It's sooner than that.
I told everybody not to talk about that.
Officially, it's 11th.
Yeah, but it's really Monday because that's when the tampering period begins.
Official tampering period.
Yeah.
Which basically is free agency, as you're right.
That's right.
Everything will get announced on Monday.
There you go. Monday's a big show.
It
I
is.
can't wait for that. You going to be here, Sean?
We'll see.
I hope you are because
I'm not.
Oh, you're not?
What?
No.
You're taking a vacation already?
Jeez. On a Monday with free agency?
First of all,
dude,
I cut my vacation short to get back from NFL free agency.
Are you here Monday?
This Monday?
No, a week from Monday.
A week from Monday? No, that's the day I'm flying back.
By the way, Tiki, I do have to warn you about something. So Sean's not here. We know that.
Yeah.
I plan on being here, but I'm flying back from spring training on a 6 a.m. flight that lands in Newark at 8:55.
From Tampa, I do that all the time.
Okay, shouldn't be a problem.
Shouldn't be.
But if it is a problem,
if we get this stuff,
Tiki solo.
Hey,
you're ready for that?
I haven't done a solo show in like 4 years.
And you were good at it, though.
Yeah, of course.
And on a football Monday?
It's easy.
Dude, you do that in your...
So we're both going to be in Florida the same weekend, but I'm flying back later than you on Monday.
You're going to be in Florida the same weekend, and you're going to be about 50 miles apart.
Yeah, I'm going to be...
Isn't that amazing?
I'm going to spring training. I'm not missing any shows for this. This is a weekend trip for the Rico Bronya. So I'm doing a live Rico on Saturday from the Das Beer Garden in Jupiter, Florida at around 4 o'clock.
Nice.
Sunday, I'll be doing another Rico Bronya, probably from the PGA Hotel. And then Monday at the crack of dawn, I'm flying back. And I will be back in time, assuming there are no issues.
Right.
If there are issues, solo Tiki.
There you go.
Let's get Connor in that day because Connor's tremendous. And I think that would be his time to shine if I show up late.
I agree. A Connor and Tiki show, that's when I start worrying. I'll be pacing around the airport.
I'd be worried too.
Wow, they sound good by themselves.
Boy, you could save a lot of money this way. You're 1,000% right.
No kidding.
Are you done with the Cinco?
Did I get to number one? Yeah.
All right, good job.
Let's get number one.
I forgot. I just threw out the paper.
Oh, the bad, ugly snow.
No, that was number 2.
So then what was number one?
The inconvenience of it all, which led us to talk about travel.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Which also led us to say the Fan Focus is sponsored by Chef IQ Precision Cooking. Effortless results, chefiq.com. Speaking of football, Brandon Aubrey is going for broke. The Cowboys have offered Aubrey a deal that would make him the highest paid kicker by topping the $6.4 million a year that Harrison Butker makes. However, Aubrey's agent wants the kicker to get at least $10 million a year from the Cowboys, and Dallas, as of now, won't budge. Begging the question, how much is too much to pay a kicker?
You can't pay him more than a running back. Not going to happen. By the way, horrible Cinco because we forgot it 3 minutes later.
It's a fair point.
That's a great point. That's not going to win the award at the end of the year.
No.
Let's get back to your calls. Benny's calling from Fair Lawn. What's up, Benny?
Hey, how you guys doing? I just wanted to talk. You were talking about Walter Tkachuk in the earlier segment, and I was getting a real kick out of it because I've been a Ranger fan since the late '60s, and his rookie season, you really didn't have much of a choice to ingest a hockey game. It was pretty much the radio and then the occasional game on Channel 9 on the weekend.
Right.
And Marv Albert called him Walter Tkachuk. Tkachuk for the whole season, and it wasn't until the next, I guess, over the summer he got wind of that and he corrected Marv. But Walter Tkachuk, he was part of a great Ranger line back in the day, as they were called the Bulldog line. It was Walter Tkachuk, a guy named Bill Fairburn, and then a guy named Dave Vallone. And then when Dave Vallone was either traded or retired, Steve Vickers played on that line, and that was one heck of a line. I mean, everyone hears about the gag line, and rightly so, but the Bulldog line, they used to go out and kill penalties. The other team wouldn't touch the puck when Tkachuk and Fairburn were out there.
So I just thought, he had a hell of a career. Looking at it now, 14-year career, all with the New York Rangers. Yeah, had a hell of a career. Let's go to JR in Somerville. What's up, JR?
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, man, what's up, dude?
Yo. All right, a couple things. The first is the blaming. I just heard this, so I don't know if Sean got this on the list, but I heard you say that the problems with Cat last night were related to Brunson, and
yes, absolutely.
I'm just tired of you defending this guy for no reason whatsoever. Okay,
who? Karl Anthony Towns?
No, yeah. Karl Anthony Towns. He played 9 minutes together with Brunson in the second quarter. They only played 20 minutes together last night. So I don't know how you come to this conclusion.
Because when they're on the floor together, part of your job as the floor general is to get your best players involved. And I don't think
he's got to get down to court.
And that's not
the guy's got to get down to court.
I understand, and it's not all on Jalen Brunson because you're right. We've seen Cat run with the second unit a lot. I'm just saying that when they're on the court together, I put some of the blame on him. Some of the blame is on Cat. He deserves a part of this. Some of it's on coach. But for him to take one field goal in the second half cannot happen. Can't happen.
Last night was on coach. He was experimenting. I actually sent you a message on Twitter regarding how he handled this in LA when he got fired for really going 0-8 in the preseason. But all those players had the same exact comments that these current Knicks players had.
Right.
So take a look at that. Second thing is the automated system for the pitches.
Yeah.
The reason that they're not allowing this to be used on every play is because the system actually tracks pitches different than a strike is considered in the actual rule book. So the rule book says that the pitch is supposed to go over the front of the plate, and that's where you gauge whether it's a strike or not. The automated system tracks it in the middle of the plate. So there's two different total strikes based on the rule book versus the automated system. So that's the challenge with that.
Why do they not just calibrate it to look at it from at the beginning of the plate then?
Well, that's something where you got to ask a company that's doing it. There seems to be one company in England doing all these things across from soccer.
But JR, my issue would be, and I'm going to look closer into that, my issue would be, then why allow it for challenges?
I wonder if this is the company that does like cricket, because cricket has that issue. Because let's say, you're bowling a ball, you're trying to hit the wicket, but if you miss and it hits your knee pad instead, if it would have gone through, would it have hit the wicket?
Right.
So they use the same kind of tracking technology of the ball. But that ball spins kind of like off-speed pitches or curveballs, et cetera, in baseball. It's the same thing in a sense. So I get why they're using that same technology. But if umpires are looking or the rule book says it's the front of the plate, why just calibrate it to the front of the plate?
Well, and also then how are we able to use it for replay then? Like if you're telling me it's not good enough to do for every pitch because it's a different strike zone, then why would we be okay with the pivotal 6 or 7 pitches that occur during a game?
I agreed.
That seems like an issue to me. Ethan's on Long Island. Hey, Ethan.
Hey, what's up? Thank you guys for taking the call.
Pleasure, man.
Thanks, man. What's up?
Before I start, I'm going to make a point about Mike Brown. Before I start, I just want to say I liked Tibbs. I was opposed. I would have fired him if there was the right coach available, and I really don't like Mike Brown. I'm gonna tell you guys why. I want to put in perspective. I think we all can agree that the Knicks are championship or bust this year and going forward with this roster.
At least finals or bust, but yes, I think very close to that. Yeah.
Yeah. So Mike Brown previously, before coached the Knicks, we all know he was with the Kings. He led the Kings to their first playoff berth in a while, and the Kings, rightfully so, celebrated that playoff berth like it was a championship. Like they were so happy with just getting into the playoffs. And the next year, he gets fired mid-season. Leon Rose, I don't know more than Leon Rose. This is his job. I don't know how Leon Rose looked at Mike Brown, who got fired from a team that was celebrating making the playoffs as a championship, how he looks at that and says, I want to hire this guy to run my team that's championship or bust.
Because I don't think you're being fair to what happened in Sacramento. I mean, making the postseason and winning is something they haven't accomplished a lot. And so when you look at the Kings over the last 2 decades, look at the Kings now, by the way, Mike Brown did an amazing job. And so penalizing the success of that year and saying they celebrated too much isn't fair.
Right.
So I think they viewed Mike Brown, and this is the way I viewed Mike Brown when they hired him, is that he's got a shelf life. He's not going to be the coach for the next 7 years. The first few years, as you see in his other locations, is where you get the most out of him.
Yep.
And so that's what happened in Sacramento. And then once it turned bad, they got rid of him. So my guess off the top was Mike Brown will be here for 2 or 3 years. Now, they better win, because if they don't win early, it may only be 1 year.
Yeah, well, he is brought here because of that urgency. And so we know what the mandate is. You don't fire Tom Thibodeau in order to hire somebody who's going to do the same thing that Tom Thibodeau did.
Right.
So you got to get farther. You have a clear mandate, and you will be judged by whether or not you win a championship.
No question.
Period.
And look, in Cleveland, he got to the NBA Finals in year 2.
It's almost unfair in a sense, but it's the reality.
Oh, no doubt about it. I just don't think calling up what he did in Sacramento and using it against him is fair. He got so much out of the Kings in those first 2 years, and then the third year was a disaster, and it was over. Yeah. Like, when I look at his time in Sacramento, I'd say that was actually pretty good. I mean, they won 48 games. Where are they now? I know that's a much lower bar than what we're talking about with the Knicks, But look, the proof's in the pudding. Right now, they're 37-22. They're coming off a bad loss to Cleveland. They have not played their best basketball, even on the 2-game winning streak. They were not playing great. They were lucky to come back against Houston. It was ugly against Chicago. He will be defined by what happens in the postseason. Can the New York Jets trade for Fernando Mendoza? Well, what did John Spytek say about it yesterday? And what did Darren Muji say about it yesterday? And can Tiki read into their comments as an indicator on what the hell's going to happen? Plus more of your calls at 888-808-1019. We're with you until 2 this afternoon.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
Minnesota Vikings brass has made it clear at the scouting combine they are looking for a quarterback to at least compete with J.J. McCarthy, if not start for them this season. And that really brings into focus one of the biggest mistakes we've seen an NFL team make in recent memory, letting both Sam Darnold and Daniel Jones walk last offseason. Jones was playing at a high level before his injury. Darnold won the Super Bowl, what might have been for Minnesota. I'm Nick Costos.
It all comes down to this, folks.
Yep, the entire season is on the line. But my throat has officially thrown in the towel.
Sounds like you need Vicks VapoCool drops. They're max strength and vaporize sore throat pain.
Whoa! These VapoCool drops hit fast.
Speaking of fast, did you just see that play?
Yeah, he vaporized that ball.
That pun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed.
Wendy's has a new Girl Scout Thin Mints Frosty Fusion with Girl Scout Thin Mints cookie pieces, rich creamy frosty, and a mint chocolate cookie sauce. Which means Girl Scout Thin Mints and Wendy's Frosty, yeah, they're basically best friends now. It's like two delicious desserts just high-fived, snapped a few too many friendship selfies, and then rode a tandem bike down a never-ending road of mint chocolate frosty perfection. So, swing by Wendy's and try the new Thin Mints Frosty Fusion.
Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Couponing. Wow, you didn't strike me as the coupon type.
Just trying to stay ahead of inflation. Gas, groceries, everything. It's all more expensive. I need to save wherever I can.
Have you tried Upside yet?
Upside? What's that?
It's a free app that I use that pays cash back for every gallon of gas I buy. You've got to buy gas to get around anyway. Might as well get paid for it.
Come on, does that really add up to anything?
I've already made around $200. The extra cash helped pay down my bills, and I even had a little extra left to treat myself.
And the Upside app is free?
Totally free, and the cash back is real. You can transfer the cash right to your bank account.
I'm downloading Upside right now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code BOOST to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code BOOST for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code BOOST for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Never have I ever called my sister from the finish line of my first marathon.
Hello?
You won't believe where I am.
Are you running?
Mile 26. I'm gonna make it.
Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e with its advanced camera system on us. Plus, 2 lines for just $30 a line.
Guys, I can't believe it.
I knew you could do it, babe.
That was amazing.
Mom, how do you feel?
I feel great. I can't feel my feet. Let's take a picture, and then you may carry me to the car.
Share every stride, every mile, every memory on America's best network. Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e on us and 2 lines for just $30 a line.
With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 eligible port-ins on Essentials 55 Plus for well-qualified customers with autopay plus taxes, fees, and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. Finance agreement 128 gigabytes, $599.99 required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data 1H 2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
Hey everyone, Boomer here. You know, I've visited River Spring Living in Riverdale, and I can tell you firsthand, there is a reason they're the nation's leader in senior care. Walking through the halls, the energy is undeniable. From life-changing technology to personalized care and compassion, I've seen the difference they make in helping older adults live better lives. So whatever your needs are today or tomorrow, River Spring Living is here for you. Experience the difference for yourself. Visit riverspringliving.org. That's riverspringliving.org.
At NYU Langone Health, we know there really is no place like home. That's why we get our surgery patients home faster and have fewer readmissions than any other health system. That means once you're home, you won't need to go back for the same procedure. Instead, you can get back to the things you love. And the next time you need something else, we're here. Better health starts with a better health system. Learn more at nyulangonehealth.org.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-4094. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-4094. That's 800-575-4094. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
The home of New York Giants football. The Fan.
Runs out of the tackle, down the right sideline, cuts inside at the 5, in for the touchdown!
1019 FM WFAN. WFAN FM. WFAN FM HD1 New York. An Odyssey sports station.
I have a dream. I don't know how realistic that dream is, but that dream will remain intact until the dream is officially dead. And that dream is that on draft day 2026, the New York Jets,
the Jets are a sewer,
will trade up to the number 1 overall pick and select Fernando Mendoza. And that dream remains alive because they are picking 2, so it's not like they have to jump very far.
Yep.
And, of course, it also remains alive because they're loaded and flush with draft picks, not just this year, but next year. And next year is widely considered to be this ridiculously good draft class. So I continue to hold out hope and look at signs on, hey, is it possible? Would the Raiders be open to it? So yesterday at the Combine, the first thing I wanted to do when I found out that John Spytek, the GM of the Raiders, was talking, was to find out, was he asked point blank about trading the number 1 pick? Same thing with Darren Muji. Are you interested in trading for the number 1 pick? So I've got clips of both guys answering the question. I'm going to ask you, who do you want to hear from first, the seller or the sellee?
Seller.
So that would be John Spytek.
Spytek.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the general manager of the Las Vegas Raiders, John Spytek, on in his openness to dealing the number 1 overall pick.
The first pick in the draft, teams are bound to come calling. Do you guys feel like the need to answer those calls and listen to offers right now?
I learned a long time ago, always listen. I'm always listening.
That was his only answer. It's very quick. Right. I'm listening. I'm always listening.
That's a good answer.
But
he didn't give anything away.
No, he didn't.
Because it was so quick.
Does he?
I'm listening. I'm always listening.
Now, do you take that as he's open for business or I'm always listening?
Well, I think he's just always listening. But if he had delayed and been like, well, you'd know he's thinking or cooking of something.
More open to it.
Yes. Right.
Yeah.
The fact that he answered right away means he's going to listen.
Yeah. I also, and I included the question for a reason. I don't like the question because the question gave him an out. Like the question should be, are you open to trading the number 1 overall pick? And by the way, he could give the same answer.
Yeah.
But it was, do you have to answer the phone call?
Right. When you position it as, if teams call, do you answer the phone call?
Right. Yeah, I don't like that one.
You got to make it so he's on the spot. Are you open to trading the number 1 pick? Yes or no?
Yes, and do it very quick because he doesn't have time to think about it.
Yes.
Now let's get to my general manager.
Well, sometimes, reporters like to hear themselves talk.
That does happen. Let's get to my GM.
Darryl, Mr. Smiles, Muhi.
As he was asked.
How did I never pick up on the Darryl before Tiki pointed that out today? I always focused on the last name because of Darryl.
Yes. This was, in fairness to Joe, was very early on the tenure. Like he was barely hired.
I love the Jets.
Anyhow, so here's the question to Darren Muhi. I'm about to call him Darryl.
I never heard that part of it.
Hey, Darren Muhi, are you interested in trading up?
I talk to Spytek and those guys often. As I do with other teams, talk about moving up, moving back. Absolutely, we'll talk about all those things. But I don't think that's happening. You could ask Spytek, though.
That last part is not good.
That means he's already had this conversation.
And he told him no.
And he told him, sorry, dude.
Yes. Yeah, that one killed.
It's not happening.
That one
Your
killed.
Your dream is dead.
My dream is dead. I agree with you. When I heard, Muhi's answer, Joe's killing me now.
I know.
Same old Jets.
Darren Muhi's answer at first was fine. Like, yeah, I talk to Spy all the time.
Right.
And even the trading back, yeah, I talk to everybody.
Right.
Like, he kept it open-ended, but as soon as he twisted it to...
And then he hit the levity. That ain't happening.
That ain't happening.
That means it's already said no. No way in hell.
Yes.
Hey, Darren, love you, bro. Get the hell out of here.
Yeah, I think that's what happened.
Yep. Now buy me a drink.
What I wonder about, though, and this is
I have a quarterback and you don't.
Right. Here's what I wonder about when those conversations occur, because I'm sure he did call up Spytek, and if he says to him, are you interested in trading Mendoza? And the answer is no. That's not the right approach. You have to come in with an offer.
Right.
And the Jets have the ability. I'm not even saying they should.
Right.
And that's certainly a debate. I'd ask you it. How far would you go in making an offer? But you can make a Godfather-like offer. Did you even make an offer, or was it as simple, are you interested?
You make a good point, because the approach is not, hey John, I'm Muji, you're Spytek.
Yeah.
Hey John, are you interested in trading that first pick? You're going to say,
no.
Hell no, we need a quarterback.
Yeah, why would I be interested?
Instead, I should go, hey, John, I got 3 first-rounders, 4 second-rounders, and a conditional whatever. Good?
Yeah. It's called shock and awe.
And now you're like, whoa,
yeah, dude.
You can't say no.
I agree.
You can think about it, but you can't say no right away.
Tiki, I know this is not the best example. I'm going to give it anyway. I do not care. In fantasy baseball, right before the trade deadline, I had a player named Jackson Holliday. You're all aware of him.
Yep.
He was a keeper in my league with insane value, but he's on my team. So an owner comes to me and says, I'm going to make you a ridiculous offer for Jackson Holliday. And he did. It was absurd. Like, not only draft picks in the future, but he was giving me Alex Bregman. He was getting just all sorts of players. And I made the trade.
Yeah.
If he had said, are you interested in trading Jackson Holliday, my answer would have been no.
Right, because that's how some other people in our league come to me and Sean. And they're like, hey, are you interested in... No, get the hell out of here.
No, they come to us around dinner time on the 4th of July, Tiki, which makes it a harder no.
That's true.
Right.
But because this guy came to me with such an absurd offer, I was like, we at least have to continue talking.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I didn't say yes right away, but I was like...
lead with the offer, man.
You do.
You have to.
And that's what I'm so curious about, because obviously they have spoken. I mean, he said it. I've talked to Spytek. Right. Does he just...
It sounds like they're friends.
Yeah, they probably are.
Right.
But does he make an offer?
That's what I don't know. And if he didn't, then we know why he's like, oh, that's not happening.
Right, because of course he's going to say
no. You got to lead with the offer.
Now, my last question for you, because I want to be rational about this. The Jets have 2 number ones. They have 3 number ones next year.
Yes.
How far would you have gone in making an offer for a quarterback who's, yes, the number 1 kid in this draft, but there are questions about him? He's not a sure thing.
I wouldn't have gone that. What I suggested in that little play that we just did, not even close to
What would you have offered then? What would be your best offer?
I would say 2 firsts, 2 seconds.
So both first, and by the way, which first matters?
Maybe I'd say 2 firsts and 2 thirds.
Okay. The firsts matter. Yeah. So obviously number 2, I think that goes without saying.
Right. I would say number 2 and our first pick next year.
Oh, wow. Okay. That matters.
Of course.
Because I think there's a difference between 16 and the unknown of next year.
Right.
So, okay.
Because they could be picking top 5.
The Jets?
Right. And so you get number 2 this year and then number, let's say, 7.
Yeah.
Next year.
I would make that offer too. I'd probably go a little bit further.
Then something else down the line a little bit.
Right. But, to me,
but I also realize that next year's draft, and I think Sean and I hit this a bit yesterday, is so deep.
No, I know.
So deep at quarterback. And so if you as a org, meaning Muji and Aaron Glenn, survive this season, the 2026 season, the prospects of 2027 are extraordinarily high.
I agree with you, but that's more of a reason why the Raiders should trade the pick.
I don't agree. I mean, I don't disagree.
Yeah.
Because the Raiders aren't winning next year.
The Raiders could say to themselves, we can load up on an absurd amount of draft picks, continue to build out our roster, and then, next year we'll be equipped to either pick the guy on our own or use all the capital we got to move up.
Unless they are just absolutely in love with Fernando Mendoza.
Right.
And we know that they were at all the college football playoff games, and at the championship game, they were like hanging on the sideline with him.
Right.
So
maybe they love him.
It seems like they're obsessed with him.
Everybody talks about what it's like to fail when you miss picking the first pick. I think it's worse to fail by trading out and having the quarterback hit. You know what I mean? Like that's the thing for the Raiders. In this
especially
division,
if you don't solve it.
Yeah, if
like
you don't
trade out and be like, we'll wait.
Yeah.
And then you miss, and then the guy you traded out is awesome.
Yeah. Or like we talked about yesterday, what if the quarterback class just doesn't materialize next college football season like we think? Which could happen. And you have this guy go be a star somewhere else with the Jets? That's unrecoverable.
No, you're right. I totally get that. But that's making decisions based on PR and not making football decisions. I mean, I forget. I think it was one of the draft insiders we played the clip of a few weeks ago said you would be absurd to trade assets of next year for this year because Todd McShay.
Yeah.
Because the draft class is so loaded. Well, if you believe that, and Spytek is a smart guy, he could say, I don't care what the people think. I don't care the risk that you perceive I'm taking. I have a chance to rip off this desperate team to load up on picks for next year, and I believe in myself. And Tom Brady believes in me. Because truthfully, Tom Brady runs the show. So, and he's friends with Tom Brady. It's why he's there. So, I don't know. Look, the truth is, based on these answers, I don't think they're trading out. I'm just giving you the reasons why it would make sense. And just hearing what these guys had to say. But I think Spytek left it open-ended. Darren Muji shut the door. And basically said, yeah, that's not happening.
Right.
888-808-1019 is the number. Artie's in Brooklyn. Artie.
You know when a smoker stops smoking and then he has the first cigarette?
Yeah.
You are my first cigarette. I went a week without calling WFAN. It was driving me up the wall. And when I got through now, I was like,
yeah, let it out.
You tell me now, because I went to Miami and I let them have it. You tell me, because Twitter has some bleeping nerve. They wrote that the Jets made a trade and we got Kyler Murray for a 4th round pick. I got a ticket that says we're going to win the freaking division. I mean, come on. So you tell me, because I'm fighting with everyone.
Yeah.
If the Jets get Kyler Murray
and
they use the 4 picks for defense, you can't tell me that they are a legit playoff contender. That's right. I said it. They are a legit playoff contender. I love you guys.
All right, thank you, Artie. Tiki, be the smart one. If the Jets trade a 4th round pick for Kyler Murray and use all their other assets on defense, are they a, quote, playoff contender?
Their run game gets really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like what you tried to do last year, except with some competency. Because love or hate Kyler Murray, he is a catalytic type player.
He's far better than Justin Fields.
Right. Sometimes it'll be mind-numbingly frustrating, but other times it's exciting as hell. And you got a good run game, a good offensive line, and he can be elusive and evasive and off schedule and make stupid plays, scrambling and tossing it downfield to Garrett Wilson and whoever else you bring in. Actually, you actually have a couple guys already, A.D. Mitchell, et cetera, that are already here. Your offense would be really, really dynamic and compelling. Does that make you a winner? I don't know.
Yeah, the problem is
it makes you very interesting.
Yeah,
I just
more
don't know if
interesting.
it makes you a winner.
I also don't think, just being logical here, that the Frank Reich quarterback is Kyler Murray. It doesn't feel like
he's not going to institute that kind of system.
Right.
What I just described is not happening.
Exactly.
Right.
So realistically, I just don't think it's a thing.
It's a good point.
I just don't think it's going to happen.
Right.
Let's go to Alex in New Canaan. What's up, Alex?
Yeah, hey, guys. I'm calling out actually about the hockey because I was listening. I listened to you guys, and I listened to Craig and Chris afterwards.
Yes.
Actually, I listen to you guys all day long. Anyway, he said something interesting about the American hockey isn't really there because they only drafted 35 American-born players were drafted in 1980, and in 2025 they traded. It was only 52, and I tried getting through to them because what I wanted to point out, which I want to hear you guys got to say is. The first thing that comes to my mind, and Evan, I figured this would come to your mind right away, is, well, what about the Canadian-born players? So 159 were drafted in 1980,
Alex,
and only 85
here's the problem.
were drafted in 2025.
Here's the problem. I commend Craig because he did great research. It was actually a horrible example. And I say that with again, I appreciate it because when you do the research like that, I respect it. Basically, what Craig was trying to say is look at the amount of American-born hockey players drafted now versus 48 years ago. I don't think it matters, nor does anybody care. I think the point about the growth of hockey, and by the way, I'm on Craig's side. Like, we actually agree with each other. I just think he did the absolute wrong research. The research is, do people watch hockey? Are people going to watch more hockey tonight when the Devils take on the Sabres because of the U.S. winning the gold? And I think that's the point people are making, not that more kids are going to play hockey. Right. And honestly, who cares if they are? Like, it just doesn't matter to me, nor does it matter at all. And there's other factors. The more teams, the Canadian kids who play, like, it meant nothing to me. Again, appreciate the research. It was just like, okay, the best research is TV ratings.
Right.
The best research is attendance. The best research is, people going to be more likely today to put on a hockey game because of what happened a few days ago? And the answer is no.
No.
Which is why I do agree. Craig and I are in agreement. We're all in agreement. I just think his point was, like, who cares?
I think Devil fans are more likely to go tonight to the game than would be normal.
Let's find out.
But that's it. That would be the only impact, I would say.
That's an interesting question. You know, today's window seat is brought to you by Windorama. Save up to 40% during their winter warm-up sale event. I think Jack Hughes is in the window seat because we're all, looking him as an American hero. And you're right. He's playing hockey tonight. Are more people going to go to the Devil game tonight to give him that standing ovation? I made that comment to you guys on Monday. I said, hey,
Sabres?
Against the Buffalo Sabres. I said, if you're such a big fan of U.S. hockey, do you say to yourself, I got to show tribute?
I'm not even saying that for, like, say, the Ranger fan who would come over. I'm just saying that for the Devil fan who's looking at this season. You're sitting at the bottom of the division right in front of the Rangers. You don't really have – I mean, I guess there's an outside chance, but not really for the postseason. This is a reason to go.
No, I agree with you. My research says that there is more juice tonight. Believe it or not, I'm a fact-based guy, and here's what I'm basing it on.
Nice. From the money.
From a get-in standpoint for tonight's game, and here's the analogy I'm going to use.
Go ahead.
Next week on a Tuesday night, the New Jersey Devils play the two-time defending Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers. Okay? Tuesday night. We think the weather will be good because it's, a week from now, hopefully.
Yeah.
The get-in price for that game is $17.
Wow.
Okay? Whatever. Tonight, they play the Buffalo Sabres, where does anyone really want to go out tonight, considering the weather? The get-in price, $34.
Double.
I mean, that's got to tell you something. So there is a little bit of juice tonight, but in general, and this is where I do agree with the overarching point that...
By the way, don't compare that to Ranger tickets. It's just it's a cheaper ticket.
No, and it has nothing to do with the Rangers. We got to compare it to Devil tickets because it wouldn't be fair.
Yes.
You got to look at it on its own.
It's all relative.
Absolutely. I think there may be, clearly based on that, a few more people that want to go out tonight, but I don't think the TV ratings are impacted. Like the Stanley Cup finals are not going to get bigger ratings because people love the Olympics.
Stanley Cup final.
What did I say?
Finals.
What did you say?
Final.
And what did I say?
Finals.
We really doing that?
It's called, Evan.
I mean,
we don't call it the World Series.
S, no S.
It does matter in hockey.
Does it?
It's how it distinguishes itself.
No biggie.
Does it?
It's
Stanley Cup final versus NBA finals.
Yes.
But it's not a final. There are multiple games.
Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just telling you what hockey lore.
It's not a Stanley Cup final until it's a closeout game.
I mean,
I'm just telling you what's called.
I get it.
And people
Game
get
one
sensitive.
cannot be a finals.
You call Gary Bettman.
Game 2 cannot be a final. Game 3 cannot be a final.
It's a series of games, but the series itself is uno.
Sean, it's not like I called the NHL Stanley Cup final the Super Bowl of hockey.
You realize that is a massive oxymoron.
I do, and I just want to make one thing clear. If I did not correct Evan there, the rest of my day, my at mentions would have been, you're supposed to be the hockey guy. You didn't tell him it's the final?
Yeah, but you've also caused Tiki right now to go on the grammar police rabbit hole.
There goes Tiki.
I mean, this is on you.
I mean, what are you hockey people?
I'm just telling you what it's called.
Not English literate?
No.
We got to put you on idiots with idioms?
No, it's those damn Canadians.
Clearly not. Quick break. We'll come back with more of your calls, 888-808-1019. We've talked about everything today, so it's all on the table. The ABS controversy, the New York Jets, the New York Giants, the men's Olympic gold medal champions, how it relates to baseball. So we've done it all. You know, if you've been thinking about replacing your old chilly windows and doors, now is the time. Windorama's kicking off their window warm-up sale, and you can save up to 40% on your installation project when you purchase and install through Windorama. 40% off, big savings, great products and brands, and expert installation. Hard to beat that. Keep the warm air in, the cold air out, and upgrade your home the right way. Visit Windorama.com and stop by one of their showrooms today. Windorama, your window and door specialist since 1977.
If you're looking to level up your wardrobe, check out Collars & Co. You might have seen them on Shark Tank where they landed a deal with Mark Cuban. They're the team behind the dress collar polo that sold over 1 million shirts. And now they've launched the Maverick Performance Blazer. And this thing is legit. Sharp, lightweight, and completely wrinkle resistant, making it perfect for travel. Just pack it up and it comes out looking fresh. Plus, get smart features like security zip pockets, a sunglasses loop, and an optional pocket square. So hit up my guys over at collarsandco.com. Use code Tiki for 20% off. That's at collarsandco.com.
And this portion of the program was sponsored by Ray Catena, Mercedes-Benz of Edison. The portion of the program was also sponsored by Kalshi. Trade on anything. Basketball's in full swing, and now you could trade the game in all 50 states. On Kalshi, OKC is currently trading at 38% to beat Detroit. That means a $100 trade pays out $250 with a win. Download the Kalshi app and use code FAN to get $10 when you trade $100. Kalshi, trade on anything.
Mercedes-Benz of Edison is more than a dealership. They're a luxury destination where exceptional vehicles meet exceptional people. It's why Cars.com named Mercedes-Benz of Edison the top Mercedes-Benz dealer in the U.S. for 2025. Discover yours at RayCatinaEdison.com.
I'm Pat Boyle here to help you beat the books on Westwood One Sports. The Nuggets host the Celtics tonight, and if Jaylen Brown thinks he should be in the MVP conversation, what better way to prove it than on national TV against the three-time MVP and triple-double king, Nikola Jokic. Brown has 6 double-doubles in his last 13 games, 2 of which were triple-doubles. He's clearly trying to prove his worth any way he can. Jaylen Brown is more than 5-1 on BetMGM right now to get a double-double and 22-1 to get a triple-double. Worth a few bucks on each, in my opinion. I'm Pat Boyle. Bet smarter and beat the books. Download the BetMGM app today.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Ready to ramp up the excitement, golf fans? BetMGM is making your next golf tournament winner bets even better with Second Chance. What's Second Chance? Ever bet on your favorite golfer to win a tournament only to see them miss the green? Well, with BetMGM's Second Chance promotion, you'll get your stake back in cash if your tournament winner bet finishes in second instead. That's right. Simply bet on any player to win a scheduled golf tournament during a promotional week. If you're right, you win. But if your pick finishes in second instead of first, you get your stake back in cash. Watch your favorite players go for the win all season long and bet knowing you'll take your stake back if they finish second. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus years of age or older to wager and physically present in New York only. New and existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards paid back in unrestricted withdrawable funds.
Hey, did you know Verizon Home Internet covers more homes with faster speeds across the country than any other provider? Now you can get award-winning Fios Internet for just $20 a month for 3 years. Switch today and enjoy savings you can count on. Verizon Home Internet consists of Fios and 5G Home. Availability varies. Comparison based on FCC BDS data of home internet providers with download speeds over 50 megabytes per second, June 2025. Limited time offer for eligible new customers. Fios $20 per month plan with auto pay, mobile phone plan, mobile plus home, and bonus discount. Enrollment required. 3-year price guarantee. Applies only to the then current base monthly rate for Fios. Additional terms may apply.
Brooklyn doesn't do quiet. We live loud. We play hard. Sunday, March 8th at 3 p.m., be there for Brooklyn FC's inaugural match. Professional soccer the Brooklyn way. Get your tickets now at brooklynfootballclub.com.
Looking for the best value on new tires? Get to Town Fair Tire. We honor every valid manufacturer's and competitor rebates and give you the guaranteed lowest price. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Town Fair Tire.
Hi, it's Sal Licata here for CertaPro Painters. You know, my home is a very happy place, especially when my wife is satisfied. And while that's not an easy thing for me to achieve, my friends at CertaPro Painters had no such problems. Big jobs, small jobs, the good folks at CertaPro Painters are at your service. If you've been putting off a painting project, give them a call at 1-800-GO-CERTA. That's CERTA with a C, and you'll see exactly what I mean. When choosing a painting professional, the choice is simple. Choose happy. Choose CertaPro Painters.
Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated right here in our community. Schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com.
Allstate is Metro New York's trusted auto insurer, protecting cars across the tri-state area. We're by your side when you need us most, providing you with affordable auto coverage you can rely on. So, switch to Allstate today, and you could save an average of $713 on auto insurance. You're in good hands with Allstate. Based on the national average annual savings for new customers surveyed in 2024, savings vary, subject to terms and availability.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
So I opened a restaurant and needed everything. Menus, signage, catering brochures.
Everything and then some.
I went to Staples. They printed it all and even suggested takeout menus.
One money pit with a side of fries.
But now at Staples, you get up to $125 off custom print orders.
$125 off. Now you're cooking. Brand your business in a big way at Staples.
That was easy.
Shop Staples in-store, online, or in the app by 4/4 to unlock. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details.
For 100 years, London Jewelers has been part of life's most meaningful moments. From engagements and anniversaries to milestones, big and small, they've helped mark the moments that matter most to their customers. Generations of families have trusted London Jewelers for exceptional craftsmanship, timeless design, and service that lasts a lifetime. As they celebrate a century of excellence, they thank you for being a part of their story, and they look forward to the moments still to come. They invite you to visit London Jewelers at any one of their 6 locations. London Jewelers, celebrating 100 years of brilliance.
Hey, this is Tiki Barber. Those of us living in New Jersey got hit with a 20% electric rate increase. If your current heating system is over 15 years old, it's time for a new high-efficiency Carrier system. And there's only one company to call for a new one. My friends at Edison Heating and Cooling, New Jersey's heating experts for over 38 years. Older heating systems waste gas. So get your system checked now and save money with Edison Heating and Cooling. Contact them now at EdisonHVAC.com. That's EdisonHVAC.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along. Which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. Talk New York sports here. The Fan.
This Fan Focus is sponsored by Chef IQ, precision cooking, effortless results, chefiq.com. A big one on Peacock tonight. Number 15, St. John's, travels to number 6, UConn this evening for a 7 p.m. tip. And as we were just discussing, the NHL returns tonight. And locally, we get the Devils and American hero Jack Hughes, who may skate hungover as they host the Buffalo Sabres.
Tiki's telling me about a college quarterback. When is he going to be in the draft? Is Drew Mestamaker.
Next year, 2027.
Yeah. North Texas this year threw 34 touchdown passes, 9 interceptions, threw for 4,300 yards, 6'4".
Which led the college football, by the way.
Drew Mestamaker.
His head coach, Eric Morris, was Pat Mahomes' coach back in 2015.
How about that?
And then he went to Incarnate Word, took a head coaching job, convinced a number 1 overall pick to come join them, and Cam Ward, before he went to the University of Miami. He then went to Tulane, or the North Texas Green Wave, had a quarterback by the name of Chandler Morris, who left after he took his graduate year at the University of Virginia and helped Tony.
There's the connection.
Hold on, Tony Elliott win Coach of the Year.
Okay,
and Drew Mestemaker as a first-year starter this year, replacing Chandler Morris, throws for 4,300 yards. Eric Morris now gets the head coaching job at Oklahoma State. Drew Mestemaker is playing in now big-time college football as opposed to the AAC. So keep an eye on Drew Mestemaker.
Be honest with me, Sean, because you're a big college football guy. Had you ever heard of Drew Mestemaker until this conversation?
No, but obviously North Texas had a productive year last year. Had not heard of him, and all I keep thinking about is what could Darren Musi make a mistake?
I hadn't heard of him until I did a SMU game, and my play-by-play guy is a North Texas alum.
Gotcha.
And so he started talking about Eric Morris. I'm like, who the heck is Eric Morris? He's like, that's our head coach. And he told me this whole story about Eric Morris, who is just this. We talk about QB gurus. He is a college QB guru. It's not. I mean, it's been multiple of them over different stops. So Drew Mestemaker. If you don't get Fernando Mendoza,
yes,
Drew Mestemaker might be the hottest name in college football.
Well, let's save the audio because I think if Sean didn't know who he is, forget me not knowing who he is. No big deal.
Well, he plays in the AAC.
No, I get you. And most of the audience doesn't know who he is. This could be a seminal moment in Evan and Tiki history. Let's save the audio because if last year at this time or a year before that, you're like, keep an eye on this Fernando Mendoza. It'd be kind of valuable stuff. Real quick, earlier in the show, if you heard it, a caller called in and asked me to apologize. And the reason he wanted me to apologize is that I've admitted that when it comes to the Brooklyn Nets, I'm rooting for them to lose. I've become a full tankist when it comes to the Nets, and I admit my hypocrisy over the years. He claimed that earlier this year, I called Jet fans who were rooting for the tank not real fans. And I said, I don't think there's ever a shot I would say that. Like, while I disagreed with them, I think the words I used were far different. So I challenged him and Dan, the archivist of Evan and Tiki, to find said audio. Our caller said it happened in November. So we have the audio. It's November 30th, 2025. And here's the audio of me talking about the tankist society we live in. And you tell me if I say anything that's hypocritical. Take a listen.
The Jets are in a spot for the tankists out there where if they lose the rest of their games, they're picking in the top two. And I think most Jet fans want that. They look at this season and say, it's about Fernando Mendoza. It's about finding a franchise quarterback. And I understand where you people are coming from. But when I sit down on a football Sunday, when I sit down this Sunday, my natural instinct is to want my team to win. My natural instinct is to want to see growth. My natural instinct is to want to see things that make me feel better about the upcoming season. But that's me. And unfortunately, Tiki, I am open-minded enough to know when I'm in the majority or the minority. What is the majority? Oh, I combined the words. Sorry about that. I'm in the minority. Most Jet fans want to lose. Tiki, we're living in a tankist world.
I didn't say anything about you guys not being real fans.
Right. What is he talking about?
I have been very...
You didn't say anything about real fandom. It was more about...
I disagree with you.
You just agreed. You guys want to lose. My instinct is to win.
I was always diplomatic about this.
I'm proud of you for that because that's a player mentality.
Thank you. I'm also... This is why I could be a politician. You know, I could go out there and do a State of the Union and bring everybody together.
And tell you I want to win, even though I want to tank.
Yes. Even if I'm lying to you. Like, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to bring everybody together. Yeah, until, like, this thing's over. Right. And I'll stab you all in the back. So, I have a victory here. I don't owe anyone an apology. I would
agree. No apology.
Thank you. I never like to say people aren't good fans. Everybody's different. Like, Sean's a different kind of fan than Tiki, who's different than Big Mac. You're all Giant fans. Who's different than Loogie? You're all Giant fans.
Yep.
I'm a different fan than Sal Licata is, but we're both Met fans. We're both great Met fans.
Right.
So,
in the end, we all want the same thing.
We all want the same thing. And comparing yourselves as I'm a better fan or you're a worse fan, it's stupid.
Yeah. Well, that's what Sports Talk Radio is for. Is to talk about the differences of getting to the same point.
That's right.
And call each other stupid along the way.
Yes, of course. That's exactly what we do. So, yeah, no apology from me. So next time, if you're going to come here and you're going to make accusations against me, you better bring more than a pea shooter. Thank you. Let's go to Steve in South Jersey. What's up, Steve?
Hey, Steve.
Hey, guys. A huge fan here in South Jersey. I listen to you guys for the baseball content, American League baseball content. I wanted to talk about the ABS system.
Yes.
ABS system. My son plays for the Blue Jays, and he was a player hurt third most by bad calls last year. I think Ben Rice was right ahead of him, And I think I'm trying to think who the first guy was, but basically the first guy, 30 pitches were called strikes that were balls.
Well,
Ben Rice at 21.
Your son's in the major leagues on the Blue Jays, or he's in the minor leagues?
No, he's in the major leagues. Davis Schneider, he hit the home run in Game 5 of the World Series.
Davis
Yeah,
Schneider?
that's my son.
How about that?
I'm walking his dog right now. I'm getting a hot water heater put in my house, and the dog goes crazy. So I'm like, I must well call up while they're talking about it and just see if I can get in. But anyway, yeah,
I love the subtle flex there.
That is a great
Well,
flex.
yeah.
That's awesome. Good for you. We're proud of your son.
Yeah.
Yankee fans aren't proud of your son. Maybe I'm proud of your son. Good job,
No,
buddy.
He's a
I love
Jersey
listening-
kid.
I love listening to you guys because the Yankees talk, and C-Mac was killing the Blue Jays all last year, and it was like it was
Hold on,
unbelievable
Steve,
when they
did he grow up a Yankee fan?
No, we're like 20 minutes from Citizens Bank Park. He's a Phillies fan. He was a Phillies fan. We're all Phillies fans, and they don't talk much American League Baseball down here, so I always listen to WFAN.
Nice.
So, yeah, it's cool. But
Well,
I
wish your
just want
son
to get in.
wish your son the best luck. I didn't realize. So he really got hosed by bad calls last year?
Oh yeah, you should see sitting with his mom with the game day on, and and you see before you see it on the game day a pitch called before it's on TV, and she's like, oh my God, watch this pitch.
Right.
So,
That's funny. And then she's getting mad at you, and you're like, I can't do anything about it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's like and then she why did he swing at that? It's like because you had to swing because it was like the first one was out of the strike zone, and you never know what the ump's going to call.
Right.
It's like one of those.
That's the Aaron Judge issue. It's exactly what you're talking about, Steve.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting seeing Judge too. I mean, because like somebody called up, he had to get his height measured. This is like it is in football. He was always 5'10", in all the books. They took it right out of his high school yearbook, and then all of a sudden he's 5'8 3/4. They measure him with a laser, because he was in AAA when they had it going, and he did really well in that.
Did John Schneider tell him yet? Like, because it's amazing. Because I was looking at some of his numbers as you were talking. Walks a lot, so I believe he has a good eye.
Right.
Are they going to put rules on him? Like, yeah, even if it's close, don't challenge. It's the second inning. Be careful. We got to save it. Maybe have they told him any of that?
He talked about it in the game. He played in the game the other day against the Yankees, and he came out and they talked about him between innings, and they asked him that. I don't think there's anything written in stone. Like I said, you saw a lot of it because guys are just doing it just to do it.
Right.
But he hasn't challenged the pitch yet. There was a couple close ones he could have challenged, but I think he's just waiting. It's the big calls, the ones that there was a couple yesterday in some games I saw where balls are like, 3 inches in the zone and they're calling, and they're the ones that you got to get right. I mean, the ones that are a millimeter off the plate, I mean, that's like if it's a big spot in the game and you get lucky, but there's no way a batter knows it's that close. It's more or less where the catcher catches it, I guess. But, it's been interesting. And, they tested it in AAA. They did it, one day was the full ABS where the umpire had the thing in his ear. And then the other did it, they played 6 games straight in AAA. So it's 3 games full ABS, 3 games, the challenge system.
Challenge, right.
And Major League Baseball looked at the results and they figured the challenge system, like you guys said, is probably a little more for entertainment purposes to get the crowd into it. Because crowds will be getting into it when they see that thing go up on the board. If it's called strike, they're cheering. And, it's like another facet to the game. But who knows? Maybe they'll go to the full ABS system. But it has to be a lot due, I guess, more or less to the umpires not wanting to,
give up
the loop.
Give up their, I don't know, the risk of human error.
Yeah, makes sense.
Right.
Well, Steve,
and you've seen some umpires retire. Phil Fuzzy retired the other day, and he wasn't one of the better umpires. And Angel Hernandez got out, so
they got out before the embarrassment.
No, that was one of those.
Stevie Buckner might be next. I don't know. Who knows?
That was one of those. I would advise you to find a different way to make a living.
Yes, no doubt.
Yeah, you got a nice pension. You might as well take advantage
Steve,
of it.
thank you for calling, and best of luck to Davis. Hopefully you guys win the division again.
Thank you.
Oh,
hey, enjoy you guys. No, we're
you,
rooting for Bo Bichette and the Mets to get to the World Series so we can beat them.
There you go. You know what? I'll sign for that right now.
Nice. Because he knows all you got to do is hit ground balls at third base.
Oh, you better stop. Because while I was on my deathbed yesterday, I watched the game. Did you watch the game?
Of course I didn't.
No, you didn't. I guess there were no memes about his incredible bare hand play.
He assumed what I was going to say. Right.
What did you just say?
I said, of course I didn't.
I know you didn't. That's why I'm making fun of you.
No, but
did you see the meme?
You said, no, you didn't.
Oh. No, I meant, of course you did.
Yeah.
Because did you see the great play he made yesterday?
Did you see it?
Yeah.
Where did he make the play from?
What do you mean? It was a charging little chopper. He came and made a bare hand play and threw over.
He may happen to make it in the zone. The shortstop usually makes the play, so he made it where he's comfortable.
Okay, so sometimes you have to make plays there.
He cut really in front of that shortstop. He wanted to go back to playing shortstop.
Stop. Was it not a great play?
It was a great play for a shortstop.
So then, can everyone pipe the hell down? Or are we going to play this game longer?
No.
Are we only going to talk about the bad play?
No,
Not
no.
even bad plays.
Why
the
are we-
bad play, but not mention the brilliant bare hand play made yesterday?
No, me and Tiki didn't mention it for 3.5 hours because you told us we shouldn't be bringing up these guys' defense in spring training.
No, but now you need to even yourself out.
No.
You need to bring
You're
up
the one who said it doesn't matter.
Sean, I agree it doesn't matter.
So why are you bringing it up?
Because you guys brought up the bad one.
And then we backed off.
Now
because
that-
you
the
made
good
it
one
clear.
matters?
Yeah.
No, it's to even out the bad one.
So the bad one did matter then if we're evening it out.
No, it should matter to you.
No, it
can't
doesn't.
bring
We're
up-
listening to you.
Sean, you can't bring up the bad play and then just drop it and not mention the good play.
You told us to drop it and not mention the good plays.
Tiki, honest question.
Yes.
Did you even know about the good play?
No.
Okay.
I did.
No, you didn't.
No, I did because it got tweeted at me 15 times.
Sure did.
I do have to. Can I make one comment on Davis Schneider's father for a second?
What?
Yeah.
Don't take a shot at him.
It's actually not a shot, but it's more interesting.
I thought Sean was going to say,
Nope.
how'd your kid do in Game 7? He struck out.
What he just left us with was interesting.
How he wants to beat Bo Bichette in the World Series?
No, about how these guys are retiring?
No, but you're closer. I understand rooting for your son in the Blue Jays, but he plays in the American League. You're not rooting for the Phillies make the World Series? You just said you were a Philly fan growing up to go to Citizens Bank. You're rooting for the
maybe,
Mets?
Maybe he lost his.
Yeah.
Maybe he lost his fandom.
I understand being fully.
I'm being serious.
And I get that. I totally get being fully invested in your son in Blue Jays. I'm not even killing him for that, but I found that part interesting. There's no Philly in you that you want the Mets to make the World Series.
That's a
Do
great
you think
question.
Cam Schlittler's parents are still Red Sox fans.
But it's different. My point is he has the opportunity in
Why?
the American League and National League to make a different
in
call.
fairness, it is different. He can freely root for the Phillies, except for when they play the Blue Jays, and it's a no biggie. He just said, hey, probably because Bo was a good teammate, I'm
Yeah,
sure, and they
I'm
love
sure.
the kid. Hey, we'd love to beat Bo Bichette in the World Series. And I get your point. You know what? Steve will call back at some point.
I'd like to know that.
And just ask the follow-up question.
I'm not even killing him. I'm just actually curious about that.
No, I agree. I feel like every day now we should do like 30 seconds on the Blue Jays to keep Steve happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he just said he just wants to hear American League talk, so just keep the Mets out of it.
I keep the Mets out of it, unless it's interleague play. You know, I'm going up to Toronto for Mets Blue Jays this year.
Are you first trip?
First trip where? To Toronto?
For a Blue Jay game.
I have never been to the Rogers Center.
Shockingly nicer than you'd think.
No, and it's
interesting.
It's crazy. Of all the Eastern Division teams, I've been to all of them. Obviously, not the new Braves Stadium, but the old Braves Stadium. But I've been to Atlanta, Miami, Boston, like you name it. If it's within shouting distance, I've been there. For whatever reason, I've never been to Toronto. The stadium, I've been to the city, saw a Raptors Nets game. Never forget that one. And this year it just works out. So I'm making the trip. You ready for this? A trip to Niagara Falls.
Oh,
I love it.
Of course.
And the Mets happen to be in town. Want to drive up the 45 minutes? Sounds good to me.
I've done the same trip, yes.
Of course you have. It's a brilliant idea, and I advise anybody that wants to secretly go see Mets Blue Jays or Yankees Blue Jays, build it around Niagara Falls. It's not that far away. Like, it's actually not that bad.
I've never been.
And you dip into the Hockey Hall of Fame, too.
Yeah, probably not. You've never been to what? The Rogers Center or Niagara Falls?
Niagara Falls.
Do you have any interest?
I don't know.
Why? It's beautiful.
Yeah, but it's just a natural wonder.
It's
okay.
And it's like, hey, saw it. Now what?
It's one of those things. You see it for 15 seconds, and you're like, oh, okay, and I'm going to go play at this dirty casino.
But aren't there things you can do like around
what
Niagara
else
Falls?
do you do around Niagara
So they
Falls?
say there's the difference between the Canadian side and the American side.
Right.
And they say one is I say this. So like I think it's the Canadian side's more like Jersey Shore-esque. There's like a Ripley's, believe it or not, a couple restaurants. Like they make it very touristy.
Right. It's Toronto?
No, it's actually more like Hamilton.
Okay.
Yeah, Toronto's up another 35, 40
35 minutes. And then the American side,
But they
I
have
think,
a shore, right?
yes, it's like a shore.
Yeah, 'cause
yes.
I think Nicole is doing a Toronto show.
Yeah, the Toronto has, a beautiful beach on their
Right.
lake and everything, yeah. But the American side's more like a natural, beautiful park with this casino.
Of course there's a
Of course.
Yeah.
But in the end, you go to both sides and you realize, like, I could have wrapped this up in about 20 minutes.
That's why I'm going to a Met game.
I don't blame you.
I have it all figured out.
No, you're right, Evan.
Yeah.
Because if it's just a natural wonder you see and there's nothing else to do, it's like, I guess it was a good trip. But
I think the best part about trips where you're completely unsure about where you're going is to put numerous things attached to it.
yeah.
So it can't be wrong.
Right.
Like, oh, there's a Met game. Oh, there's Niagara Falls. Oh, there's this, there's that. Like, put as many things attached to it, and then it can't be a failure.
Makes sense.
I mean, it can be. The Mets could lose 10-1. You could get a flat tire.
But then at least you saw Niagara Falls.
Exactly. I'll never forget this, Tiki. Many years ago in 1994, my dad was taking me to Wrigley Field for the very first time. Mets Cubs, all planned out. Got the flight. He's got the tickets. We're good to go. But something happened in 1994. I'm not sure you're familiar with what happened. It was late August in which I was supposed to see Mets Cubs at Wrigley Field.
That was the strike?
There was a baseball strike.
Yeah.
So my dad, making the best of the situation, said, okay, what can we do in Chicago anyway? Especially with me, who at the time I was 12 years old, 11 years old, I think. 11 years old. I just turned 11 years old. Here are the two things we did. One of which, you'll be like, whatever. The other thing you'll be very proud of. My dad noticed that SummerSlam was going to be at the United Center. So we saw Bret Hart versus Owen Hart, and of course, Undertaker versus Undertaker. But the other thing that happened that weekend is the Chicago Bears were home playing a preseason game. Their opponent that day, the New York Football Giants. How about that?
Our trips are amazing.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
When I went to Chicago, I was looking for something to do. I saw the Knicks play the Bulls.
How about that? Sometimes it happens. You get lucky. Who won that game?
The Bulls did.
What year was that?
This was 2015.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I don't remember who won the Giants-Bears game.
Because it was a preseason game.
I know.
And you're like, who the hell is playing? Yeah, all right.
The only thing I remember was Soldier Field
What
being
year
really
was
cool.
it?
1994. It was before you, Teak. I'm
just
sorry.
before me.
Yeah, no, it would have been cool if you were there. I backed your calls. We apologize. We went off on a tangent. Anthony's in the Bronx. What's up, Anthony?
For taking my call, guys. I'm hoping we trade these draft picks for somebody like Joe Burrow. I don't want to waste it on a kid because we'll never develop him. Also, I want to push back a little bit on the owner. I mean, the owner's given us Aaron Rodgers, Reddick, Devontae Adams. Everybody's pushing hard on Woody, but I think he's given us everything we wanted. And one more thing, Tiki, did you grow up a Giant fan?
No, I grew up a Redskins fan, man. I'm from Southwest Virginia.
Damn right.
They had a black quarterback win a Super Bowl. Can you imagine?
No, I get it.
That was humongous.
But your love affair is dead now.
Oh, of course it was. It was dead when Charlie Casserly came to our pro day and told me he's not going to draft me because they had too many running backs. We have too many running backs, Tiki. My kids love you, but we're not going to draft you. In March.
And you know what you said?
I said, you're going to regret that.
Well, you also said
Charlie.
something else. Well, now you can retroactively say this.
What's that?
It's the same thing you said to Saquon. You're dead to me.
I have to chime in. I forgot about something that several people are now alerting me to. Don't you have a warrant out for your arrest in Canada?
Oh, crap, that's so true. I do.
What?
Damn it.
I forgot about this story.
I kind of remember, but not remember the reason.
Yeah, so when I was
this
at...
a parking ticket?
It's a parking ticket from 13 years ago.
Wow.
Well, whenever we beat the Raptors in Game 7, I guess that was 2014, so 12 years ago.
There's no way that's still standing.
I mean, that's what I don't know. Now, I did sneak back to Canada one time since. Me and my wife went to Montreal for like a night, and then we came out, no problems, no issues. So I didn't have any issues across the border, but nowadays, we don't get along. So it's possible that as I'm crossing the border, they're like, oh.
They could be looking.
Yeah. Yo, Jack Hughes, huh?
And then I got to make that phone call to the president and say, please save me. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't go. It's a good point.
That'd be the best if they lock him up just as he's getting in the gate from Mets Blue Jays. They take his scorebook. Oh, please.
Do you think I could do a Rico live from the Canadian prison cell?
No. But you would be so panicked, not about like your kids and getting out. It would be the scorebook. What did they do with it?
What they do with it. I think I'm going to take the risk because life's about risks.
Yeah,
right?
and if not, you just pay the ticket.
Well, I have no problem paying the ticket. Here was my problem.
You don't have a problem. It was 12 years ago. You still haven't paid it.
But here's my issue. The ticket, and I still have a picture of the signs.
Yeah.
They were very misleading. Like, they were not descriptive in any way. And so I was pissed off. Like, it's one of those tickets I would fight. Like, if it was in the United States of America, I'd fight it.
Right.
And so I was going to fight it, but then I forgot. I lost the ticket. I went home. They never were able to go across the country to send me some kind of letter that says, hey, you still owe money, which happens here. Otherwise, I would have fought it. I mean, not by driving back, but by like calling them and telling them why they're wrong. So it just kind of went away. So I assume it went away.
No, it didn't go away. It just kind of lingered, and you didn't know.
So what happens? Like if I get pulled over by a Canadian police officer, will they have that on my record?
Yes.
Yes.
And what will they do?
But I don't know if it's a national issue. So when you go in, is your passport going to be flagged?
Yeah, I don't think because it wasn't flagged.
It was a Toronto police.
See, that's the thing. When I went to Montreal, maybe I wasn't going to have an issue because Montreal hates Toronto anyway.
Right. No, it'll show up in like the Toronto police blotter, like, oh, you have this unpaid ticket, whatever.
So I have to be pulled over in Toronto for this to be an issue.
Yes.
So
And
basically,
show me your license. Yeah.
So I got a great idea. I won't drive. I'll have my father-in-law drive.
Great point.
There you go. So problem solved.
Yeah.
Not going to check my license.
Golden.
Hide in the trunk as you cross the border.
There you go.
All right, you ready for the running backs on the Washington then Redskins?
Oh, this is bothering Tiki.
Terry Allen, Brian Mitchell, and they just drafted Stephen Davis from Auburn.
You're better than all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're pissed about this.
No, I'm not. I mean, they should be pissed.
That's true. You're happy about it. And think about where your career would have gone if you were drafted by them versus being drafted by
I would have this debate that we're having about fandom versus actual players, like what players think versus what fans think.
Right.
It would be much more complicated for me.
It would be, but also, in your opinion, where would your career have gone? It's all different coaches, different organization. Like, I think you still would have been very good, obviously.
Yeah, I have faith that I would have been fine. I would have had this similar or maybe even better season.
But I don't even mean that. I mean, you wouldn't be sitting here with me right now.
No, it's true.
You'd be on the Sports Junkies or whatever it's called.
You'd be talking Wizards basketball. You know, guys, I understand why they're sitting Trae Young. Makes a lot of sense.
Well, I mean, they suck, which is kind of like what the Knicks were when I was coming in radio here.
You'd be talking Washington Nationals baseball right now.
There you go.
He'd be angry that Ovechkin couldn't play in the Olympics.
Yes. Imagine that alternate universe. Let's go to Chris in Ronkonkoma. What's up, Chris?
What up, Chris?
Hey guys, I hate to change the subject on the Jets draft, but there's a quarterback out there that, Tiki, maybe you would know, and if you two haven't, Georgia Tech quarterback, Haynes King. There's something about, if you look at all his stats, he Bill Parcells has a list of reasons why you draft a quarterback, and he checks all Bill Parcells' lines, like you know what I'm saying, like a 2-to-1, 60% completion, 3-year starter.
Yeah,
and he runs the ball, and he's great. He's
also
great
been in
athletic.
college.
I'm telling you,
he was also in college for like 35 years. I'm concerned about that.
He's got a lot of Taysom Hill in him.
Yeah, I don't think he's the answer.
He's a big quarterback, though.
He threw 6 picks and 14 touchdowns last year. Not doing it for me.
6'4", 215. I don't know a lot about him. I don't think I watched much Georgia Tech football.
What do you know about Haynes King, Sean?
Physical, big kind of player. That's why I compared him to Taysom King. He's had some injuries.
Taysom Hill.
Taysom Hill. Who's Taysom King?
Well,
Taysom
his
Hill.
last name is King, so you're,
okay.
you're
Taysom
confusing
Hill.
them.
Just picture Taysom Hill like playing in college, but with less broken legs, and then I think he could translate in the NFL in that way. I think he could be a gadget kind of useful player.
So this is tough because we're on the radio, but I'm going to
6 years. 6 years of college football.
Yeah,
it's a lot.
He battled some injuries.
I'm going to show Tiki. I want to show you a picture of Haynes King, the kid you just mentioned.
Yeah,
he looks exactly like a really young Joe Judge. Take a look.
Yes, he does.
He's a young Joe Judge.
It's funny because he looks like a coach.
He does, which is probably what he's going to be doing in 5 years. Be like Davis Webb. Congratulations to Davis Webb. I saw Sean Payton the other day said he's going to be the play caller, that's huge.
Really?
Yeah, Sean Payton gave up play calling.
That shows he loves him. Like he really wants him to succeed. That would be my belief. What? What's going on here? What's your reaction?
Just kind of predicted a regression.
Oh.
First-time play caller?
First-time play caller.
You're going to tell me Sean Payton is not influencing that at all? He's
We'll
giving
see.
it fully to Davis Webb?
We shall see. I'll be off for a couple of days. It won't be my back. It'll be because I'm leaving to go to the warm weather, and I'll miss all of you. If you've missed any of the show, rewind it on the Odyssey app. Carton Show's next. Goodbye.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
Yesterday at the NFL Combine, Eagles head coach Nick Sirianni said, "I can't guarantee how anything will play out next season," when asked about wide receiver A.J. Brown.